I'm going home.
Oh,
We're doing some cursing tonight. I don't care what anybody says.
Wherever you are, Chaz, we're here.
Bring your monkey ass over here so I can roll you up like a fucking pretzel. Hello, everybody. How are you doing? Joshua Koval made it tonight. We got
Josh, how you
Dave.
doing?
We got George Harvey, not my cousin George Harvey, but it could be a cousin from another mother.
There's probably relation. Not quite sure, but I'm pretty sure.
Well, we're close enough now. That's why we're a little delayed. It's like we're actually cousins from West Virginia, the things we did inside the house. So if you know what I'm talking about.
That's why I look tired.
And I can't sit down.
It ain't gonna shit right for a week. So who is in here tonight? We got 6
How's everybody
watching.
doing?
We lost 2 viewers on that.
I'm not really tired.
He's not really tired.
My
So
ass
guys,
really
come back.
does hurt, though. I'm old. And I had Mexican last night. It is what it is, guys.
That'll do it.
Captain Krabby says, we're going to do it. Do it live.
Do it live.
Do it live.
We're doing
I'll
it live.
write it, and we'll do it live.
We'll do it live.
It sucks.
So we're going to talk about toys tonight. We have any toys to talk about tonight?
Ooh,
I just hit them all in the car.
You hit them all in the car.
My goodness.
Well,
I have some.
oh, wait a minute. George, you got something to talk about. Let me see. Oh,
Go
he's
grab
going
my
to
stuff.
grab it. Shokin, what's up? It's going all right over here. We're
Just getting started.
getting started. We're going to talk about toys and, I don't know, people we don't like, just whatever we feel like. And we're going to drink and eat. And
You got
have a
Jay
good
on the
time.
grill.
Yeah, Jay always on the grill. Oh, he brought Maker's Mark. And then somebody. I'll tell a funny story. I'll tell it later, though. I'd rather talk about toys first, about moonshine and the Harvey family. It's actually a really good story. Or a sad story, depending on how you look at it. Kevin Frazee!
Where you at?
Yeah, where you at, bro? It's always an awesome time. Oh, we've jumped up to 7 viewers. What you got there? What is it?
Not a golf tee.
Well, I'm thinking these are bongs. Is that what they are?
They are.
6-inch
Oh,
scale.
man.
6-inch scale bong.
Beautiful.
Oh my! This is
Yoda
George
needs
Harvey.
this so bad.
There's so many characters that need bongs.
Yeah, is a 3D
Oh,
printer
George. Oh,
guy, and he does some really cool work. Actually, the first 2 3D printed things I have come from you.
Oh yeah.
The Beskar, and he makes these twisted pecans
Now the
too.
question is, how do I get Babu? I need like a little stand.
Babu Fick,
Yes.
I've got
Babu Frick.
Yeah.
Babu
I
Frick.
need him.
It's hard to see. The lighting out here is horrible.
Is he too- Right.
Oh yeah, you can see it. Twisted tea cans. But I have that Beskar from you, and then Christopher Olsen gave me one of your Witcher, the wolf necklace.
Oh, yes.
Oh, nice.
That's hanging in the one doorway going to the other room.
I've done so much work. I'm so blessed to know so many people who support my art and my company.
And
I mean, especially Jay. I mean, he's a really good guy.
Well, I have these deadbeats who always want free
Shut up
stuff,
and keep
but-
cutting.
free stuff. Now he actually did give me the Beskar for free. Actually, he did. Yeah, and I didn't expect it, but it's on display with my Mandalorian upstairs. I don't, as George has seen, I don't collect a lot of modern stuff, but I do have Mando, Cara Dune, the Child, the 6-inch Gamorrean Guard, just because it looks like me. I don't know. And he's got sweet ass axe and a spear.
greener skin, but other than
Little
that,
greener, but handsome bunch. So I had to shave my privates.
Actually,
Kevin
you
says
bring
he's
that
going to
up.
powder his nose.
Everybody come over to look at
Did
the chat.
Did I not say that on the way here? I'm glad I shaved my balls.
Well, when
since
Josh pulled up,
was
yeah, as soon as
here.
Josh pulled up, he screamed, "I'm glad I shaved my balls tonight."
Somebody out there is a pod with me. That's all I got to say.
That was Kevin Frazee.
Well, duh. Why isn't he here?
Yeah, he's. Why aren't you here yet, Kevin? We're gonna have another special guest here in a little bit, Captain Crappy.
Oh, power.
Hey,
Power.
all right.
Power.
Yeah, Dave's gonna stop by. It's going to be a good time tonight. But I'll tell the moonshine story after we talk about toys. But it's a good story.
Oh boy.
It's not last weekend's moonshine story, is it?
No, it's not like because I don't remember drinking moonshine last
I
weekend.
don't
So
remember last weekend.
I really don't remember drinking it. So, and
I
I've yet
don't
to go back and watch one of my shows. So,
That's how moonshine works.
Yeah.
I think I started
don't-
pouring shots
you
at
don't go back
everybody.
and
And,
watch
is that what did it? Were we
Yeah, I
doing it
think-
live or
yeah, we were doing
Oh,
it live.
we were doing it
We were
live?
doing it
We
live.
finished the jar.
We finished the jar.
We did.
It's always a good night
And then
when
we
you find
all,
the bottle.
me and
Yeah.
Dave,
We're all gonna be in that pub.
America.
Speaking of America, I have American Twinkies. I'm not a Twinkie guy. Can you hand me that box, George? Because this is about
Red,
America.
white, and blue.
Yeah, I seen these at the
Smells
store
some of those
today
flavors in there.
and thought, well, what's more American than red, white, and blue Twinkies?
Oh, that smells good.
I mean,
All of our bacons.
it looks like
Holy
birthday confetti.
Smell our bacons tonight. Dion's meats.
Dion's meat. I bought these at Mark's, which didn't have fresh bread, so we got like regular buns tonight, and I'm not a fan.
Use a Twinkie.
Hong Kong Fooey is my shit. Junebug, what are you talking about Hong Kong Fooey for? What about toys of offbeat superheroes who don't know how to use their powers? Like Greatest American Hero? That was one of my favorite shows when I was a kid.
Hey, has anybody watched the Invincible show? The new
No, I have not, but I had read the
awesome.
book.
If you guys like The Boys, watch Invincible.
I'm going to
Stupid
say
fun.
something as a
That
fanboy.
show's awesome.
I've yet to
Everybody
watch
hooked
The
on that.
Boys.
I haven't watched it either.
I heard it was
I
great,
told you to watch it. You
Yeah.
need to watch it too.
and
buddy.
I
I got the wife hooked on it. but
Jets
she doesn't
Mess.
watch
What's
it.
up?
Sean
Jumped on
Jets.
that. I want the
I've,
toys.
I've been going back and watching the
Homelander
all
is
of
my
the old
dude.
Of course,
X-Men
I'm done with
cartoons.
NECA and then
I,
The '90s ones.
I finished that one already.
But I'm like,
So I went through and I
Preston, what do you
watched
do?
all the episodes of the
Say,
Jim
jump
Lee
on the
'90s
Fresco,
X-Men
because I'll buy every
cartoons,
goddamn one.
and then I did the one where the X-Men were led by Wolverine. Professor X was in the coma. It was like Wolverine's X-Men.
I don't
I
even
believe
remember
is what
that.
it's called.
He's my Superman.
They only did one
But
season
it's a choice.
where they
It's a
basically
very-
it's
Yes.
the first episode with without any spoilers, but I mean it's
What's from what '95?
I'm like there.
Professor X is a little bit more modern. It's
Oh, is
I'd have to look up and see what the year was, but
I purged all mine.
Professor X is in a coma, but 20 years later he wakes up from the coma and he's able to message the telepathically connect to the current X-Men. So he's able to warn them of what's happening in the future and how to stop it. And that's essentially the whole gist of it. In the first season, they did the whole set in a whole war with the with the mutants and stuff.
That I watched.
And then I think the second season would have been Apocalypse, but they never did it or never made it or it didn't happen. I don't know. So I moved on to the Next Mutations. I just watched like one episode today and maybe half of one or something. But yeah, I'm working my way through them. It's always got to enjoy those old shows.
Well, I'm a huge Punisher fan, and
Absolutely.
we had forgot about the Netflix series.
Yeah.
The second season, we just finished it probably
Great series.
3 months ago,
Great
and they're
series.
supposedly bringing it back because Shane, as we all know him, he was a piece of shit on Walking Dead, which I used to really be a big fan of. Then it got really, 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 really boring.
Yes.
There's bacon going up. Applewood rub bacon.
Applewood
Oh,
rub
right.
bacon is going on the grill as we speak. Junebug, what message did you retract? Don't be retracting messages, boy. Yeah, bro, he is the shit, legit. And then when they announced the Punisher series, I'm like, oh, I don't know. And, and I hadn't watched Daredevil yet because I was behind on that as well. So we watched Daredevil and then introduced him. I'm like, oh, I can't wait for this Punisher series.
That's one I have not watched yet.
The Punisher series or
No,
Daredevil?
I watched Punisher.
Daredevil's good too.
Yep.
I started watching Iron Fist and it was like a snooze
Yeah.
fest to me.
Yeah.
And then they had the Defenders as well. I didn't watch that.
I didn't watch that one yet.
So, but of course I haven't watched Captain America or
Falcon.
Falcon and Winter Soldier yet either.
Me
I'm
neither.
gonna
I'm
probably
right there in the same
set on a
boat.
Sunday and watch them all at once.
That's probably what I'll do.
Warrior on HBO Max. Watch Warrior.
Oh, we got HBO Max.
Oh
Gotta
my
have
God.
it.
Watch
I haven't
Warrior.
did that one yet.
Gotta
I
have
gotta-
Oh,
all these great superhero shows. It's like us toy collectors are going crazy because this is like nostalgic, but
Oh, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean,
Everything.
It's just amazing the way the
Oh,
movie genre has shifted in that way. Because before we had X-Men, and well, we all know how those went.
oh, I mean,
Ooh-wee, not
all
so
of
good.
them, but not all of them.
Well,
I mean, those figures from the '90s, like I said, I mean,
Yeah.
they were like they applied the paint with shotguns. I mean, that was just like
Oh, it was a mess.
Actually, I think it was more of a drag through some paint can.
Yeah.
Sort of,
Yeah,
sort of. Yeah, it was not good.
End in yellow, begin in red, or something.
yeah, there were some
Hello, Sting.
interesting paint apps on those.
Like Greatest American Hero, or Mask, or any kind of superheroes who act silly or stupid.
Well, that would be Deadpool.
Yeah, I'm a big Deadpool fan. But see, I'm an OG Deadpool fan before everybody got hip to him. What are these scene kids? I really liked them before they sold 12 records, But I was a big Deadpool fan back in the day.
I just
liked
always
the
liked
character.
Ryan Reynolds, and I think that he fit that.
Oh, and then
part.
when that movie came out, I was like,
100%,
what
that
the
is, like,
fuck?
And the fact that he's now running with it to the point to where I'm waiting to see what's his.
Are you guys going to fight over any
his,
bones tonight?
his, phone
Absolutely.
company.
Possibly.
Oh,
Man,
God.
Only if Buddy
No,
brings the
no,
belt
I'm
out.
waiting to see him in Deadpool.
Chaz, where are you at?
They won't let him go.
No, but
I
at some
guarantee.
point it'll
Yeah.
happen. It'll happen.
I don't see
Disney
Chaz in the
will
chat,
find
and I don't see him in the driveway getting a chair
Right?
smashed off his head.
He's sipping aviator.
Yeah. We totally worked at it.
Chaz, you're not going to get the belt unless you buy one off eBay or whoop my fat ass. You don't want the 24-inch bingo wings coming after you. Chaz is like ignoring me tonight. Junebug, where's Chester at?
Kevin Frazee says our Charlie Cox played an awesome
He really
Matt
did.
Murdock.
He really did. I'm telling you, one of the rawest things I've ever seen on a TV show, made for cable or not, was the prison fight scene with the Punisher, where he annihilates 32 guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I remember.
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh,
Thanks for the spoiler. Whatever.
okay. Well, it's raw.
The spoiler is the
The winner
Punisher
is not
beats
determined
the shit
yet.
out of people.
Yeah, I mean, he just annihilates these guys.
I'm sure. Yeah.
He's washing dish right now. What'd you guys have for dinner?
Was it good? Why weren't we invited?
Yeah, what? I never get an invite for dinner. Then when Chaz comes over here, he's like, I'm not hungry.
No dinner, no bongs.
No dinner, no bong. I think Junebug and them have a serious lag issue. You're always behind. Well, I smell that bacon.
Right. It just all hit us at once.
The wind's blowing just right, boys.
Hunter, the hunter mentality came out. The
Mm.
Neanderthal and everyone
Ooh,
else came out.
ooh. I'm a big fan, and I had a realization. I used to be real critical of things that weren't what I knew, being where they change characters up and have, well, other than Michael Keaton Batman, which, speaking of which, Josh gave me a magazine that I bought back in 1989 that was really cool, that I had in my original collection. Now I have it again. Thank you.
Very welcome.
But I've always been critical of like the Jack Nicholson Joker
What year was
because
that?
89.
89.
That magazine.
89, yeah.
That was the
They come on the newsstand like in a
Okay.
where you'd buy
that
like
was right
your
before
fucking
the movie came
yeah,
out. Like,
because it
yeah.
like when the Rambo movies come out, they
Yeah.
always had those magazines like probably 6 months before.
Yeah.
So you would buy them for $3,
Yeah. that was-
and you would be looking at the stills, production stills. You're like, oh, I can't wait. And then sometimes in some of those, because I used to buy for like every movie that I was interested in come out, scenes would never actually make the movie.
Mhm.
But there were actual production,
You know,
and
I
then
never
later.
went back and looked at that. to
No,
see if there's anything
I've
in there.
always been a huge like movie guy. And I pay attention to everything going off in the background. Just, I don't know. It's the way I observe everything. It's just weird. But I would notice things like that. Like, I think it's the Rambo 2 magazine, actually. There's
old.
like, yeah, 2 different scenes that, because we ended up getting it on beta or whatever
Yeah,
when it
yeah,
come
yeah,
out,
yeah.
And
It
I'm like,
blows
would
my mind.
rewind it looking for the scene. And I'm like,
Can you imagine that now? Like them putting that on newsstands? Like, who the fuck's read a magazine? And what?
Right.
Probably the past 20 years. I don't know, since phones.
well,
came out.
I
like,
When I was a kid,
The only-
magazines were
the thing.
That was your big source of media. That was like the.
Yeah, like actual,
What's up, Bob?
you know,
I'm
Nintendo
sorry the
Power
wedding
was
is
like-
boring. You should be here.
That's how you figured out like what was coming out. Like,
Yeah.
and then the
Oh,
game
yeah.
would never come out because it'd be an advertisement, and they're like, I can't wait to see play
And
the
it
game.
never-
And they're like, no,
no,
it's only
never.
in Japan or like
Yeah.
something weird, and you're like, wait a minute, what the hell?
Well, that was the thing. Like, I've always been a horror movie guy and science fiction, right? Those are like my two big things.
Fangoria.
Fangoria,
Yeah.
Starlog.
Yeah.
Starlog.
Yeah, and then you know, famous movie monsters.
Man,
So
back
before
in the
you
day,
could
yeah.
pull your
back
your
when people
phone
back then
out,
was called Person.
before you could pull your phone out. Oh, well, speaking of famous movie monsters, I have like 30 different ones of these shirts. Before you could pull your phone out and just pull up whatever information you had, I would have these magazines, and we'd be like talking as kids, and you know, whoever played, you know, blah 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 blah, and this horror movie from 1954, and this is like 1984. We're talking about it, and I'd be like, well, that was so and so, whatever it was. No, it wasn't. I'd be like, I'll be back.
Go grab the magazine.
No, start
Yeah.
rifling
Yeah.
through stacks
Yeah.
of magazines. And, no, it's not this one. No, it's not. Then come back downstairs. What, bitch? Now what? It's in black and white.
It took some time to prove your point.
Yeah, I did.
It's even Josh. Remember all the Nintendo Power magazines?
Yeah, I used to.
Had
Well,
you know,
Chaz
that
and
had,
Junebug
like,
had
all
they
the-
had every one of them.
Yeah, I mean the games would come out and they would publish the maps and
And-
where
yep.
all the
That's how you
secrets
were.
were.
Played the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There was
and
no
like
strategy.
yeah.
There was
like
no IGN.
before
Right, right.
Resident Evil actually got released in the States, I was that weird kid that like went up to like was it Funko Land?
Funko
Before it was GameStop. It was like Funko Land,
Something like that,
and like
yeah.
some other things. I was going into the store. And I was
EB
like,
Games.
I want to pre-order. EB Games was
Yeah,
another
that's one of them. Yeah.
But I was like, I want to pre-order Biohazard, and they're looking at me like, "What the hell are you talking about, kid?" I was like, "I see it. It's in the magazine." And I'd like show them the magazine, like, "I want to pre-order this game." It was Resident Evil, but it was Biohazard
in Japan,
originally in
whatever.
Japan and
Yep.
stuff, and it was like that's how they advertised it, even in American magazines and stuff. But I was that weird kid that was like, "I want that game," and they're like, "We don't know what the hell you're talking
We don't know what the hell you're talking about.
about." But I'm like, "I want."
Hours in those games.
Yeah,
Hours. That genre was so new and so exciting back
Yeah.
in the day.
It
And
was.
the game is literally like 2.5 hours long if you know what you're doing.
First
Yeah.
person's there.
But like your
person over
first
the shoulder.
playthrough is like 40 hours because you're like, I'm looking for a gold eyeball or a red eyeball to put into this
Speaking
thing.
of-
and, like, you're
speaking
walking
of-
around a
Well,
circle.
the puzzles were, I mean, there was it was shortly after that Tomb Raider kind of followed suit
Yeah.
with the whole puzzle
Yeah.
platforming part.
Yeah.
But Resident Evil was just one of those games that really
Cranking off rounds on Train Avenue if you
hit
guys can't hear
hit
them.
you
Yeah.
right in the feels. You're walking through, and all of a sudden the liquor jumps out or ah,
Yeah.
yeah, one of those things.
It
It's
freaks
awesome.
out.
Well,
Awesome.
one of the things that the video games back in the day, like you said, you'd have to. Then they come out those Game Sharks. I wasn't a fan of those.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that was like a lame-ass thing.
Yeah.
But Chaz and Junebug,
Up, up, down, left, right.
they had like every.
Yeah.
You guys still have those Nintendo Power magazines? They had every one of them. They had them like stacked up.
Yeah.
So you could go and like if you needed something on a map, Chaz and them would have it. You could go rifling through the magazines and be like, "Oh, now it makes sense."
Yep, yep. That's where the key's hidden.
Yeah.
Damn it! I've been here 5 times. I never saw it.
Speaking of that, I started playing probably it's been a year and a half ago. I had a small TV set up in the living room in there, and I had my Super Nintendo hooked up.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
So I would come home from work and started playing Zelda on Super Nintendo, and I think I'm gonna have to
Adventures
fucking
of Link.
start again.
Yeah.
Yes, because
Eventually,
somehow or another I
NES.
fucked up with the magic mirror, and it's like out in the water, and I can't. I can flip it, but I
Yeah.
can't get back on land. If I flip it down, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I am
yeah.
like in limbo. And I tried every night after work for like seriously, you can ask my wife, 45 minutes or an hour. And after the third night, I just like dropped the controller. I'm like, I turned it off and pulled the game out. And that's the last time I played my
But
Super
if it was back
Nintendo.
in the day, you could call it Nintendo Hotline.
Yeah.
Remember?
The Nintendo Hotline. Oh my
What was it?
God.
Fucking $3.99 a goddamn
Minute. They would
I don't-
tell
I
you
don't
what
wanna
you
hear
need.
shit about your cell phone plan or anything. Because like, if you had to pay $3.99 a minute, and they were the slowest talking
Oh, yeah.
fucking people.
They were milking
They
you,
were
dude.
Paid by the minute, of
Of
course.
course,
Yeah.
they slow
I
talk.
got-
I got grounded a few times for calling that fucking thing. Like not getting permission.
I actually got in trouble. Speaking making a call in lines for the when they voted on Jason Todd dying. Remember that in the Batman comics? Yeah.
Oh yeah. No
Yeah, I got because they were hitting you for like 65 cents a call.
Yeah, but
And I hit that bitch like 32 times or something.
you were
Like
thinking
$20 worth of calls.
My vote counts, God.
Fuck Jason Todd.
'Cause in
He's
your-
stone cold
in
garbage.
your mind when you're younger.
Bob
you were
says
just
it
like,
was
it's worth
Funko
it.
and software,
It's
etc.
totally worth it.
Software,
Depending upon
etc.
where you
Funko and software,
Yes,
etc.
yes,
Yep.
etc. Yeah.
That, you're right, Bob.
I
Bob, I don't have my glasses on.
I got the comments. I'm looking.
Oh,
at
he's
my
looking at
phone.
him. He's
Yeah.
moderating.
That way, I
tonight.
don't have to look that far.
Oh, gee.
Pepper bacon.
Pepper bacon. Boy, if you guys could only smell what's over here, the masculinity and meat.
Yeah, I watched the recommendations
My
from
penis can only get so wrecked.
Mind Your first video when it was just us and Roman.
Yes.
And
Some
hey,
dog-
what's going on?
Some dog.
Hey!
Oh, we got to come on in.
It's right there.
Hey, some
We
dog-
got another
Yeah.
visitor
If you want
Somebody
something
said
to
that we missed a lot of good questions and
because we were drunk.
So, yeah, well, yeah.
I mean,
So
I'll be
figured,
honest.
I figured it'd be better just to pull the phone out and keep an eye on the comments.
Bob, you should be here tonight, and I really need another one of them tomahawk steaks. We fight over that
Welcome
phone.
to the Buddy Harvey Show. Come say hi, Aaron.
Come on over. I don't think I actually know you.
I don't think you do.
Aaron White.
Aaron,
Buddy
buddy,
Harvey.
Nice to
meet you.
meet
buddy
you.
Aaron.
Like your shirt and your hoodie.
Thanks.
Go on, Aaron. Nice to see you,
How you
man.
doing?
Oh
Nice
no,
to see
that's
ya.
the
That's the
Bungles.
Bengals, yeah.
Oh, I just seen the colors. This guy, are you from Northern Kentucky?
Kentucky, yeah.
Yeah, well, we call it Northern Kentucky up here.
Yeah. That's
No, no offense.
No, you're fine.
Do you know Jerome Kunkel? He has a toy shop in Cincinnati. He's really
Just
good
because they're by Kentucky, they don't know I know each other.
business. Well, they're probably
Maybe
related.
related.
That's not from here. I used to work at a comic book store, so I know a lot of guys down there.
Yeah, Jerome's a really cool dude, man. When me and my wife go down there,
Where do you guys go?
we go down to Cincinnati and hit a bunch of toy stores, like
Okay.
I love the toy department down there.
Yeah, toy department.
That's my favorite store. They upgraded. Have you
Oh,
been
I
there
know.
lately?
Yeah, we were
They
there.
moved, like 3 doors down. Or
Yes,
whatever,
and have
my
it.
God.
Well, they have a friend of mine, Brian Kaufman. You know
Yep,
Brian Kaufman? He does it 3 doors down. He does a bunch of resin figures that are magnetically held together. They're really cool.
Okay.
And they got like a whole display. As soon as I seen them, I knew where they come from.
All right.
So these are Brian's. These are Brian's. You know, they're like, oh, you know Brian Kaufman? I'm like, yeah, I know Brian Kaufman. He's from Cleveland.
There's
Well, Parma.
a couple guys out of Beachmont area. They just opened up the store and stuff. I haven't got down there, but I told they
Which store?
I don't remember the name at all.
Well, let me know.
My buddy just had texted me. He's like, "Hey, I just went to this toy store. It's, you might want to check it
Yeah.
out."
Well,
Check
I'm
it
going to
out.
tell you, I like to eat. And I'm telling you, the best pizza I've had in the world, in legit the world, and they're not sponsoring anything.
I'll redirect that as soon as he's done.
Oh. Whoa! It's Rockefeller's in Sharonville.
Good pizza.
No, he's
Here we
wrong.
go.
It's fucking great pizza.
No, I'll give you it's good pizza, but if you want pizza, you have to go out in the country. It's this little place about this big called Terry's Grocery. It's a
bacon one.
it's a gas station. They sell
Country.
ice cream.
That's where the Italians live.
Yes.
Remember that, kids.
It's
I don't think there's an Italian in Rockefeller, to be honest with you. They're a bunch of fucking hillbillies
you
like
go
me.
down 50. You go down Route 50 until you pass these bunch of little towns. You're gonna get to one called Lynchburg. It's on the left,
All right, wait a minute. I'm going to text it to myself. I'm not even joking.
but it's out there. And I grew up in the little town down the street from it. And the news, it was voted this past year, best pizza in Cincinnati.
It's Lynchburg.
Yeah, Lynchburg, Ohio. It's Terry's Grocery. Terry's
Yeah,
Pizza.
but it's Cincinnati. What do they know about pizza?
I'm telling you, that fucking
Terry's
pizza
It's like the
at,
best
at Rockefeller's,
cheesesteak
I've
in
had it.
Avon.
Terry's been doing it for 40 years. I guarantee I've taken people down there and they're like, yeah, absolutely right.
Well, I'll give it a try on our next trip.
It's also the best leftover pizza I've ever had.
No, I'm telling you, Terry's Grocery. Let me, before I start
I'll
arguing,
give you their phone number. I got it memorized from when I was a kid
seriously.
because I call every time I go down there.
This
All right, I
dude is
text it
serious
to myself.
shit
Did you
about
see?
his
I
pie.
text myself things I need.
So, yeah. Oh no, I do the same thing.
Okay.
I'll tell you.
I will
that.
check it out next time we're down there.
Yeah, 937-364-2156.
He's giving me the
All
number.
day. I'm telling you, you'll be surprised. They're tiny.
That was a word from our sponsor this evening.
Yeah,
just so you guys
Terry's.
know.
I don't even.
Pizza,
It's in
that's
Cincinnati, and we're in Cleveland, but it works out.
Go in and say hi to Terry because he's still cooking.
Is it really?
He's been there since I was a kid.
Probably, yeah.
How good?
Well, that's
is it?
good. I mean, no, I seriously, we go down the Cincinnati area
You
and
deliver to Cleveland.
we just randomly. Oh,
What kind of burger you want?
oh, surprise me.
Jalapeno cheddar or bacon barbecue?
Bacon barbecue. We go down there and hit the toy stores and the flea markets, Treasure Island.
Oh my God, it's
and
good.
Trader's World.
Yeah, bacon. Holy shit!
I half grew up at Trader's World,
Oh, it's the
Caesar's
best
Creek.
bacon
Yeah.
you ever
Yeah,
had.
Caesar's Creek.
Yeah,
I
my
always-
grandfather sold
Dude,
gold out of
they-
there. Smother odds
this
and
man
ends.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
cool, man.
He's
We
not much
just
to look at, but
randomly
I
went
married
down
first
there
meet.
a couple of years ago. That's how I met Jerome. It has,
Okay.
We were up
It's,
last night, she was, like, searching
he's not a sponsor either.
all over
House
the
of
site,
Plastic.
looking at their
What it's
package
called.
deals and everything. It's just like, all right,
He's
never mind.
such a super dude, and his wife Shelly. They're just super friendly people. I believe that's what it's called, because I just know how to go down there.
We make it because I like.
Yeah, I grew up
I
outside
haven't
of town,
bought
so
store bought
uh,
bacon, and I can't tell you how.
but
long.
I don't
We
drink,
every
but I
once in a while go
usually
up to the
frequent
market and
the
grab from them
breweries
guys,
now,
and then we put it in the freezer,
and then I'll
and keep
chase
it.
a
It keeps
couple of
very
the
well,
food stuff.
and
It's
like
good.
we'll
They
bust
got
it
good
out,
stuff.
and just it's stupid. Best BLT you'll ever have is that bacon right there on it. Ever.
House of Plastic, vintage toys and
You
collectibles.
know what you're doing.
He's a super cool dude. It's on General Lee. No, it's 834.
125. Okay, no, I know where that is. That's
You know where-
that's Beachmont.
Here, buddy.
Yeah,
Beach Front- Oh,
yeah. I'll be right back.
all right. Thank you. Whoa.
Flavored burgers from M&M Foods.
M&M.
Yep, M&M.
Let's see here. Look at the bacon, guys. Look at the
M&M
burger.
Good.
My
good.
heart is stopping while he's eating that burger.
This is good. It's not overcooked. This is really good. What one did you
The
get?
man knows what he's doing on the grill.
The bacon one.
This is really good.
Cheddar bacon.
Yeah, this is really
Is
good.
that one of the jalapeno cheddars? Or?
No, that's the barbecue bacon. I'm jalapeno cheddar if you're ready for it.
Barbecue bacon.
I will be.
Funny story. Mama Ray's Pizza on Broadway was really good. But Junebug, did you know that was a funeral home before it was a pizza shop?
Wait, what the fuck?
No, legit. This is not a joke. It's here in Cleveland.
That's concerning.
Best pepperoni you've ever had.
But wait. The pizza was good. But if you went into Mama Ray's, they had marble tables in the back. You could see where they were making the pizza. They still had the headrest on them. Because they were the same tables, Junebug, that they had,
So
and what do they call it? Not exhumed, prepared bodies on, embalming table is where they made their pizzas.
That's crazy.
Beverage choice tonight, we have Maker's Mark. I am having vodka. I'm trying to go light tonight, but you know how that's going to go. Vodka and tonic because I'm classy. Oh, yeah, actually, he got this really weird. It's called Lacto Cooler. And it's a beer. And it's like knockoff Ecto Cooler. Josh showed up with this from Voodoo Brewing Company in Meadville, Pennsylvania. He says it's like a Jolly Rancher in a can.
Yep. Tastes like a Jolly Rancher.
With sugar on top.
Yeah.
With sugar on top.
So yeah, the pieces will just pop right off there. If they don't, just use a razor. They should pop. But I left there's so many small pieces. I left them on there that way.
What you got there?
Did you want that? I mean, I bought it just as retail. Yeah.
Well, guess who showed up? We got another guest here tonight, Mr. Kevin Frazee. A little windy, so I apologize for the noise.
Okay, so this is what I started off
These
Maine.
are really good burgers.
There's two offhand names. Offhand pieces, yeah. And then you can make two complete savor handles out of that. One big one and one small one.
It's quite disappointing in the show when everybody's eating.
Yeah.
Turn it sideways.
But did you know that Junebug, that Mama Ray's had been a funeral home prior to the pizza shop we grew up eating pizzas at? And Junebug is on super lag because he is not answering. Or else he's thinking about all those dead pizzas he ate. Me personally, it doesn't bother me. But that's me. Anybody that knows me knows I'm a weird fucking dude.
On
So,
the bottom, that's part of the wrap. That little piece there, but it doesn't matter because
whoa,
Bob
whoa,
says.
Kevin.
Bob says I'm starting to think Kevin is a transient and has no home. LOL.
He can cuddle with me any night. I can be the big spoon. I'll be the little spoon. I don't care.
I think that will pop up. Because it's got it. You'll see. Just follow the phone.
He's coming to your house next.
He's coming to the Bob cave. Yes, we did, and we put the whole family through college. When did Mama Ray's close, Junebug? Do you remember?
Yeah, Josh, my girl has my cats at her address, so I don't. I'm not one of those guys.
It was really good pizza. And then Village Pizza would get, because Junior obviously has the same last name as us, Harvey. We'd call, and it'd come up in the caller ID, and it'd say Harvey, and they'd say East 72nd or Dallas Avenue. Well, we're the Dallas Avenue Harveys. Village Pizza over on Fleet had really good pizza too.
Nice.
So Dione's and M&M's meats.
Dione's and M&M meats. Who wants to bite my sausage?
You're not gonna be able to find one.
1990. He's got a sausage too. We're offering bites of sausages over here. We can really do fucking burgers.
Oh, burgers are awesome.
No.
I only say that because last name's Harvey. So I started off.
Is Chaz done washing dishes and come over and get his ass kicked?
What's that?
It's really good. Yeah.
And the jalapeno ones done too.
Jalapeno burgers.
So that bacon's awesome.
Whoa, I dumped ice everywhere,
More
guys.
bacon in a little bit. Those Italian sausages are hot too.
Village people. Who's the village people? Is that Dave or Fever commenting? Because I don't have any crotch smoke at the moment. Crotch smoke. But I'm going to get the fog machine out here and get some crotch smoke. Gunshots going off on Train Avenue again.
I'm good, brother. Thank you.
You sure one night?
Yeah, I'm all right, man. I had
You want a pop? Beer?
My wife made me this awesome chicken chorizo thing. It was
She made you what?
chicken chorizo
Yeah.
meal. Oh, fantastic.
You can hang out and get something to eat, bro.
I appreciate it. I'm good. I'm full of
And I'm legit going to try Terry's pizza. I seriously, next time we go down to Cincy,
It's out there now.
I don't care. I drive to Cincinnati to buy toys. I mean, dude,
I'm saying it's 45 minutes. That's my hometown. That's that's out by my hometown. And I usually go out there and buy two and bring them one home.
that her mom and dad went to Cincinnati to pick up a motor like a month ago. Right, it's something that my father-in-law bought off the internet, and I'm like, well, they're stopping at Rockefellers, right? She goes, I already got it covered, and I could not wait to get that cold fucking pizza back here.
Now they make a buffalo chicken pizza.
That was the first time we ever had that.
Yeah, and they also make a taco pizza. It sounds stupid.
No, taco pizza's good.
Stupid fantastic.
I'm telling you, one of the
Taco
best
pizza's
ones.
awesome.
The best ones we tried there was their blue ash chili dog ones.
All right.
Have you tried that?
I have not.
Oh, but we always get the bomber
Okay.
with all the meats and everything with the the lid on it. There's like pizza with a roof.
Now Terry's has their pizzas are huge,
Uh-huh.
and they just upped their price like 5 years ago to $8 for a large. So it's a little ridiculous.
We
It's-
get heckled.
that's all right. But it's a big pizza. They cut them in little squares, but
Really?
they're just cheap.
We will try it, and I will report back.
Hoagies.
Love hoagies,
Hoagies are fantastic. So, and their ice cream. Their ice cream's stupid. If you go,
dude. I sit down and eat a half gallon at a time. My wife won't let me buy it.
I'm telling you, they make these stupid ice cream things. I don't even know what it is, but if you go to their Facebook page, they have pictures of their ice cream. It's whatever. They make these big, colorful concoctions that are just. They'll put you in
Sounds
a
awesome.
coma. Just
Yeah.
be ready.
I'll be ready. And we usually stay. How we found Rockefellers by mistake. We went down there to spend a weekend to go to flea market.
Sure.
You know, and So we got to the hotel room. That was the first night. And I'm like, what do you want to eat? She goes, I don't know. I want pizza. So we happen to be staying in Sharonville.
Okay.
And, we don't like, when we go out, we don't eat at McDonald's or any place like that because those are everywhere.
Well,
Who cares?
Sharonville, you should pop over to Montgomery. Montgomery Inn's there.
Montgomery Inn. That's another good place to eat. Oh, he made a face.
Yeah. So there's 3 of them. Actually, I think there's 5 of them. But the 3 of them, you either want to go to Montgomery Inn, which is the original in Montgomery, or go to the Boathouse along the river, which is more down right outside Cincinnati. They're sweet ribs, but they're really it's a sweet barbecue sauce, but they're world known. It's
good. We love barbecue. We had barbecue at our wedding.
I went there for my rehearsal dinner.
Really?
Yeah, I took 30 people there and we had ribs. It was fantastic. So I try to get as much as I can. It's the pulled pork is good. It's good stuff. There's good food there.
I'm a brisket guy. I like ribs too.
Okay.
Pulled pork, I take or leave it, but brisket and ribs are like my 2 go-to.
Well, next time you go down, man, just send me a message.
I will, man.
I will give you places to go. And if you run into trouble, I will hook you up with my family because they will take care of you.
Oh, look, I got the Cincinnati mob connection now.
So, and they're all rednecks, so you're going to get hugged a lot. Doesn't matter. So.
Nice.
They got good coleslaw?
Good what?
Coleslaw. Homemade coleslaw? See, coleslaw is one of my favorite foods.
My wife makes good coleslaw. They
I
make
like coleslaw.
they're
I
okay,
love
yeah.
coleslaw.
Sure.
Fucking love it.
Vinegar base? Vinegar
I
base.
like both.
Yeah.
The mayo base too, but
I prefer the mayo base.
yeah,
I like
depends
apples
on.
in mine.
I've had that. I mean, it was good.
You can screw it up pretty easily. But
yeah.
if you make a good one with little apple,
That sounds
julienne in
delicious,
it,
yeah.
it's fantastic.
But we were talking about that. I don't even know who I was talking to about it. The first time I had a slaw dog,
Okay.
which, my family originally being from West Virginia on my dad's side. So the first time I looked at a slaw dog, I'm like, well, that looks fucking weird. They had, mustard, their hot dog sauce. I wouldn't even call it chili, coleslaw, and then chili powder on top.
All right.
So I'm like, okay, this is like a West Virginia. I'm like 9 years old. And grandpa was like, eat one. I'm like, as a kid, you are when you're a kid.
Yeah.
And I took that first bite, but my dad and my grandfather were like shaking. They had a can of chili powder and they're like loading that bitch. And they're like, I'm like, so I oh, that's really good. As a kid, I'm like, oh, I've been missing out because I used to eat just hot dogs and I put a piece of cheese on it. Weird kid. I still, as an adult, do it. But
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I put jelly on my eggs. I catch a lot of shit with that.
well, I put grape jelly in my sausage gravy.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Little
Well,
sweetness.
people think I'm like crazy or something.
Yeah,
but
but I eat squirrel and stuff, so
I'm not a squirrel fan. Not a squirrel fan.
people just
Tried it.
Only the people who know you think you're crazy.
Oh. On a side note,
Captain Crappy and Miss Fever Blisters Fandom Iconic said it was Dave commenting, but they misspelled Dave, so I'm suspicious. And then they also said that they are on their way. So
we'll see.
I got
Suspicious.
yeah.
I'm
Again,
good.
we're suspicious.
Thanks for including me tonight. This is awesome.
Oh, we do this every Saturday night.
Yeah.
We cook out, drink, and talk shit on the
I've
internet.
watched you.
Have you
That's a
really?
good time. Yeah, I watched what Dave got on.
Oh my God, Dave! This is like Dave's third time, I think.
Yep. Third time. I didn't count the fingers. Like,
Yeah.
that's 3 right there.
What size is your gimp suit again?
Oh, mine's 4X, baby. Because I like it tight.
Come on now, say it right.
Huh?
4X petite.
Petite my ass. It should be like a 6X, but I like it tight. It tucks everything in. Like
I like to call it a beer.
Just move back a little
I
bit.
just made Aaron back up.
Get the
All
gift.
right.
I like to call it a beer belly large. Bob
No
says
bullet tonight. There is
we got some
floating
bullet
around
back there. Bob says he'll be MIA. He's driving back to the hotel. He'll be back in about 20, 25 minutes. All right, Bob.
You disappoint me, Bob.
He's driving. He probably can't be on YouTube.
Shouldn't be on
Tonight.
YouTube.
There's actually right over my shoulder, right there. There's the bottle of bullet.
And there's some Woodford's Reserve there too.
Which is good
I'm
stuff.
a hillbilly. I like bourbon.
Which is good stuff.
Damn good stuff. These jalapeno cheddar brats are amazing. We do like a. Remember Freddie got fingered? Daddy, like a sausage. Everybody hated Tom Green except me, I think.
I love Tom.
I thought he was fucking hilarious. They're like, it's so juvenile. I'm like, well, yeah.
That's why it's funny.
Really, you could like totally disconnect. It was nonsensical and very juvenile.
Absolutely.
I promise this is medicinal.
I don't give a shit.
Partake.
No, I don't.
Oh, he's like, oh, what are you talking
No, I
about?
don't give a shit.
Hey, Webster.
Dave Webster.
Smoke break.
Well, while we're talking about drinking and everything, I'm going to tell a funny or sad. Kevin Frazee. My great grandfather, my grandfather Bob Harvey, his dad, who was raising him, and I think it turned out he had 3 brothers. I don't remember now, but they got broke up when they were kids because my great grandfather was a shiner, and Revenue Man killed him. So what they did, they broke the kids up and sent them all over the state of West Virginia to like basically a slave labor to work on farms. And what is that smell? Oh, I'm like, they're cooking something.
There's skunk.
So somebody stepped on a skunk over there. Them's good eating, boys. But Shine and my family go back a long way. And it's just really weird. But thought that was an interesting thing. I don't know how many proof this is.
Let me see.
I'm saying 90.
That was
Now you gotta shake it right.
Oh, he's going see.
that was weed seasoning you smelled. The good stuff.
Right.
You think 80?
Yeah. Maybe a little higher.
Dave said
Small bubbles, but they're hanging around.
Tom
Yeah.
Green has a really good podcast. I had no idea he had a podcast.
I didn't
It
either.
almost makes sense.
They are pretty tiny.
I just refuse to let people fuck up my good stuff. Thank you.
I'm going to say it's 90 proof.
80 to 100.
Take a sip.
He says between 80 and 100. I'm waiting. It's cold. It's cold. It's ready to drink if somebody decides to.
My fucking steaks.
Gotta be. You gotta, yeah.
I'll grab the shot glasses.
Dave,
Uh-oh.
I got a fart again.
Who's farting again?
That skunk.
How
did that skunk fart?
With that amount?
I have to check out Tom Green's podcast. 'Cause I always thought it was really funny, man. The dude had like testicular cancer or something. He went through a lot. Man.
Did who was it? Drew Barrymore?
Yeah, for a while, yeah.
I'm full. I like
Very.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. Now, they were together for a few years, I think.
I think they got married. Yeah.
They might have. Drew Barrymore is another
And
psycho.
honestly, like I don't even know that, but I feel like that's something I remember.
Well, we got that Google. I'll Google it.
Yeah, Google it real quick. I'm watching the comments.
I feel like they were. They were married.
Yeah, because he did an entire special, or she was in the special with him when he was going through like the cancer thing.
Yeah.
I'm excluded now.
But
George is like
that was a long time ago. Yeah, he got thrown off. What was it? MTV that he had the show on, or
Yeah,
something?
because he just like would do like really crazy shit.
Yeah, it was like
No, we came in around the same time.
They were together. They were married for a year.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Together they
When did they
shared
marry?
01 to 02.
Wow.
But they have 2 kids together.
Oh, he was busy in those 2 years.
Well, I guess they'd been together for that. They're only married for a year. They have
Oh,
2
good.
kids.
Good for him. Good for him.
You and David,
Yeah, but he was very, very juvenile, and I enjoyed him. So
You get to bang Drew Barrymore more than twice.
he did at least twice for sure. I mean,
I don't know what it was. Then we met in
I know everybody want to watch me eat. What do you want to talk about?
So not true. We met on Grinder.
They met on Grinder. Whoa!
he was like, "Oh, you too."
Yeah, everybody's.
I don't know if you can hear the conversation behind us, but they're talking about how they met on Grinder. They got a special like on Grinder. I know nothing of this.
Just so happens.
Something about flicking it.
Oh God! I just got vodka through my nose.
Oh, that had to burn.
It burned a little bit. It cleared my sinuses though.
Ooh, give this man a
Ah,
paper towel.
no, I'm good. I got it all back in.
Anything fun, George? You wanna grab?
I'll eat a little bit.
I actually forget if last week did we talk about that Captain America Falcon Winter Soldier?
I haven't watched it.
You haven't watched it yet?
We plan on binge watching it, purge watching it. Speaking of the purge, Rhonda's not a fan, my wife, of the purge movies. They freak her out. I see Kevin creeping around back there. Oh, I see his hand.
They're interesting. It's an interesting concept.
It's an interesting. It
Yeah.
like freaks her out. But she watches fucking Forensics Files. That's what I go to sleep every night listening to.
The first one was pretty, you know, I mean, it was kind of like about like the one family, you know, kind of like trying to secure themselves in the house, and then the rest of them just kind of went crazy with the whole like purge slave trade.
Yeah, that
And
was weird.
Yeah, and it was all about like, you know, corralling people up and selling them off, and
Yeah.
pretty much all of the deep weird things that
Well, I watched.
people would pay money that day to do, and it. Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see like if you know, like yeah, kind of.
I watched like one night I couldn't sleep or whatever. Woke up at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and there was a Purge TV show.
Oh really?
Yes, and I watched like 2 episodes of it.
You know, I
It
think I might have
had,
seen that on
um,
Netflix or something.
It might be, but it was just on whatever channel was on the TV, and I'm like, okay, this is interesting. What superhero is Junebug? The answer is always Batman. Who's Batman going to fight and kick his ass? You pick a person, and I'll tell you why Batman will win.
Batman
Let's
and
play that
Iron-
game.
Batman and Iron Man.
We're just going to go Batman.
Deadpool.
Well, Deadpool's. I'm a big Deadpool fan.
Right?
obviously.
That's what I want to see why Batman's going to win.
Oh my God, Deadpool versus Batman. How is he going to beat him? He would probably cut him into pieces, and I don't know, separate the pieces so he couldn't regenerate. But all at the same time, if he just had a head and he cut him up, and let's say Batman cut him up to 38 pieces, would there be 38 Deadpools then, or would it just regenerate from the head? Ooh, that's a weird one.
It'd be like Army of Darkness with
Just
the little
like
ashes.
which but at
Yeah.
that point, if there was only like one
With, like,
piece
little
of them,
pitchforks and
if there was only one piece of them that regenerated, would you be able to pinpoint Deadpool's regeneration spot on his body? Like, you know, was there a specific spot that you like that has to, you know, for him to be able to regenerate?
Well, I
You know,
remember.
is it the head or is it like a part of his body?
I
I remember
remember-
his like feet regrow or his legs grow.
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, well, I remember there was a book from the late 80s. Yeah, I think it was late 80s, called Havoc and Wolverine Meltdown. Did you ever read that? They basically, I'm pretty sure, I know they gave the Wolverine, it was Havoc and Wolverine, they're both X-Men at the time, went on like on a road trip, and it just went awry, to say the least. And it had this really like painted surreal art that went along with it, 4-part little prestige format, books. They fucking shoot Wolverine full of the bubonic plague. The bullets that were like encased with bubonic plague. So he wakes up in the hospital, starts picking the slugs out of himself. And then I'm pretty sure that's the one where he survives a nuclear blast. So it's basically just his skeleton. Yeah, the meltdown. And his body totally regenerates. I mean, he's like at ground zero during a nuke and survives at Wolverine. So I don't know if Deadpool's regeneration level is that level or not.
Well, Deadpool.
Yeah, Meltdown. You should probably look in. I haven't read that book in 25 years. since it came
Deadpool,
out.
like a single cell was all it took for him to
Yeah.
regenerate or something like that.
Pretty much. I mean,
Yeah, that's what Wolverine. He was at ground zero in that Meltdown book.
Yeah.
That's why it's called Meltdown.
Huh.
Yeah, and he's like his skeleton like gets blown. You're like, what the fuck? And he
He's
comes
coming back.
Yeah.
That's the nice thing about Wolverine.
I mean,
Okay.
I don't know if Deadpool can do that. I don't remember reading
So,
that.
question of the day: is Hugh Jackman going to come back to reprise that role in another movie under the Disney moniker? Hugh Jackman under Wolverine.
We'll see.
He was a good Wolverine.
You know, he grew on me. Like at first, I'm
They
like,
paid him a
Wolverine,
lot
like,
of
that was
money.
my
They
favorite.
paid him a lot of money,
Like,
and he was
I
way
wanted to
too
come
tall
back.
to be Wolverine. But
what has
They
he done?
paid him a lot of money to come back to come in for Deadpool 2.
yeah,
Remember the time travel skit?
Well,
at the
yeah.
end? It was
Ghost Rider versus Batman.
No
Well,
scratch.
which Ghost Rider?
I don't know that it was
Nicolas
that bad.
Cage.
It doesn't matter which Ghost Rider because Batman always wins.
I don't know.
That's the only answer you need for that one, Jimbo. And it's Johnny Blaze running around with his Hellfire shotgun. I'm not impressed. Dude, you got a ponytail and fucking aviators on. You look fruity as fuck.
Fruity as fuck.
They're like,
You remember that? When it was Blaze? What was that? It was actually a good book. Midnight Suns? Was that what it was
No,
called?
the word you're looking for is horrible.
No, but for the 90s, it
That
was good.
who else was in that? Morbius, Night Stalkers. But they were short-lived. if I
Yeah.
remember correctly.
They probably would have gotten.
There was among the crossovers between the Marvel lines in that early '90s.
George, sit down for a minute.
deco.
Yeah, come on, George. The other George Harvey. Not my cousin, George, but we still relatives. Because you know what they say down in West Virginia?
Watching the chat.
We got some drunk people watching the chat?
Who?
Yep.
Who? Yeah.
So I'll keep watching the chat.
Oh, I thought you said we had drunks in here.
Yep.
Who are the drunks?
There are no
Drunks
drunks
watching
here.
the chat.
It's 9:18. Come on now.
Chester will win against Bat what? Batman?
Shut it
Chester
down.
can't kick my ass,
No,
bud.
no.
Somebody says, or Buddy Harvey Jr. says Chester will win against Batman.
Well, that's Junebug and it's Bobby Harvey. Not Buddy, because he's not
Bobby.
Buddy.
Bobby Harvey.
Yeah.
Old Man Logan needs to be in Deadpool.
I can see that.
Those Old Man Logan books were really good. I was
have not read a
I was
single one of them.
I was balls deep in them. They were really good books.
Yep, haven't. I mean, I get the evolution of the character and
Yeah.
whatnot, but I quit. Unfortunately, comic wise, I quit following a long time ago.
I did
I've
about
been out of
time
the loop for all the new stuff.
the 6 months before my wedding. That's why I'm going through stuff. I haven't read anything since then because I was so busy. Because every week I'd go to Carol John's comic book shop, get my weekly pull, and I would come home on Wednesday night and read 3 or 4 of the books. And I was getting like at one time 15, 20 books.
And that there is my point on why I quit reading comics because I don't make enough money.
But they had.
To follow everything that I would follow in comics.
I just went in this past week and cut a bunch more off.
Something like that.
Well,
yeah.
DC's went to 6.
DC's went to $4.99, but they give you a 40-page story because I still get some of that. It's only in their Superman and Batman books. They're not doing it in like the Nightwing, the Catwoman, and the 9 other books they have because they have a very small run right now. Everything's real small.
Well, they come back out with Green Lantern and everything again.
Yes.
Restarted that.
That's wrong.
Yeah.
It's sad because we live in a digital age, as we all know, and print media is kind of a dying thing, but they're keeping it alive that way, which is awesome because our children and their children and whatnot need to experience what we experience.
Well, comic
The way
book
we
is the only
experience.
thing that's lasted that's not truly been affected
Correct.
by digital media. So because people still want those books. I mean,
Correct.
even to the point where music and actual books, but comic books has managed to go through that, even though they've changed the way they do things.
But they went through that whole thing too with
Yeah.
like coronavirus, and they were saying that that with the shipping and all that stuff. I don't totally believe that, and I believe it was more towards pushing everybody to digital
Yeah.
to get their books.
American Twinkies. I haven't had a Twinkie in 20 years. Believe it or not.
You know
Porter
what?
says, "What's
Those
up, buddy?"
Twinkies were probably manufactured 20
20
years ago.
And that's what they
These
do.
are for 4th of July.
That's the shit they
1999. Let me see.
But you can still get your
It's still fresh.
Well, they say Twinkies will survive all of us.
Twinkies and cockroaches.
How old are they?
What?
The Twinkies.
I just bought them today. I don't know.
Okay.
One day, Buddy opens vintage. Come on.
Yeah. Well, they.
Fresh.
Oh my God! If you guys haven't followed Arrow from the first movie,
Oh my God.
legit on video, busted
was
it. Yeah, it was straight. It was harsh.
What flavor were the marshmallows? Granite?
No, nothing. But
That's
there's
what you got
videos on YouTube of
Team
me.
ST
I
Chef
got
Boy
it. That was like
Right.
shrink wrapped and had a
See,
flashlight on it. So I did
Oh,
a video
yeah.
at work.
Photos of guys
Cut it
with
open,
thumbs up.
play with the flashlight, rip open the cereal, bust open the bag, got a big bowl of milk, and I'm just sitting there going.
Oh.
I did Batman. I think Batman cereal too from '89.
That was horrible in 1989.
Yeah, it was.
Just the-
But
the
Like,
yellow-
literally, I mean,
like the yellow corn. crisp,
I mean, that was,
whatever.
yeah,
that was the pinnacle movie for me.
It's
at
a
least,
Twinkie.
when it came to superheroes was Michael Keaton Batman.
well, mine's '78 Superman.
I
Yeah, that was the movie. They said, "You believe a man can fly." and that was like
Christopher
mind blowing.
Reeves was
It was mind-blowing.
absolutely
Even then, it was.
Mind blowing.
in the time period before.
It's a
I mean, I had
Twinkie.
seen Superman before that, obviously, but it wasn't at that time period in my life that Batman was just like, wow, the special effects. Nicholson is the Joker.
I mean-
He redefined the bad guy.
Jack
in my
Nicholson
opinion.
as the Joker was the absolute worst thing about the movie, in my opinion. Even as a kid,
I do
when it was
disagree.
new, I'm like,
he was a new iteration of the Joker, in my opinion.
well, I was used to Cesar Romero,
Yeah, Cesar Romero,
who wouldn't shave his mustache. If you look, especially now that
white
things.
face on it, you know.
When you was a kid watching it on a tube TV on Channel 43, not so much, and then you're like watching it on a video, you're like, motherfucker's got a mustache.
You know what though? But back then the resolution was 2,
Oh.
so
Once it got to 8, you could see
I
it.
mean, as my father's remote control, I can tell you there wasn't much detail in that.
Drew,
All right.
is that Andy Druser 74? What do you mean you never seen a man eat Twinkie with 2 hands? I've seen you get 3 hands on one, son.
Bobby says they're gonna do a Logan 2 movie with Deadpool to bring Wolverine back to life.
Really?
Okay. Well, more power to
Interesting.
him.
Wait, what?
What
They're
was
gonna
that
do a
fa- what
Logan
is that
2 movie
face?
with Deadpool to bring Wolverine back to life?
Is that a puking face? Is that a puking face? I can't tell.
No, never
that-
seen Never seen a man eat a Twinkie with 2 hands.
Yeah.
That's laughy face sideways. Laughy
No,
face
but the one
regular,
underneath
laughy
it.
face.
There's another one. Is that a pukey face or he's smiling because he's happy?
It's
Don't know.
mouth open emoji.
Oh, I got a
Like
Twinkie for that.
Nom nom nom.
Jet says no more meat.
The grill's full of meat. Come on over, have a burger.
He says no, that's the O face.
No, it's oh, you about to get that Twinkie, boy?
Oh, Bumblebee just showed up.
I know who this is because I beeped at him a few hours ago on I-90. I seen that car, and I'm like, I know who that is.
I'm vaccinated.
Nail the O face. Nah, the O face.
Hey!
You
Look at
ain't
this guy.
parking? You ain't parking?
I just left the funeral. I'm stopping by and keep going.
Oh shit!
Oh, I'm sorry, dude.
He got pulled towards you.
Derek Fitzer in the house.
What? The man, the myth, the legend.
Good, brother. You want something to eat?
How are you?
Man, bro, I'm about to go eat now. My buddy's mom passed, so I've been with him all day. What's up, buddy?
Sorry about that.
What's up, guys?
Yeah, I seen you on 90, dude. Was honking at you.
Yeah, I see it. I'm trying to answer. I'm flying on here. What's up, guys? Hey, what up?
I'm just invading.
What's up?
I'm just invading. Yes, I'm just invading.
You want something to eat?
No.
This is my neighbor Romeo.
Hey!
You gotta say hi to everybody on YouTube. We're live on YouTube.
Yo, we on YouTube. What up, me and Big Bro? Hey, yo.
He brought some Truly Berry.
Whatever this shit is. Let's go. Let's
It's
go.
only piss warm.
Right, bro. No, it's kind of piss cold. Right. Yo, drink this shit, yo.
Yeah.
Hey.
Well, thanks, brother.
Oh, stop
You
it.
come, we do it every Saturday night.
I remember.
Yeah.
What wifey?
She's at work. She has to work.
She
today.
working?
Yeah.
All right.
Stop in, man.
Okay.
You sure you want nothing to eat?
No. You know what? I might get the wifey. We might stop back and just say, hey.
Romeo made an appearance.
You already know, baby.
Hey,
Oh, shit.
thank you.
All right, no problem, baby.
Put these on ice, guys. I don't know what they are.
Yeah.
Thank you, Romeo.
All right, babe.
Later, man.
Buddy, let me get that.
Later,
cup.
Derek.
This is the ice cup.
Yeah, there's ice. It's ice out of the fridge.
Sorry, did someone say shots?
Ooh, you might tap it. That's my Black Rifle, who does not sponsor the show yet, and I don't know why. You know how much I spend on your coffee? It's a fucking lot. You know how much I drink? It's a fucking lot.
Brought to you by our sponsor, Black Rifle Coffee.
Black Rifle Coffee. If you like coffee, this is the best fucking coffee in the world. Not only is it good coffee and it tastes good. Later, Derek. But it's veteran owned, and
and that's fantastic.
this We have a membership.
Yeah, I don't like coffee. That's fantastic. My sister.
Have you tried their iced coffee shit in the can?
I have
They
not.
just come out a few months ago with them. Speedway's carrying them, and my 7-Eleven that I stop at started carrying them. They're like they have their 300 milligram caffeine energy drink. If this don't get your heart pumping, you're probably been dead for 3 weeks.
No, it's a good coffee.
It's a great coffee. I love it. Josh is back over here. Oh yeah, anybody got any video game questions? Warner.
Yeah. Has its own great group, Next Gen, Uncensored. Yes. More adult related.
Yeah, and
Kind of. Are we any of us adults at this point?
well, we're men children.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, and it's a good thing. We enjoy the things we enjoy. I play video games. I'm a big TurboGrafx guy. Nintendo 64. Bonk Adventure.
R-Type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another game that
Oh.
was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Well, it was actually R-Type, in my opinion, because of the controller alone, was better on Super Nintendo. Super R-Type.
Bonk was a pack-in, wasn't it? That was
No,
a-
that might have been a later one. The
Was it?
first pack-in was Keith Courage in the Alpha Zone
Okay.
in the little Gundam suit.
Keith Courage.
Yeah, I have like 3 copies of that.
Yeah, you were saying earlier. That's
Yeah, that
Well, I don't know.
The worst
I've never tried it.
TurboGrafx game of all time was called Tricky Kick. It was a puzzle game
Okay.
based on blocks, and you played as little fairies. It was weird, and you would move the colored blocks, and you would have to try to
I
play
can
it.
honestly say I've never played this
Tricky-
fairy.
Yeah,
I've never.
that's-
I've
You were
never
like little
heard of it.
fairies, like in different levels of these gardens, and kicking these colored cubes together. Hence, Tricky Kick. And you would have to bounce them, and it was a puzzle game that would fucking just aggravate the shit out of you.
2 words to contradict that statement and be the guest game. Alien Crush.
Alien Crush, I have that.
One of the best
Yeah.
Pinball games
pinball-
ever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Devil's Crush is a great one too.
Devil's Crush was good.
Which I
That was
also
actually-
have.
Crush was the original.
Well, no, the original was on TurboGrafx.
But it was on Genesis.
Genesis.
Yeah,
Well,
they
same as
redid it.
Splatterhouse was originally.
Yeah.
Splatterhouse was originally a TurboGrafx TG16 game, and then it went to Genesis because the Turbo did not take off here in the States at all.
At all. Well, it was expensive as shit. I
Well,
remember-
and even when they marked them down, they still couldn't get
it was
people to
so
buy them.
expensive as shit. I
Was the same with the 3DO
Mhm.
Oh,
and
yeah.
the Neo Geo.
Neo Geo did not take
Neo
off.
Geo was $1,000. Yep.
$1,000.
What was it, like 91
It had like 3.5-bit graphics.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like top dollar. back
Top
then.
dollar.
And now you can buy those games like for like
Nobody wants them.
Nobody wants
I
them.
had the handheld Neo Geo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The re-release. thing.
Yeah, the re-release.
What was the fighting series on that? That was real popular.
King of Fighters.
Yes.
Yeah, it was.
Yes.
And they had, so they would like breathe when they were standing there, like they were out of
Yeah,
breath.
yeah.
It was the greatest thing at that time. It blew your mind.
Oh god, it was what pre-Mortal Kombat days by
Yeah.
a lot.
Oh,
By
yeah.
a lot.
Oh, but when Mortal Kombat came out,
Well,
it redefined fighting.
It did.
It was
Blew
the
your
Resident Evil of the fighting genre.
first time I played,
what was it? Super Nintendo though. If you bought it on Super Nintendo, it had the green blood because Nintendo didn't want
Yeah,
red
the red blood,
on
yeah.
there.
It's Nintendo. It's for kids. I mean, they don't want
You still had guys like just
Well, when you
At
rip
that
somebody's
time,
head off, you
naming
don't-
each other.
Yeah.
Like,
When,
it's
when you do the
green.
fatality and you rip
coming
somebody's
out.
head off and their spine's hanging there, you don't want to drip in red blood.
no,
It's
that
too
was
much.
just uncalled for.
But green blood, this is okay.
Splatterhouse, though, was a very, very well made, very interesting, very playable game.
And it was genius too because it was when Jason was huge.
Yes, and
And
that was the
everybody
thing.
wanted to be Jason.
Everybody wanted to be Jason.
Everybody wanted
Like one of
to
the
be that
most,
guy.
I think it's the end of the first level or maybe the second level. You always get to the boss level. The flying chairs. Do you remember
The
that?
second level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the chairs would, and then after you like knock one chair, they'd start instead of you could like memorize the pattern, and maybe after you knocked out 2 chairs, then they would just go psycho. They didn't follow a pattern. You're just fuck. I loved it.
Back when games were difficult. You know, I mean, the difficulty level for those games, in my opinion,
Yes.
were poor. Maybe since we were younger and less coordinated or whatever. But
Maybe.
One thing for all the people that are like into games and stuff like that, I want to call them concerns that Xbox bought Bethesda and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
MLB baseball is on Xbox now. Nobody thought that was ever going to happen. The show, Sony
The show,
makes it,
yeah.
all that. Relax. They did not. Sony didn't do that out of the kindness of their heart. They
That's why we have-
literally made a deal that nobody knows. Like, I don't even know, but I feel like they made a deal where they were like, "Oh shit, you bought Bethesda. Like, hey, you don't have a baseball game. We're going to give you this baseball game on Game Pass."
Yeah.
Like, there's something else to it. Sony did not just do this just to sell games or anything. Like, it's cool, but like, don't worry. Like, Fallout and Elder Scrolls and stuff like that is still probably like, I'd say like 98% is going to be on PlayStation. Like, Xbox, Microsoft, they're not stupid. They don't want to cut that off. It's just like when they bought Minecraft for $2 billion, but you can still get it on any platform. Like, anything. They don't care.
Well,
You know
what-
what? Microsoft bought that because now they get the merchandise rights and everything like that.
Yeah.
And these kids are buying those toys left and right. They're in every store. Like,
And fucking,
that's the money they want.
not just Walgreens, who does have a toy selection, but like fucking Revco or Rite Aid, whatever.
Five Below. They
Five
have
Below,
a
yeah.
giant like Minecraft section. Like,
Monogram or Ergo model.
Yeah.
Yeah, discount drug. You know,
They say the runaround.
do you guys remember? Oh my God! Now I can't. I'm drawing a blank. There was one right up here in Clark. What was that other drugstore chain here, Junebug in Cleveland? I know you know.
We got
Motherfucker.
Rite Aid, Walgreens, CVS.
And they have small like Ritzer, and you have
We had Rexall and all that too, but it wasn't Drug Mart. It was another one that carried a huge selection of models and toys. Medic Drug. Medic Drug. Medic. You
Yeah.
guys remember Medic Drug?
Yeah.
There was one. It's now Clark Auto Parts right up here up the street from my house. They carried every fucking thing, every kind of model you could imagine, from your typical at that time $4.99 Camaro, right, all the way up to the $300 fucking 112 scale battleship. They had a whole like aisle of models and Robotech toys when those were first out. They had them all.
That
Medic
guy
Drug.
behind you is the model guy. I was never into that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm totally a model. Everyone on camera
I
can see it.
was never. Yeah, you should see his Gundam.
Yeah.
Dave, not in front of people.
He's gonna show his Gundam here in a minute, boys.
I've seen it. It's this big.
It's this
That's
big.
the After Dark episode.
It's articulated too.
I bet he's gonna have crotch smoke as well.
It's on the internet. Just Google.
Everything's on the internet.
I think the first time as a kid, like I got a model kit. Like I open up, I'm like, "Fuck is this?" They're like, "You got to put it together." And go and paint it. They're like,
You see, Dave never learned the joys of sniffing the glue.
Bunch of goddamn glue heads. We were talking about Tremont used to be nothing but glue
got me
heads.
through like 91 to 94. All right, it was a tough time, tough span.
I was.
The golden years.
Yeah, I was talking about Medic Drug, Junebug.
I used the phrase earlier. Back
Matthew Higgins, they have alcohol. Does it matter? Of course it doesn't matter. This ain't even real right now.
When I avoided the cops.
Oh, to the GameCube. GameCube probably has one of the
Many trees, many
exclusive at
fires.
the time, I believe. Resident Evil 4 was absolutely
no matter what you were doing,
Yeah, they pull up
good,
turn the
bad,
lights
Didn't they have an-
changing
gone. Yeah.
to me. Like, I played through that game so many times to like, and you get the Tommy gun and all that stuff. Like, that is one of the best gaming memories that I actually have in my life. And I'm not even like a huge Nintendo guy anymore, but I love that game so much.
Yeah.
And on the GameCube, it was perfect.
From the GameCube on, I'm not because I had a Wii and I like gave it away or sold it. Like,
Everybody had a Wii.
the only thing we
Like,
played like the
literally,
bowling
like-
on it like probably 5 times, and I'm like, well, this sucks. This is like boring.
Baseball part wasn't
No,
bad.
no,
I mean,
no, you didn't drink enough. Like,
No, well, maybe that's what it was.
literally, we would like move all the furniture in the living room.
We used to do it there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like we would full blown, like you had to do it. Like if you couldn't do the weak little, like, all right, I'm just doing it. No, you had to be at a bowling alley. We like put the line on the floor, and we were like,
Oh my God,
if you
they
go
went
past the
legit.
line- yeah, like it was so
this
much
shit
fun.
was competitive.
Yeah.
Yes, wasn't
Oh, it was so much fun.
Right?
Oh,
I've played Madden for money, so I'll say that.
Madden is one of those games I've always been horrible at.
No, I'm good at it.
Greatest strategy, but not a Madden.
I could
Don't know
crush
why.
the computer, but if you put me against a person,
Oh, it's all bad.
Yeah,
Well, because-
yeah.
The same way I play chess, I play video games. It's just you
Oh, right.
cannot.
Right.
No, I just do whatever
What's
feels
the
right.
the show on Netflix? The chess one, the one that came out that was huge.
Um,
Just recently.
Oh shit.
God damn it!
I don't know. My wife is like balls deep into Grey's Anatomy. So that's all I see.
What's the name of that show?
With the girl that was playing the chess. Queen's Gambit.
Yes.
Queen's Gambit.
Queen's Gambit. That's how I felt when I was playing against computer. And I was just like, crushed you. I had it on easy. And like they didn't do any like the advanced moves, but like I would play that. And I was like, I am probably the best chess player in the world.
Thank you.
Well, I'm the guy.
Let me know about the
Nice
next
to
one.
meet you, brother. I gotta
Nice,
go.
nice to meet you. Stop by anytime, man.
Thanks, man. I'm Mike.
Yeah.
I'm Mike.
We're always out here Saturday nights doing our thing, and I'll let you know about that pizza.
Yeah.
I really will.
Just hit me up on Facebook. I'm on there. I can give you whatever too.
Okay.
I think they're like a fourth of the way here.
You want the
We ordered one. I
5
think
feet
they're like a
bathroom?
fourth of the way here. The pizza.
Oh, but 4 hours away.
It's not that far of a drive.
Dude, good food is worth a 4-hour trip.
Make a
I've
trip
driven
out
I've
of it.
made many trips.
I mean,
to
we
Chicago
do
for
things
good
like
pizza.
that.
I'm going down to.
These guys are going like
gonna
good
have
pizza in
cake.
Cincinnati. Now there's no good pizza.
Let me know. I mean, I will take one.
If I can keep it in the car and bring it back, I will. I can't make any trouble.
Well, we take legit clear, the unscented clear, like industrial trash bags, and with the one we bring back, and then Rhonda had it on the fucking dash of my car, heating as we were driving. My old Blazer, the heat was on 24/7. AC quit working, so it's in the summertime. My brother-in-law attested to this. You either had the heat blown in your face or blown in your feet. Which way do you want it? We'd have all 4 windows down, driving around. So she had it on the dash, heating it, and it was even better the next day. It was so good.
Great pizza smelled like gym socks.
Yeah, it was awesome.
This one drips with grease.
Right?
Yeah, let me know. Definitely. Thank you.
I'm turning
Pizza's always good.
Good meeting you, bud.
Yep. Yeah, I got disenfranchised with Nintendo though. I really did because I love their systems. I was always a cartridge guy, not a disc guy. Like obviously the Hue cards, for Turbo, you know, 8-bit Nintendo, 16-bit, you know, etc. and so on.
And then for the only thing I like really, Nintendo does some weird shit, but like Nintendo, do your thing. Like that's your niche. I mean, obviously, you guys are killing it because people love Nintendo.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know why with the GameCube you did these like little weird discs that were like this big. Like why was that?
Yeah, it was bizarre. And then, you know, the GameCube I still hung tough with because of Smash Brothers, Melee, things of that nature.
I never got into Smash Brothers.
Oh my God. I got a
like,
story about Smash Brothers for fucking Nintendo 64. So, well, there's Drug Mart used to rent video games.
Yeah. They
So-
still rent movies,
Do they really?
which is so weird to me. Yes.
Okay.
They still rent movies.
Okay. I rented Smash Brothers when it come out to try it. Brother, because at that time I would go buy a game for fucking $60, play it 10 minutes, and be like, oh, this sucks.
Yeah.
So I rented it, and then I got deployed or whatever. And it was like a short deployment. Or maybe it was just training. So I forgot to return the game. So I had all these late fees. So I'm like, go to my Drug Mart, and I have the game in my hand, right?
And
I'm
they
like,
don't stop though either. Like
No,
with the late fees.
it was
Like, there's
something-
not like okay, you bought the game for $60. Or
No,
$50
well, that's
or
what ends
whatever.
up happening.
Like-
It was the weirdest thing. So the girl behind the counter, I'm like, she's like, oh, and she's back there with a fucking adding machine, and she come up with like, seriously, like $312 or something retarded.
But that,
She goes,
that's what it
but
is.
she goes, you sure you didn't lose it? I'm like, no, it's right here. She goes, if you tell me you lost the game, I will charge you $69 or $59 plus tax. If you tell me you lost, and she like pushed it back across the counter at me. And you know, they had the boxes in like the clear plastic, and it was setting on the shelf where the game in the plastic clamshell, the rental shell, would be. And she goes and grabs the box and sets it on top of it. She goes, if you say you don't, and keeps pushing it on the counter, you don't know where it's at, it's $59 plus. I mean, I have no idea where it's at. And she like slipped it in the bag, and I paid $59 plus tax for it. Rather than it was seriously like $312 in late fees. It was insane.
That's the thing, because I believe rental companies they get charged a different fee for movies and games and
They
things
do.
like that. They don't buy them
Correct.
for $60 and rent them out.
Yeah.
They actually buy them for like $300.
No, that was one
that
was one of the whole things in the Blockbuster
Yes.
show that they explained was like basically the whole rental thing started because VHSs used to be 100.
They were when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Well, betas
So-
and VHS.
Yeah,
But
so-
Betamax.
Betamax, love it.
And the movie studios didn't want they didn't even want VHSs because they thought that a viewing of their movie was worth more than $100
Oh, yeah.
for the tapes.
Well, because
So then-
they sold theaters. They didn't
Right.
sell. You couldn't watch it at home. You had to go to the theater. And
Right.
the theater's how many seats? I mean,
Exactly.
Right,
yeah.
right.
You know,
And-
and how
and
many
they-
ticket
yeah.
sales and what
They
percentage,
looked at every time that movie's viewed, it's lost of money on their end. But then what happened was then businesses started to make like movie rental places, and basically what it was okay, you know, the cost of this
Uh-oh.
$100 VHS is going to get
Just a
split
little
up amongst this many people over
That's
this
just
amount of time.
applicants.
And the movie studios actually
Should you get in the hot seat here?
sued the rental companies and said that they were not allowed to like rent out their content. And actually it went to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court said no, once they buy the copy of the movie, they can do whatever they want with it. So and then basically what happened was then the rental industry boomed.
Yep.
and the studios went, oh my God, there was so much revenue into this.
Insane.
And
nuts.
Speaking of which, I'm going to keep going. I'll tell you what the first movie that kicked ass in sales was. I know what it is, but you keep going. Do you know what it is? The first one that kicked ass in sales that come out at a reasonable price?
Oh, that would have to be Debbie Does Dallas.
But speaking of Debbie Does Dallas, that was the first porno I seen on beta
Right?
at 8 years old. And I'm like, I don't know what's going off, but everybody wants to watch this, so I'm going to watch it.
I've never looked at a car wash the same way.
No,
I don't
or
remember.
a candle shop.
Oh,
I
God.
don't remember.
I remember.
Oh, dear Lord.
Because when I was a kid, like
The things we think of in these shows.
Yes.
that was a lot. I mean, that was pretty much all like before my time, because I grew up like with
Oh, here we go.
blockbusters and everything too. So.
You're not that much younger.
What was the movie?
Top Gun.
Hmm.
It come out at MSRP of $19.99,
Yeah.
and it blew everything away because movies legit, as my cousin Jay, who might be in here, will tell you, back in the day, movies were legit $89.95 for
Right.
factory copy.
Yeah.
Blank tapes were $30.
Yeah.
So once the movies come out, pre-recorded factory movies at $20, it changed the game. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
the one that broke the records was Batman, 89 Batman. The Top Gun was the first one that set all the records. And then 89 Batman comes out, and it just, because everybody had already seen this movie at that time 15, 20 times going to the theater.
Right.
And then it come out at $20.
They
People
wanted
like,
to buy the movie.
fuck
go
yeah, I'm
watch it.
buying it.
Yeah,
Watch it.
absolutely.
So it's made.
Well,
So
how old are you, George?
42. I'll be
You're
43 this year.
younger than me. I'm probably the oldest guy here.
No, you're definitely the oldest guy here.
Definitely, though. I know Kevin and Jay. They're young. Josh?
Yeah.
How old are you?
Should we ID?
We'll put a little yes.
Should we ID?
How old am I?
I think maybe we have to ID.
A couple of these guys, look at the baby face killers over there eyeballing us.
both on their electronic devices.
Mhm.
I mean, let them catch their Pokemon.
If you're catching Pokemon in my house, you have to leave.
Right now.
And actually even further into that blockbuster show, they also talked about how after the movie rental industry boomed, that basically once blockbusters started getting so big, they would go to the movie studios and say, okay, we need an absorbent amount of copies for all of our stores.
You remember, you'd go in and
Yeah.
they have like 50
yeah,
copies of whatever just come out.
And so what they did was,
All the good ones were always just the case and nobody would buy it.
Yep.
working on the power line.
Well, they had the Cleveland
Yeah.
Public Powers that from starts
Yep.
right there.
Oh,
and
he's
goes
going
all the way
to call
to,
that.
Finds a truck.
all the
yeah.
way to the freeway.
Yeah, he's going on a call or something. But yeah, so what they started doing was Blockbuster said, okay, instead of us buying the copies at $20 a piece. How about we buy them at $2 a piece, and then we'll give you profit share.
Yeah.
So that's when they'd have the movies like Ghost when it come out, which was a huge movie. They guaranteed rental because they would have 1,000 fucking copies.
They
as opposed
Patrick Swayze. Hello.
They had hundreds.
Every woman in America.
that movie is stone cold garbage.
Oh, 100% garbage. Patrick. Every woman in America was dripping like a fucking pot roast over that man. Done deal. Every one of them.
It was that movie is
your grandmother got wet watching that movie. Sorry,
she liked really Jimmy Swagger. Either way, yeah, she probably did. You're right. So the thing about Patrick Swayze, that's all I can think about my grandmother.
Buddy.
Oh man, dude. Oh, that's just
not
rough.
a fun night. You talk about your grandmother's sex drive.
Yeah, and Patrick Swayze.
So back to
Mima, no.
Back to cooking turkey.
Cooking turkey.
Do that? No. Oh, you know it's great. One day, all of our kids and all their kids will be talking about us like that.
Warner's laughing his ass off, literally.
You know, you're welcome. That's all I can say to that.
Your Sergeant Slaughter's still over here. I gave him a Sergeant Slaughter last week. Well, he lost it drunk. You know where we found it? We found it in the mailbox.
Okay.
It was legit. It was in the mailbox. Yeah, we found it.
I wish my Sergeant Slaughter would ship. I got one of those Action Force ones, the Kickstarter or pre-order or whatever. They did the 6-inch line. Oh,
Really?
dude, yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
I think you can still get them. The big box sites have them, like BBTS or maybe
eBay.
Oh yeah, eBay exclusive.
eBay exclusive.
But yeah, they made a Sergeant Slaughter in the new style 6-inch figure to go with the Joes.
Really?
Yep, the classified.
Nice.
So yeah,
Sergeant Slaughter always has a soft spot in my heart because, you know, as a kid, I was a wrestling fan. Then when he turned heel and was
of course.
running around with the Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov, I'm like, you piece of shit.
Yeah, it is what it is. That, you know, Vince McMahon is one of the smartest people on the planet.
He really is.
I mean, he really turned that whole WWF back then, if you remember, around and made it from a bankrupt company to a entertainment multi-billion.
It's insane.
Yeah,
it's insane.
The WWE is insane now. I mean,
he unionized them and everything.
Of course he did.
It's crazy. He
really, you know, and it's a shame. The ones who lost their lives and livelihoods building up to that because of the injuries and
I mean,
the drug use,
steroid, the whole 9 yards. Yeah, it's just crazy. I mean, these guys legit, you know, as performers, gave all, and I respect that. You know,
oh God,
but
more than any of us could ever give.
No, exactly. But I question. You know, I'm not going to go there, but I'm going to go there. I question a 50-year-old man's, you know, sexuality who likes to watch two other dudes oiled up rolling around in tights. But I mean, it is what it is. When you're a kid and you haven't hit puberty, this is like really cool.
I mean,
when you're an adult, I still enjoy it as entertainment.
It's stimulating.
There's some
when they
people
flip each other up and put, you know, the 69 position and slam them.
Sergeant Slaughter is still a trainer in the WWE. Who's saying that? Dave, are you saying that?
That was
well, it's Dave's face.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't have a guess at my age at all. We got a kid over.
No, nobody guessed his age.
39. I'll be 40 here in August.
Yeah, I'm 48.
I'm old,
so
man.
I'm old.
Getting there.
So I come in at the pinnacle of collecting, you know, because I legit remember seeing Star Wars, and then remember driving to Detroit as a child because Empire Strikes Back.
I remember seeing Star Wars. I saw it like last week.
My wife has yet to watch them.
Next Gen Uncensored.
Dude, no, I'm serious, man. But like collecting now, like I have literally started to see Power of the Force figures for $10 to $20.
I know that you couldn't give away for $3.
Yeah.
Like, I could not. You could have a tote of them, and the garbage man would be like, "Red tag, no."
Red tag, no. They report you.
Yeah, right. Hazardous waste.
Yeah,
Dude,
they'll be like, "No, we're not taking this."
I can't take it.
I bought a like a case of them off of a guy named Bill.
By the way,
we
next giveaway in the Not Your Kids
Yeah,
Toy group is
Bill
going to be Power of the Force
We,
Star Wars figure.
Because they're hot as
Hot
fuck
as
right
fuck.
now.
They're on fire.
It's Fuego.
It totally should be.
And they got crotch smoke.
Oh my God, there's just
Those figures. when they come out, I'd like jumped all over them, obviously. Yeah, but like Luke Skywalker's like jacked. Solo's
all 3
jacked.
points of articulation.
Fucking Leia was
Leia's
jacked.
jacked.
Yeah, exactly. Bitch in here looking like China and shit. Wearing Leia's outfit. You're like,
come
wow.
on, China was one of. Have you ever seen her porn?
Yeah, it's the
Wait, Leia's?
no
China.
China.
Oh, okay.
We went and bought, but predating the porn when she first did the Playboy, right? And it was like, this
Oh
big deal.
God, no, that yeah.
And
yeah.
then
That
I'm
was the
like,
misprint. It was
looking.
actually Playgirl, and they misprinted the label to Playboy.
And I'm like, is that a
Zoom.
dude? Legit? I'm like, oh man.
I am all about an empowered woman, but dear God.
Cartoon, I love you. I miss you.
Oh, I know, right?
She'll be back.
I don't know.
I think so.
But they brought James Gunn back, so I would think they would bring her back as well. But it's hard to say. But anymore, that it's funny you bring that up because Dave and I have talked about that. Anymore, if you're a celebrity, you just can't say anything. Nope. Because anything you say, if you're in the limelight,
but unless you're going along with the agenda,
well, of course, yeah. That doesn't.
You're triggered by sugar-free. What was it? Yogurt or something?
Something, yeah.
It was some like ludicrous shit. Demi Lovato. Is that who it was? Demi Lovato. I remember.
Yes, Demi,
Like, when I'm taking a dump in the morning, there's so much I care. So I go in there in the bathroom and I'm like, okay. This bitch said what? I'm like, no, let me read this. Click on. I'm like, people are legit retarded, and I'll like lay my phone down in the sink. I don't want to look at it anymore.
That's where you pick up the
gonna
Febreze can and read that.
No, fuck that. How many guys in here have read like an Ajax bottle or just anything while you're sitting there?
Every one of us,
Yeah.
I think.
I just a Febreze can, Lysol, whatever's in
It's
the
a rite
bathroom.
of passage. I mean,
That's I kept comic books in there for your trade paperback.
Oh God!
and
Read it over again.
yeah,
read it over again,
well,
read
like
it over
Star
again.
Brand from the New Universe from Marvel from back in the day.
Reader's Digest. That's why I was.
Oh,
that
dear
was
God.
like that used to be my favorite. Like
Because they were
bathroom.
condensed stories. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sears catalog.
Joel, remember
Sears and
catalogs?
Victoria's Secret.
I remember.
And how long were you in the bathroom, Josh?
I remember.
14.
I remember when they used to put out J.C. Penney's and Sears, and Montgomery Wards would put out a catalog, the Wish books.
Oh, the Wish book. I remember that.
Oh, but then now that's all over. It's just
Oh no, it's not. Well, no. Amazon sends one out.
I don't know. We have Amazon Prime for years.
They send that we last year we got an actual physical
Really?
branded catalog.
I don't remember
yes.
getting one.
And then Target does one, I
we
believe.
got a fucking toy book right before Christmas from Amazon.
Yes.
Really?
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
The
Well, what do
toy
you,
was
you
like
order
that.
toys and shit off Amazon?
Yeah.
So they probably, I don't. So I mean, we order just like dog meds and
We
shit
do
like that.
everything. I mean, I'd probably spend about 12 to 15,000 a year.
My canopy, this canopy did come from Amazon though.
By the way, tonight's other sponsor is Amazon.com.
Send me some free shit.
Jeff Bezos, you're welcome for whatever gold toilet I paid for this month. I'm sure there was at least
I'm motherfucking gold toilet paper, not a toilet. That's platinum.
Dude, at this point, that dude, we were actually talking. I was talking to my boss about that at work, and I was like, that man wrote a check, it's not literally, but essentially, for $65 billion in his divorce. He's now worth $165 billion.
It's the most insane thing in the
That
world.
doesn't happen. I mean,
Hey, dude got lucky.
lucky is not even the word. Dude's a genius. I
Yeah.
mean, Bezos is one of those people that he had a vision and he did it. And God bless him.
Yeah.
Lex Luthor.
And then we have a pandemic, and we can't shop. So what do we do?
All that shit's super
So
sketchy.
who are we gonna
Super
Yeah,
sketchy.
We get on Amazon and order shit. It's almost like it was fabricated.
I don't believe it.
So who do we
From the
consider
beginning, I
Elon
didn't
Musk?
believe it.
Bezos is Lex Luthor, who is Elon Musk.
That's a good question. Who would-
Half-ass Iron Man. I'm just expecting him to show up in a suit. Not against Elon Musk. Dude's a
Is it
genius.
a great value Iron Man? His name is Tony
you're
Stark.
right there, buddy. That's,
Yeah, that's pretty good, right?
just a very unarticulated.
He's gonna float
Instead-
down with
instead
like a
of- instead of
Febreze
Iron
mister,
Man-
and you're all vaccinated.
Oh my God, that would be.
No, that's
holy
fucking
shit,
what's
though.
his name?
They're slowly
Um,
descending.
Instead of Iron Man, it's like Iron Kid.
Iron Lad. Actually, from
Steel Boy.
what was that?
Steel Boy.
Jesus Christ, they would. They'd
What
be like
was-
little
I don't know,
puppies
he-
and
he
shit
was
all
just
around
so-
too.
Absolutely.
What was that horrible ass Marvel comic of Hulkling and Young Thor and Iron Lad and Patriot Boy.
Vision.
What was that called? It was back in the 90s. 90s, early 2000s.
X-Men.
No. X-Men 2099.
Right.
Those 2099
Oh my
books
God,
are
horrible.
fucking garbage.
Horrible.
The only one that was even semi-readable was the Punisher one, and it was still fucking garbage.
Hey,
Spider-Man
2099 was like, what is this?
garbage.
The suit was cool.
Yeah, there's the only thing cool about it.
But otherwise, yeah, throw it away.
The Punisher one, the only thing that was good about it, he was fucking violent. The rest of garbage. Doom 29, Ravage.
Oh my God, they did them all.
Yeah, well, that Ravage character, I think that was actually a real just made up for that universe.
I don't know.
And then the X-Men were living out in the desert, and like they were just like half-assed Guardians of the Galaxy from the
If you
90s.
could strike things from the comic record, that would definitely be among the top three.
Yeah,
At
and
least.
well, that new universe shit when it come out, like Strike Force Mortuary and all that, I was a kid when it come out, and like Star Brand, I thought those were great books, and like that Star Brand book, the big omnibus or whatever trade paperback, I reread it twice, and I'm like, I can't believe at fucking 11 years old I really like this book because it's garbage.
I'm gonna interject real quick. Dave Carpenter says he needs directions to your house.
How the fuck do I get to your house? Well, I would use a car. From where you're coming, that's how I would do it.
Yeah, definitely don't hitchhike.
No.
Um,
I mean, you could probably do it, but
Will a buddy text you the address? Or just put it on here. It's
No, not yet.
123 Fake Street.
If you're talking about where the freeway's out, Dave, you go to Lorraine. I think that's what you're talking about. You go to Lorraine, turn on Lorraine, going up, go to 53rd in Lorraine, and come across 53rd, and I'll see you when you come across by the Boss Factory. If that's what
if
you're
you
talking
drive
about.
by, we will throw things at you.
And heckle you, nerd!
Nerd.
Everybody get a bottle ready.
Oh,
I'm gonna throw my black rifle. Send me a new mug, because I'm gonna hit him with it.
Come on, guys. That's mean. I got an empty can. It's not going to do any damage.
No,
Here you go, buddy.
he's driving around like an idiot.
Our
Let me
third
call
sponsor
Dave.
for the night, Green Mark Vodka, just so you know. Phone calls are being it. Oh, I got to refill. Dave's in a hot seat.
Hey, dude. Yeah.
Give them directions.
Are you on? You got to get on Lorraine Avenue.
Make 3 lefts.
No, you
Then
got to
right.
go to 53rd and Lorraine. You can only go one way. If you can find 53rd and Lorraine, you come across 53rd. You'll come across the bridge. It's close to my house. You'll see the old Boss Factory at the school that's down at my corner. And then when you come across that bridge, you'll hit a stop sign. If you make a left, you would go over to that music studio over there. If you make a right, you'll come by the junk cars and everything, and you'll see the lights on down there. Well, come to 53rd and Lorraine. You can only turn one way on 53rd and Lorraine. At the light there.
Only the right way.
Yeah. All right. We're here. Giving directions over the phone. I would go get him, but I've been drinking, so I'm not going anywhere. That is not how I roll.
Where's he at? Like down the
25th
street?
and Walton, I think he said. He's only 25 blocks away. He'll be all right. You'll get here. Bob is back.
He's getting on the live chat. I'm lost.
How the fuck did I get to your house? You said in the live chat. Go past the trap house, make a left at the burnt out Weber.
Do
The
not
dead guy
engage with
on the
the
tree
crackhead.
lawn. You went. Do not engage.
Do not engage.
Yeah, I ain't seen the crackhead in a few weeks. She might be over on the east side or something. I see her. It's the craziest thing. She lives up the street here.
Okay.
And I see her like I work over in Garfield Heights. And I'll see her on Broadway at Broadway and Miles. I'm like, how the fuck is that bitch over there? And then me and Rhonda seen her like in Lakewood, just all over the place, bebopping down the street.
She's walking around all day.
Yeah, that's what she does.
I got a whole route.
Yeah, well, this
Like a
is
delivery vehicle.
This is
you
like
know,
at 7:30 in the morning. She's at Broadway and Miles. I'm going to work.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
She's probably getting ready to go home for the night.
You're seeing did the crackhead shuffle 24/7, Bob. She is a straight crackhead. She followed my mother-in-law home one night. Not a joke.
She was walking?
Yeah, because my mother-in-law lives at the other end of the street. She left here And that crazy bitch followed her home with a paint scraper. I would have shot her. I'm just going to be honest with you.
Your mother-in-law was walking.
Yeah, she does
Oh,
that.
okay.
She walks to her house down at the
Gotcha.
across 44th. And this crazy bitch followed her all the way to her yard with a paint scraper. I would have dumped the mag in her. And it called it self-defense. I'm just being honest. Do not engage. Was you there for that? It was great. I was like, do not engage. Do not engage. She's like, rah, 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 rah. Fucking crackhead. My neighbor Billy's house that burnt, according to Billy, come in his back door one night at like 11 o'clock at night, just like walked into his fucking kitchen. I'm like, and you didn't, he was standing there making eggs or something. I'd hit her with that motherfucking skillet, dude.
It's like, what are you doing?
He's like, you need to get the hell out of my house, bitch. Do not engage. This is Adam. Which Adam?
You like stout?
I like stout.
No, it's the
I know a few Adams.
But this is the place I keep inviting them to, you know?
Waiting on a response. We probably
They're
should
revving it down there.
Yeah. Well, they're always racing down on Train Avenue.
They do a good IPA too.
Isaiah Adam?
Good
No, Isaiah is
Pilsner. They do
oh man. I got a buzz, guys. Give me a
From the
second.
war room.
We're all from the war. Oh, your brother Adam. Adam, dude, I got cookies. I got Chewy Chips Ahoy, and
that's why they're left over because he's not here.
yeah, dude, they're you know these motherfuckers are over here playing goddamn Nintendo Switch in my house. Are you on the Wi-Fi at least? Do you want the password? Are you trying to play online?
No, I'm not. I'm playing freaking Switch. I'm playing Super Nintendo. So I'm gonna get. He's got to catch them all.
They're playing Pokemon Go. They're playing Pokemon Go at my house.
No, give us the retro game you're playing.
Dude, that's one of the best games ever made. Yeah. Tell me I'm wrong.
I don't own a Switch.
Right in front of you.
Probably figure I think like
Where's home?
probably like
What do you mean?
I choose the right.
Well, I know you smash cookies, Adam, but I bought 2 packs of cookies. You can see them over my shoulder there. They're Chewy Chips Ahoy, loaded and Reese's peanut butter cup ones, maybe. Yeah, nobody's got into any of the snacking snacks with chips and dips. They've just been eating meat.
And
I choose.
What is that?
I choose.
What? Are they candy?
Oh God, I hate you.
Are these like
I know.
weird candy or
I think they're regular candy.
they're just regular normal kid candy?
it's like a soft now or later.
Okay, let me try that.
It's like an edible now or later.
An edible now later.
They're all gonna be fucked up in about a half an hour.
Everyone's supposed to be sorted about.
Oh, they're pretty good. This is kiwi, isn't it?
Yep.
Kiwi. It's actually pretty good.
Mango,
I'm not a candy guy, but
dragon fruit.
ooh, dragon fruit. I like it because it says
I'm gonna try
dragon.
the mango next.
They're pretty good.
Kiwi.
Kiwi.
But it's like white, which is weird.
Oh, you still a genius.
Aaron said, "Thanks, buddy, for letting him over.
Anytime, dude.
He wishes he could stay longer."
I will try his pizza place. It ain't Rockefeller's, I can tell you now. I'll go in with an open mind, but it ain't as good. Nerd! Queer nerds! We just got called queer nerds.
See, like I guess like
Ain't nothing wrong being queer.
when I was a kid, and like you know, like you picked up a piece of plastic and chewed on it. This is what I thought it would taste like. So it is kind of good.
This one is just dragon fruit.
Dragon fruit.
Yeah, it's you got like a white center. It's hard to see. I'm horrible.
You're not even trying to hang with you like damn studios. I really like, yeah, I was like, wow.
I like the kiwi better. This isn't bad though. Not bad at all. Pretty good actually.
Don't get a boner. Don't get a boner. Don't get a boner.
Don't get a boner. What are you guys talking about over there?
Breath of fire.
Find young individuals.
Find young individuals. I see things getting ground up and it ain't meat.
This is probably my favorite movie.
Mr. Atomization says, I'll smash those cookies.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Bob Hutchinson says, I'll order you a tomahawk to pick up Wednesday.
Something about IPA. I've brewed my own IPA.
That was the
before.
best steak.
And
I've been to the best steakhouse. Well,
delicious.
what I consider the best steakhouses in the world. And not only because I made that steak, but it was fucking delicious.
Oh, yeah. That tomahawk was amazing.
It was amazing.
Bitters, I don't do.
That's what we were talking about at work. And
It
the
took us
owner of my
like 2
company's like,
hours to
"He's
eat
like,
that thing.
He goes, well, why was it the best? I go, because it actually tasted the best. Well, it tasted the best because it was free? I go, no, because it tasted the best. I would have paid for that motherfucker. That's how good it tastes.
Holy shit. It's just Dave.
Captain Crappy. Captain Crappy. Captain Crappy is here. What's up, Dick?
What's going on?
Show you can cuss on.
Yeah. I rub off on Dave bad. Everybody, as we all know, Captain Crappy is in the house.
Rub off on me,
What's up,
buddy.
man?
We're
How you
good.
doing?
Rub one off on me. What?
Thanks, guys. Dude, they tried turning Lorraine Road into like downtown Lakewood.
Yeah.
Oh, it's getting out of
Did you
hand.
see the pothole off the sideway?
Here, Dave,
It's
sit
nice.
down.
It's 2-bedroom, 3-bathroom.
Oh,
That's actually
I
what we're
saw
all
that
saying
every
tonight.
place that used to be a total shithole blue collar date.
Oh, they got like the
bar.
arsenal
They
and
got-
everything over
yeah,
there.
they got little lights strung up outside them now. So
Here, sit down and talk
they're-
about
they're
the
producing
road construction.
Do you like Twinkies, Dave?
I
Sit down.
don't.
Oh, I got red, white, and blue. These are American
I'm
Twinkies.
gonna have some.
All
Wait a
right.
minute. I'm gonna run your house and go pee because
Do whatever you gotta do.
The near west side.
You don't need the bottle to do that.
Huh? No, this is not for my pee. This is to refill.
Oh, okay. Well, don't
There's good water that comes out of the fridge. It's already filtered.
Oh, I got my
Fancy.
bottle.
Yeah, fancy. Got the classy fridge.
Gotta have fancy shit, man.
Oh,
That fancy, right?
that is the classiest fridge I've ever owned.
What's up, dicks?
This is the show where Dave can say whatever he wants.
That's
Yes,
right.
you can.
Fucking A.
Fucking A. Fucking B has more holes.
Oh, there
I
you
said
go.
D. I said a B.
Yeah, got twice the fun right there.
Double trouble.
Twinkies
pineapple.
too. Shit. Oh yeah, you missed it, Adam. Twinkies too. And not only that, Adam, these are America's Twinkies, red, white, and blue.
America.
America. He's coming back, Drew. Another kiwi. What's this one? I don't know how we're even doing a show where we're just sitting around drinking and eating candy.
And we
people
still
are
haven't done shots.
yeah, and we still haven't done shots.
There was talk and then it
Speaking
died
of
off.
it,
Speaking of it,
I mean, I'll do one.
yeah, I'll do one.
Jay's
Got the
famous
fingers.
last words.
Yeah, that's usually how that starts.
That's why I said when give me one slice of
Isn't that
bacon.
how last
All I
Ohio?
want.
Yeah.
I brought Jay, and then you guys sit there, and it was
I
it started as
do
just
not
one.
know what you mean.
What now? What did I miss?
I drove Jay to Toy, Ohio, and then they took him home, and then after that was a.
Well, you drove Blatnica too, right? Yeah, we were joking about the cripple mobile
Yeah, dude, yeah.
because they were both like
I
crippled
tried to
up.
get in early.
Chris
I'm
had his
like,
surgery and Jay had
I got two
his.
cripples. Can I get in early?
Oh,
It's like, hey,
this was the Toy Ohio I missed.
last one, yeah.
Yeah, I missed the last one.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It always is fun.
It wasn't bad. I honestly got most of my stuff from Olsen.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
Olsen was not only did they have a lot of good stuff, they had awesome deals. Like, I mean,
all them guys did. I mean,
I
the
know,
whole
but
booth they had set up was awesome.
I bought all those bunny turtles.
Yep.
Those sets of them.
Also
Bunny
had good
turtle.
stuff. Callahan, good stuff. Pickard had good stuff. I mean, they all had a nice setup.
What
I
are
mean, that's
bunny
Toy Ohio,
turtles?
though. That's what it's all about.
In
you
the
know?
in the cartoon, the
Next one, I'm set up
like
at.
the
Nice.
90s cartoon, there was a small scene where Bebop and Rocksteady had bunny suits on.
Okay,
So NECA made
cashing in.
NECA did the Loot Crate did the NECA exclusive TMNT and their last wave that they did. they did a movie, which was the Spirit of Splinter, and then they did the Shredder, and then they did an arcade turtle, which was like the Shell Shock turtle,
Yeah.
from the arcade, and then
funny.
what they did was like the one, I think it was like Bebop you could get just the loot crate, but if you bought all of the loot crates, you also got the rock stick. So it was like the bonus like thrown in.
Nice.
So like if you went somewhere and found a
That's NECA.
set of them, they were going for a lot of money at the time. I got a really good deal on them.
Drew says, shots and Twinkies. Oh my. Yeah. Shots and Twinkies. Oh my.
NECA bought them?
That's why they're doing it.
Yeah.
NECA owns Loot Crate.
Yeah, well, they were Loot Crate filed
That's
for
why
chapter
every time
13,
they
I
do,
think,
like,
and then
an
I think
alien
NECA bought them,
crate where
didn't
they
they?
do anything, I'm like,
Pandemic, a lot of people
Like,
stopped
should
their subscriptions.
Well, we'll see though, because last distribution was horrible. The new, like this year, when they had that pre-order for the turtle crates opened up for what, a month, I think, for the new ones this year, and I mean,
They're already gone. Sold out.
well, of course they sold out, but you know, the question is everybody who orders one going to get one?
well, now,
That's one thing I've heard consistently from a lot of people is they paid the money for these things. A year later now, they still haven't got them.
That's insane.
And Loot Crate is now finally owning up to it and saying we'll issue a refund.
Just like they're doing
A year later.
A year later, you should give me interest at least.
Yeah.
That's legit.
Yeah, but they won't though. You know how big companies work. I mean,
No, they should at least give you interest.
yep. The only interest they'll give you is the interest of getting your money back if you're lucky.
Adam, we didn't do any real toys yet. We talked about movies and VHS and beta. We talked about video games a little bit. We haven't really.
There were some bongs. And some
Oh, yeah.
cans and-
Adam, you'd probably get a kick out of this. George made bongs, action figure bongs. And as you know, he's been making the Twisted Tea.
Oh, Jay, you told me.
Get it in there.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
I don't know. Can you see it? I got a shitty camera.
It's there.
It's there. Believe me, it's there. I wouldn't lie to you. It's not a piece of candy I'm
And
holding up.
just a menagerie of other products that I produce. It's insane what
Oh.
I've done. The work is just nuts. I put it up in my group, Not Your Kids Toy group.
Now, your kids' toy group for sure.
Gotta love it.
Now they bait and switch you and you get like a t-shirt.
Adam says that's awesome.
Oh, awesome.
I told the story about my great grandfather being killed by the revenue man.
Doesn't matter what.
Adam says he's already in it. It's a good group. They got a bunch of raffles,
Do all sorts of stuff. Claim
Yeah.
stuff. You know, it's
and you can say whatever the fuck you want, and nobody really
Exactly.
judges you.
freedom of speech runs rampant in our group, and we're to keep it that way forever.
Yeah, you can be an asshole in there, pretty much,
You can.
Is it naked?
and you don't have any dealing with. I'm afraid my kid's going to see it because in the title it says "Not Your Kid's Toy Group." So,
I thought somebody else was
They have
doing it.
Stargirl and
freedom of speech or death. America, Adam, I bought these fucking Twinkies for you because these are American Twinkies, and you don't.
Hey! America!
You too.
Can the screen see us? Can the screen see us?
No.
Hey,
We say?
Can the screen see us?
Good,
All right, later. Thank you.
That's all right. Thank y'all.
Yep. My neighbor Romeo coming by and hollering at us again. That's how things go here. You never know who's going to show up or not show up.
Got a lot of friendly neighbors.
Oh,
That's
well,
nice.
the thing about it is this neighborhood, why, as you guys know, driving in here, we live in a shitty neighborhood, but we all know each other.
It's shit. It's Cleveland. I mean,
It's Cleveland,
it's
but we
downtown
all
Cleveland.
look out for each other, and we're literally 5 minutes outside of downtown.
And that's what America.
You can see downtown if you go to the end of my street. You can see the skyline.
but you have to look out for your neighbors.
And
the cohesiveness that you get among everybody living in an area is what it's all about. You know?
90% of us over here are owners too. We all own our homes.
That's a big thing too.
We have some rental property over here in 47th,
Uh-huh.
two streets over, and it's a revolving door of fucking lunatics and wannabe dope dealers. But the cops come and raid them, and the kids go away to fucking social services, and house sits empty for 3 months, and another crew of assholes moves in. So,
You know, it is.
but for the most part, I mean, we all get along, and we're all super friendly and look out for each other, what it should be.
Absolutely. What about classic cartoons and live kitchens and had a monster theme?
Groovy Ghoulies!
Uh-oh. Right, Vincent Price.
Vincent Price.
Vincent Price, man.
Vincent
God rest
Price.
his soul.
Well, Junebug, I know you like some horror things, and some things you consider horror that I consider a joke. But if you want to talk about classic horror, I'm the guy to talk to about it. What you want to know? Because Groovy Ghoulies are not classic horror. That's campy nonsense that I frankly enjoy. What is that Facebook group you posted, Jets? And Vincent Price was he was Vincent Price. I mean, it's like Boris Karloff. Icon's not even the word.
Yeah, absolutely. Right.
I'm covered in. I was a Jedi Frankenstein for my wedding. You know, Frankenstein.
Oh, nice, Jets.
Legit.
Plug.
Oh, plug for the group. All right. Trauma Films. The original Toxic Avenger, I really loved.
Toxie, baby.
It was made for about $12 or whatever the budget was. It was nothing. What was it? Kabuki Cop? Was that one of the other ones from that era? Kabuki Cop. Is that what it was, Adam? If you're into trauma, you're gonna know.
I think you may be right.
But I enjoyed those movies. I used to go to video stores and rent like Redneck Zombies, just the most horrible. Yep. Yeah.
Right.
I remember that movie, and I even liked the Toxic Avenger cartoon. I'll admit to it, but it was for what it was. I was already an adult by the time it come out. Yeah. Toxic Crusaders. Is that what it was?
Crusaders. Yeah.
I enjoyed it, but
it wasn't horrible. I mean, in that time period for what was coming out there, I mean, it wasn't horrible.
Poltergeist, yeah, that was another great one.
Oh dear Lord!
I am not an animal. I am Melvin the Mop Boy. Then he throw that motherfucker the chemical.
Oh man.
Yeah. Me, my friend Ben who bend over. Yeah, I'm a big Toxic Avenger fan. I just see he's laughing, but yeah, I like some weird stuff. Like one of my favorite movies, the first movie I remember, I didn't pay for it. My father did, but he let me pick out. What do you think the first movie I picked out on Beta was?
Oh God, who knows?
No guesses.
Beta.
On Beta, so Betas were new then. We were at Tokyo Shapiro. I don't know if any of you guys even remember those stores here in Cleveland, but it was a Clockwork Orange.
Nice.
That was he let me pick a movie, and the salesman's like
Deep Throat.
I'm like Deep Throat.
Nice.
I like a short throat, so I feel like I'm doing something. Oh,
America.
America! I made her gag. Well, dude, she can't get a non-letter in her mouth. I'm like, I know, I made her gag. I'm glad Rhonda's not here for this.
Oh, Lord.
I'm just getting really raunchy.
Right?
Yeah.
You watch this back. Hey, you know
she pops in from time to time.
Does she?
So, yes.
Oh, Lord.
Anywho, she can't swallow a non-letter. I made her gag.
All those old movies.
That's a shirt, Bob.
I used to be all into the B horror movies.
I loved them. I would I didn't even
Horizon Studios, I think, did like the Puppet Master series.
Puppet Master, I loved. I got some of their toys.
Phantasm, remember Phantasm?
Phantasm, I went and seen Phantasm and The Fog together as a kid
Nice.
when they were new.
That's one movie toy that I've never made that I've always wanted to make.
Phantasm?
One of the Phantasm balls.
Rob Herzl,
I'm gonna have to make one of
good
those.
friend of mine, they come out with a better one. I was looking at one of the comic shows we were at, and they had one from a couple of years ago. It was like a deluxe, the ball.
Yeah.
And he goes, no, there's a better one coming out. He goes, that's really shitty. Him and Jess already had one or whatever.
Yeah.
He goes, you'll be disappointed in it. I'm like, and it was like $100 or whatever. I'm like,
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah.
that might have been a shitty show, horror show we went to in Pittsburgh. Oh my God. It had fucking 12 people, including Tom Savini set up, who, by the way, is a cock licker. Yeah. When I lived in Pittsburgh, I met him at Eagle Video. Remember John Eagle had video stores? Yeah. And they were closing when I lived in Pittsburgh. So he's like standing there, and he'd bought like a big, I don't know, 20, 30 DVD movies, and they'd shrink wrapped them. He was popping them open to make sure the right disc were in them. I'm like, Joe, I know you. He goes, no, you don't. As he's opening these movies, I go, here's Tom Savini. He goes, and? I'm like, you know what? I'm like, fuck you, dude.
Right.
And then when we were at that horrible ass fucking horror convention in Pittsburgh, Rhonda has, she has a couple of them. these fucking hoodies she bought off Wish or whatever, has all the horror characters. Like, he'd never seen one. He was like, comment, and I was like, I'll talk to him. It's fucking Tom Sweeney. Fuck it. Rhonda's like, what? You know? I'm like, I told her the story. She goes, oh, you did tell me that story. I was like, yeah, fuck that dude.
Yeah, fucking.
You shit. I'm not paying you for an autograph, you fucking prick. You ought to be glad I fucking know who the fuck you are.
Exactly.
That's why I'm not an autograph collector. I can't justify spending money for people who are way richer than I am to get them to fucking sign something. Suck a dick, dude. I already bought your shit.
Wasn't Buddy Does Burger King?
Buddy does. Well,
it was Buddy's three-way with Dairy Queen and Wendy's. When he was done, it was a Jack in the Box.
You guys open up the
Jack in the Box. I ain't had Jack in the Box in
Right?
forever.
Ultimate burger. Awesomest burger ever.
Dude,
fast food wise.
When we went to Missouri a few years ago, we kept seeing Jack in the Boxes, right? And like I said, we always stopped at like local places. But Rhonda never had Jack in the Box, and I'm like,
you gotta
like,
try it. You have to have it.
Well, we got so far. We got by the time we were on the way back, I went to go get a 76 Falcon GT, the Mad Max car, right-hand drive.
Really?
Yeah, and towed it all the way back here to Cleveland. And you can see the pictures of them on my Facebook. Cool ass car. Long and short of the story, don't have the car anymore. But friend of a friend and whatever. So we drove to Kansas City to get it. And then I'm like, we're gonna have Jack in the Box on the way back. And I'm like, well, it's getting, you're driving, I'm like, well, find the nearest Jack in the Box, I'm driving. And she's like looking, and we like pulled over, and it was like 80 miles behind us. We'd already went too far into Indiana, I think it was. I'm like, guess I ain't gonna have Jack in the Box for another 20 years. Fuck it.
Gotta have it.
Yeah. Next time I'm in the area where they have one, I am getting it.
I lived in St. Louis for about 2.5 years.
So you had Jack in the Box?
Oh, all the time.
Well, I was stationed down south, like in North Carolina. They're everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah, they're McDonald's.
Out west or everywhere. But
Out
I
west,
think
oh my God, what I love is Del Taco.
Del Taco is the shit. I've told
I'm
Rhonda.
telling you what. Me and my brother Blake, we went to Vegas a few years ago.
You get an In-N-Out Burger ways there too?
That's 3 years ago. No, we didn't. We did not hit it. I've had it before.
In-N-Out Burgers, fantastic.
They are. I mean, they've been around since what, like the 70s or something like that?
I think the 60s, maybe.
The 60s?
Yeah.
Maybe late 60s.
Yeah.
But I mean, beautiful burger there.
They're really good. They're like a higher end. I wouldn't even say higher end. A better quality Burger King.
Yeah.
I would say higher end. I'm stretching there, but a better quality Burger King. Another one like down south is we had White Castles around here for a while.
Crystal.
Yeah, Crystal's the round little slider
the difference.
burger.
Crystal puts mustard on their White
Yep.
Castle.
And they're round as opposed to square.
Yeah, that's basically the same thing.
But they're like little burgers like that, but they're so fucking good.
I love it.
Like when I was a kid, it was a treat to get White Castle because we
God.
would be out west or whatever to get it. Then when they come to Cleveland in like 88, 89.
As an adult, it's a treat to get White Castle.
Well, now.
I mean, there was 5 restaurants in Cleveland, and those are all family owned still.
The White Castles are all closed.
Up here, yeah.
Yeah.
But the same, I guess, like they franchised out, I guess, to some degree, and the same owner up here had 5 of them and closed all 5 of them at the same time, essentially. Is it a werewolf?
I don't know what it is.
I bet it's a werewolf.
Probably gonna need to get my glasses.
Somebody walking over here.
Maybe. What's up? Which Matt? Matt Higgins.
What?
Well, come on in.
I was waiting for Ben, but the dogs were telling me
Well, come through the gate over there. We got another visitor to the back cave.
Got all the NYKTG guys. There you go.
He goes, "Is it a werewolf?" I'm like, "I don't know who it is. I ain't got my glasses on." Burger Chef was great too. You ever remember those?
Yeah.
Yes, Burger Chef was the shit.
Yes, it was.
I used to, when I'd go to my papal to Beckley, West Virginia, If we were going to Burgers, everybody wanted Wendy's. I'm like, I want Burgers.
You have to be related. My family, like, so my dad's family is from Butler, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
My mom's family is from Beckley, West fucking Virginia.
We got to be
Gotta
related.
be some blood.
If there ain't, we've already had that relative humidity between us. It's called sweat when two people fucking.
Something, somehow, some way.
You got to be. I'm
blood
sure
here.
of it.
We hit it off too well the first time I ever met you.
When the thing about it is, like, my great grandfather, you know, he was killed by revenuers, and my grandfather and all his brothers, he didn't reunite with them for, I don't even know. I'd have to look into it. My cousin Jay, for like 35 years. They seriously, and the sad thing about it, if people that, I don't know where you're watching from, they can't imagine, like, you would be, this is back in the 20s or whatever, right? So let's say you're at this point right here, and this is where your family unit was. And they took part of your family unit 7 miles up the holler, legit this way, and then 8 miles up that way, right? So you're 15 miles apart. You would never see each other again.
Yeah, no,
Nobody drove. There was no internet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was, you stayed in the little community that you was in.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah.
My grandfather, the community, he would, you know, he would go, he worked in the mines. He'd go to the mines and work, and then he would come home, legit come home.
Yeah.
If, you know, when he lived in Dorothy, West Virginia, which is between Clear Fork and Whitesville, which is no longer there. There's a post office and a couple of modular trailer homes or whatever, I think now. That's all that's there.
How else you think Buddy is Uncle Daddy?
Uncle Daddy with the bad touch.
Uncle Daddy brother to you.
Uncle Daddy brother.
Daddy
And
brother,
I didn't mind that
goddamn.
bad touch. I called it fun touch.
My family tree's so nice, it don't branch.
It's a telephone pole.
Keep it pure.
Keeps it. Oh my God.
Ain't nobody gonna get my sister like me.
Nobody but me. She ain't good enough for Daddy. She ain't good enough for me.
Oh dear God.
We're insulting people now.
Who
Who's-
all is there?
Well, we got
the Pope just got here. Nice for him to stop by.
the Pope.
The Pope, you missed the Pope.
Oh, we missed the Pope.
Well,
Must
we
have been
didn't miss
drunk.
the Pope. You missed the Pope. I just did.
Oh, we got Kevin Frazee, Jay Drodos, sorry. Well, Captain Crappy's over there entertaining the masses. Dave Webster. Who else is over there?
Josh Coble.
Josh Coble.
Matthew Higgins.
Matthew Higgins.
And I think Ben
Hey,
just
kid,
walked
hey.
here.
Hey,
This guy.
hey, Christy.
What's up, man? And Ben's here too. Not Ben Lovejoy.
Christy Leanna Ben.
Christy Lanaben. And we have a full house tonight.
We do.
And then you know the most important person who's not here? Bob. He went to a wedding that he said he was bored at, all the way in Chicago.
Good pizza out there.
Ben Dover? What's your last name, Ben?
Not Dover.
It's not Dover.
More than 10? Nah.
No, there's not more than 10. We're like 9, I think, right now. Oh, Ben Dover. I get it. The Toxic Avenger reference I made earlier. Yes. No, I get it. My friend Ben. Ben who? Ben Dover. Well, if we had Bob Hutcherson here, we'd be at 10.
Is that order still in place? Would we have to like more socially distance if that's the case, or
We're gonna
what do we
plan.
do now? It's like what 14 days to
Flatten the curve.
Flatten the curve.
And-
15 months on. What do we do?
I don't know. I basically do what I want.
You know, it's. You
Last
don't
time I
know-
checked, this was America.
You don't know if you fist bump or you know.
I shake hands.
Shake hands.
I
bump
shake
penises.
hands.
You don't know what to do anymore. I have no clue.
I'm
what's the
still a
the
handshaker.
social norm that you do.
Because anybody that won't look you in the eye and or shake your hand, you don't trust them.
Absolutely, I agree with that 100%.
Hey, Bob is keeping the
count over the guest count right now. Ouch.
That's what we do. That's what we do. But we get a lot of replays.
Yeah, absolutely you do.
So when I go back and look, and like Dave pointed out to me, the replays, and I'm like, oh, that's a big difference.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, if it didn't catch live, then you come back and say, oh my God. I
Well,
missed this
Rhonda
show.
watches because
Is that a good thing?
no, it's like
Do
Dave.
you ever like unplug the router when she goes to watch? Like, oh, you don't want to see that. Hi, Rhonda.
She listens to Fever show, Fever After Dark.
Yeah.
Smoke crotch. I love. We need a sound effects button for smoke crotch. You haven't seen her show yet? Oh, okay, yeah, it's very.
I went to a watch. I watched it.
She listens to it at work, and then like props her phone up in her workstation. She can see
Oh,
it,
how fun!
but
yeah.
mostly just listens to it, you know. And then if Fever's saying something crazy or whatever, she's like, "Oh yeah, I'll like wind it back a minute." And, okay, yeah, like the you watched the Not Your Mama's Cult one.
Oh, no, I didn't see that.
Oh, Super Emerson, are you here tonight? He's the Ant King. I call myself the Rat King. You know, I got all the rats and rubber rats around here, and then they were hallucinating one night and thought they'd seen a rat in my house. I'm like, it's probably a toy or one of my dogs. But anyways, I think they were fucking high. But
it was medicinal though.
Yeah, it was for the cataracts.
Right, glaucoma.
Again, Bob says that's not a dig at you. It's one of the best parts of the show. He said it yesterday when we were at Dave's house.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, and I was just like, "What?" The secondary show going on in the background. Yeah, I'm gonna get that wide angle camera so you can not just see, my moneymaker right here, and and you can see the whole thing going off. But we're doing the weekend before the 4th of July. We're going to have multiple grills here. Multiple people. We're gonna have a cook off.
Have like a GoPro or something.
Yeah, I got a GoPro. That was a present I got a couple years ago and used like twice.
Right.
Walk around.
But I've got it.
Found my GoPro a couple weeks ago.
I
was like.
Rhonda got me the cube one.
In my face, and I had the whole.
You got the big hero one.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
I actually just found it a couple weeks ago, and I was like, "Look at this thing."
Yeah, I used it. I did a couple of opening videos with it.
I think it's because we're like middle-aged smokers that we're not like out on surfboards.
Yeah, I mean, if we were in the surf, I used to ride a skateboard, but the last time I did, I was like laid up for a week.
Right.
And I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm old and I'm fat now. So,
Bob says you need a multi-camera setup.
He said he's got a couple of GoPros if we want to use them. We might take you up on that, Bob. Set them up. It would
have a dedicated ass cam.
Ass cam. Now I'm checking
Just
my
like-
fucking ass crack.
Just
Make sure my shirt ain't rolled up.
And it flips over to it.
Ass cam. We're gonna go back to the ass cam there, George. Oh, it looks like a total foul.
No.
He did a rusty fish hook in his own ass.
It's got to be a random.
No, that was a grazing. That was a grazing. No, he went knuckle deep in that motherfucker, Bob. He is deep. Oh, he's sniffing it.
He's coming back.
No,
with
he's
batter. He's got
tasting it.
problems. Quick, is it nuts or corn? Is it
I'm voting for corn, Bob.
too much
I
fun?
have the chest mounts. I have one of those. Actually, in my old Blazer, I had on the dash mount, and one of the things predating this, me and Roman of all people talked about it. I was going to do like my adventures in hunting. We would be riding around because we would change. I won't smoke in my car I have now because it costs too much. But I'm all Blazer. We would drive around. Then it was like I told you with the heat. It's either what do you want on your face or your feet? We're sweating no matter what. And we would just talk about toys and adventures and the way we're talking here, except we weren't drunk. But we would, this movie or whatever video game, and that one fucking sucks. And we talked about making a show out of that a few years ago.
Yeah.
And it never come to fruition. But I bought the mounts, and I had the one on the dash and then one up on the center console in that Blazer. So it could, with the wide angle setting, we tested it. It could get the two people in the front and the back seat. But we never did anything with it. We tested it, and that's as far as it went. But yeah, I have the chest. I have those mounts. I have a couple of the little bendy leg tripod things for them. But I got a GoPro. I don't know the number. It's one of the cube ones. And another buddy of mine bought me the Hot Wheel that it snaps into. So if you wanted to put it in a Hot Wheel car and push it around.
That is cool.
It was cool. I thought it was really cool.
I've seen some really neat videos of guys playing around with that.
Yeah, he bought me one of those. Brian Dowd. By the way, I got to reach out to him. He'd be fun on the show. He does a live gaming stream.
Cool.
He's a super. I have fun. I like to play multiplayer, like Nuketown and everything.
Yeah.
But he's like competitive Warzone player. And you know, he's really, really good. I got my Stoner 63 and a grenade launcher. So I'm just mowing motherfuckers down. That's my game. And then I got kids screaming at me like some 12-year-old kid. It used to be the other way around. I'd be, you fucking little piece of shit. I'm telling my mom. Now they're calling me fucking garbage.
This is going.
Yeah, you got a fucking aimbot. You fucking this, that, and the other thing. I'm like, I don't even know what the fucking aimbot is, kid. Fuck you. There's no way you got 53 kills. Actually, I did. And eight times it was you.
What's up, Ben?
Jets mess. I love a good chest mount. I could hook you up with the Cleveland Steamer. You're coming to Cleveland, aren't you?
Yeah, that's fucked up.
I'm fucked up in the head. I do fucked up shit. Oh, we got another visitor.
What?
Hey! Come on back, Romeo. Romeo's creeping by again. How about the Browns?
You know, I gotta say, I'm happy with the pick.
I'm going to see how the season plays out.
Well, you know,
I've been a lifelong Browns fan, and I'm going to see how the season plays out. That's all I'm going to say about that. I go in with the expectation maybe we'll win one game. That's the only way to look at it.
Nah, we'll do better than that. I mean, last season, who saw that coming?
Yeah.
And, you know, getting as far as we did as a Browns fan, that was phenomenal. I mean, it really was. It was retribution for all the years that we're going, maybe this is year.
Always next year.
Right? Maybe it's next year. Who knows? Are they going to go all the way? Probably not. But if we can get progressively better.
How about them Browns? Oh, yeah.
It's Rhonda. Abort. Everyone out. Rhonda's not here, Bob. Stop it. Bob, you're lying. We're behaved ourselves tonight. We haven't started drinking moonshine or anything.
We still haven't done shots.
Oh, they still haven't done shots.
Shots were called out.
They got a bunch of hippie lettuce over here, but you know, whatever. Do not engage, Bob says. Do not engage.
With some makers, some ice.
I thought we were doing shots.
I thought we were doing shots.
I mean, I can't at this point in my natural life. I can't mention it any more times. I don't know what to do.
Cousin George thought we're doing shots.
Cousin George.
That's my new. That's my new cousin. My old cousin George. I disown you. I got a new cousin.
No, I'm not the replacement, George.
No, you're not a replacement. You're an upgrade.
Absolutely not.
You're an upgrade.
No, I'm not an upgrade. I'm not a downgrade. I'm not great value, George.
Great value. Your wish, George.
Oh my God.
The cousin I wish I had.
He walks a little funny, but he's just as good. Come on now.
One leg shorter than the other. I mean, it was all in quality control.
He was half price. What the fuck? It was $6.97 instead of $6.99.
Rhonda was like addicted to ordering shit from Wish for the longest time.
Oh, Wish is horrible though.
But no, she was.
I mean, you wish you get what you saw. That's why it's fucking called Wish. Literally, that's why the name is what it is.
Bob says he's calling it now. The Browns will not make it to this. Well, will make it to the Super Bowl.
All right, Bob. Let's not get stupid.
Bob, I'm sorry to say this as a Browns fan. They go every year. They have great seats.
Oh,
I love the Browns. Snap. I'm a Browns fan. Look,
my whole life.
Cleveland, baby. Come on now. I follow them all, even the Cavs for some reason. So
no, I haven't watched a basketball game in like 3 years.
You know what though? Dave and I went downtown when they won it, and we were downtown at the Hilton bar right there, whatever the Skyview or whatever the fuck it's called. We waited the entire first half to get into the bar, which was crazy because downtown was packed. We got in the bar, got beers. They won the game. We went out. I have never seen the city of Cleveland so united. There, literally, my shoulders were sore the next day from the amount of high fives and hell yes that were given out.
I was watching it here in my living room.
It was, I mean, it was absolutely insane. I mean, it was bonkers all the way home. I mean, it was just the city. We need that again. You know,
I need some just for
God
men.
bless them, but the Brownies, the Tribe, somebody's got to do that again because
Yeah.
we need that more now, like now more than ever with the pandemic bullshit and the division.
It's bullshit.
Lost their ass and all this stuff.
Yeah,
and
it's-
small businesses that will never recover.
Never recover. That's
they're
what
not coming back.
saddens me because I'm the kind of guy. I would rather pay a local business $2, $3, $5 more for the same thing I could get from Amazon. That's just the way I am.
Hi, have we met?
Yeah, I mean,
Local business.
yeah, exactly.
You know,
I'd rather.
exactly. I mean, and that's what it is. You know, the giants like Amazon, Walmart, and even Target's become them at this point to where
Dave, you gonna get in here?
you can't.
I'm in.
Come on in, man. I gotta get up for a minute.
I gotta get a beer. Here.
Oh, come on.
Come on.
Yeah, come on, Dave. Get over here.
Enjoy the swear words while you can.
We will.
Real important stuff going on.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm not. I'm not lying.
I don't smoke. Only Marlboro, bro. Thank you, though. Yeah, I got that today. For like $2, and I got a skeleton hanging over there. Come on, Dave, sit down. Seat's warm, bro. Captain Crappy. You want me to go upstairs and get the banjo? Can you play a banjo?
I can figure it out in a minute.
I should have brought my banjo out.
Look how dark my eyes look, so mysterious.
You look like the fucking Unabomber, not Snake Eyes. Well, this looks like a fucking Duran Duran video right now.
I think I can read the comments in my glasses.
You can read the comments in Dave's glasses. Sweet birthday, baby, Jet Smith says.
Oh, hey, what's up, Jets? How you doing, buddy? You are the best moderator in the business. Nobody ever asked you to ask you to do anything. I love
Just
it.
do it.
Great.
Throw-
You and Bull are both great.
Yeah, where's Bull tonight? I ain't seen him in here.
Bull's been pretty busy lately, I think.
Excuse me. Yeah, I haven't seen him in here tonight, come think of it.
I had a cheddar burger, I think.
Oh, is that what you ate one?
Dude,
It was amazing.
amazing.
It was amazing.
Dude, the grease on that it's better than Mr.
Grease.
Hero grease. So good.
Speaking of food, I tried a fast food item the other day that Thursday before we come over to your house.
Okay.
I'm not a fast food guy, even though I'm a fat guy. I'm not a fast food guy. But Rondo, for whatever reason, wanted to stop at Arby's. I was hoping we'd stop at like a
They got
diner. Those gyros, have you tried those?
No, but I've heard.
They are actually really fucking good.
I've heard tell that Arby's has the meats.
They have the meat. They don't have the meat that we have.
Yeah.
But their gyro I was like blown away from a fast food restaurant and a gyro. I'm like, because I don't like their fucking imitation roast beef things. She likes it. I'm like,
Well, Arby's used to have like the roast beef things, and they
back
were,
yeah.
and you could watch them do it. There was one
Now
on
it's like
17th, and
stuff.
they had their gyro. They had the
Spit.
lamb
Yep.
shank, and
But this was really good, and I was surprised, Dave. I mean, it was. I would buy it again.
Bob Hudson says my wife just asked, "What the fuck am I watching?" I said, "It's Buddy and Cat." Her response is, "Wait, you know these people?"
You know these people. He's been to my house. He has been here. I've been to your house, Mrs. Bob. I hung out in your garage for 2 hours one day.
Mrs. Sergeant Swag,
Mrs.
these people are the reason your husband's going to be a millionaire one day. We're just
We
going
can
to
only
keep
hope.
ordering merch.
T-shirts, tumblers, whatever.
I got a text from Jets. What did he send me here? Russian doll every sweet birthday. Oh, Jets! I love this show, man. It's funny. Russian Doll. It's a good show. It's one of the girls from whatchamacallit, Orange is the New Black.
Orange is new.
It's the stoner one with the big frizzy hair.
Sorry. Oh, she was on that Slums of Beverly Hills. Remember that movie?
Yeah, she's been in a lot of weird stuff.
And she was in American Pie.
Right, now that you know who she is, you see her in the background of a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Jet says, "Cat and Crappy, I love that show." Yeah, me too. And it was just like a one-off, which was cool. It was actually that show. I wrote a book, and that show
reminds me of the same kind of vibe as the book that I wrote. It wouldn't be able to be a continuation thing. I don't know if I might do it as a graphic novel or something, but it's the same kind of dark but humorous-ish, kind of weird story. It's got a beginning, a middle, and an end, but not a continuation.
I know that. That's why I was kind of
Were we even talking about anything or no?
We talked about betas and VHS movies.
Oh, Beta had the best sound.
And picture quality.
Do you know why? And this goes for everything up until including the internet right now. Do you know why Betas lost out to VHS?
I do.
Why?
Because they fucked up. They developed both of them. Sony did.
Wasn't it cost?
Well, yeah, that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Wait. Sony developed both of them. They kept Beta for themselves to begin with because it was superior. Gave JVC the rights to VHS. JVC said they wouldn't sell the rights to anybody else, but they instantly did.
I will tell you why. That might play into it.
That played into it.
But I'm going to tell you exactly why VHS beat Beta. Because VHS jumped into porn quicker. Porn went with, as porn goes, the world goes. So when porn went VHS over Beta, that changed the whole thing. So like if you look into the porn industry, decides a lot of things like on the internet. Like the minute that the porn industry starts accepting crypto is going to go ape shit. Okay, so if you can look this up, you can research it. However, the way that porn goes, so goes the world. And that's why, like, the porn industry is a really, really legit industry. Like they have lobbyists and they have people in government. They got people in the entertainment industry. Because apparently that's the saying. As porn goes, so goes the rest of the world.
Well, you know, when DVD first come to fruition, they had porno did go on that too real quick. And a lot of the early DVD players would play the CD-ROM movies.
Yeah, the interactive CDs.
Yeah,
exactly.
I remember that.
Yeah. But like porn's always on the cutting edge of technology because they got to keep up with everybody because it's such a weird business and it's so easy to not make money off it. They have to figure out how to make money off of it. Just so I think I read that in the Old Testament somewhere. You're right. It was in the Old Testament. As porn goes, so goes the rest of entertainment. Thanks, Jets.
Well, I got some baby oil. We about to get raw.
I mean, there are 9 dudes here.
It is a total sausage fest.
And the worst thing is I'm the cutest and smallest, so I'm in trouble probably. And these guys are all drunk and fucked up.
No, I'm not even drunk. I'm just a little buzzed.
Yeah.
I promise.
You're drinking tonic water?
Well, vodka and tonic.
Vodka tonic.
I'm classy.
So
I'm always classy.
So fancy. Does that tonic water have quinine in it?
Of course it does.
They
should.
That will help keep you from getting the coof.
Contains quinine.
See? If you mix that and take vitamin D and vitamin B, I believe.
And drink lots of black coffee.
You won't get the coof. So,
speaking of black coffee,
in bed.
Fresh fish on the line. I think I read that. I was really impressed with your friend yesterday,
Maxwell.
Max is a good kid.
He's
very talented.
Jets put up the link. Maxwell's Restorations. He has $1 million instruments in his basement.
And I finger fucked someone.
Oh, did you go down?
Yeah, we were down there for forever, dude.
Yeah. Good dude.
Yeah.
I didn't know how long. I didn't even know if you guys made it down there.
No, we made it down there.
Workshop, right?
Sweet. I mean, this kid is 24 years old.
So together.
Beyond together.
If I had that kind of knowledge at that age.
Roman said the same thing last night.
No telling.
That kind of drive at 24. Where would he be now?
He told you he started learning that craft at
13,
right?
Yeah, he told us the whole story.
There's nowhere you can go to learn how to do that. You have to get in with a master and start sweeping floors.
That's what he did. He said he didn't realize that he was even in with a world-renowned master of that craft until he worked for him for like 2 years.
Right.
And this guy had been given prizes and all this for all these different instruments and that he'd restored and everything.
Yeah,
he didn't realize it for 2 years.
And now
he was like
he's
50.
got all of his knowledge.
Yeah, the kid is so smart.
So smart.
So smart and so talented.
That's it right there. Just put up the link for all your stringed instrument needs. Visit Maxwell's Restorations if you can afford it.
He's a super friendly kid.
Actually, he built my cello, which is why my cello sounds better than
The one sitting in your parlor?
any instrument that you'll ever hear that's equal or value.
HB Grafters here. What's
Dude,
up?
what's up, Mikey? How you doing? That's Jen's, for lack of a better term, brother-in-law-ish, kind of.
Kind of. All right, that works.
What is that?
Huh?
We're not
Well,
actually married, but
Jen's sister Jackie and him are like two peas in a pod, kind of like they're two separate parts. They're like Voltron, except with two lions.
I choose again.
yeah, I'm gonna eat another one. I like them. I'm not even a candy guy. These are pretty good.
They are.
Yeah, I'd never had these before.
We have an oral fixation.
That was a hit, man.
I have an oral fix. I got these cookies over here, and nobody's ate any because Adam's not here. Last week, Adam's sitting there, 3 cookies at once, putting them in his mouth. I'm like, how in the fuck's he only weigh 130 pounds? I'm not seeing it.
Bob says, who will be the first female to make an appearance in the back cave? You know what? You're right. Bad Ash is coming into town next week. I might bring her over here. We're doing an all Simpsons centric. She put together an episode. She's coming from LA. So next Thursday night, she's going to do an episode, and the whole episode is all the times the Simpsons have predicted the future.
Nice.
Super cool. That's Jen's, like, one of Jen's best friends.
Really?
From California.
From California? Nice.
So and she might guest on Fever show that way too.
She can do all 3 shows that week.
Right. I don't know how long she can be here for. So
She got to come over here.
right. Except Bad Ash I wouldn't consider her the only girl over here because she's probably tougher than all the guys here.
Yeah, most of these dudes are pussies. I ain't saying nothing about you guys. He's trying to get a shot at the belt. Chaz, where you at?
I don't think Chaz's ever in the show. I don't think
Chaz hasn't even made a fucking appearance in the chat.
I don't think he's got the juice, man.
You ain't got the juice. You ain't got the muscle. You ain't got the gumption. I don't even think you got the fucking wheels to roll over here, brother.
Bob asked what day she's coming in. I think she's coming in Monday.
Crossface chicken wing.
Yeah, that's HB Crafter said he puts you in a cross-face chicken wing. What's that from last week?
No.
Oh.
When he just tried to choke me out.
Oh.
Right there.
Right there.
Cross-face
But you got to do the crossface crippler. Chris Benoit, baby. Oh, I shouldn't say that. No, I'll say it. Chris Benoit, baby. Don't make me go Chris Benoit on your ass.
You climb up on something. That's what we
Why don't you sit down here for a while? You've been standing too long, sir.
Come on, Dave. I was already on. Oh, all right. Well,
4 hours a week on.
I know.
Right.
But
I'm back in there.
let's discuss Chris Benoit. I had actually started watching wrestling again. So what year was that?
I haven't watched wrestling. I hardcore watch wrestling in
Oh, as a
high
kid, we
school
all did,
and
yeah.
everything, like NWO, all that stuff.
I was at ECW.
It got weird to me when WWE now bought WCW, and there was that whole thing, and like,
Yeah, it become a whole.
I think I hit that age, and I was just
Where
like,
it's no-
I don't know, like.
I mean, R.I.P. Benoit.
And everybody that's ever wrestled with that guy has said like he is like the performer, probably one of the best people to ever get in the ring with, because he could carry a show like
But
the guy did,
and
like,
he did. I
legitimately did.
Yeah, he had some deep mental issues, man.
And it probably came from jumping off the top rope and headbutting
Well, he
people
had
right in the head and the shoulder,
that
and like
probably was not good for him, obviously.
Yeah.
And then, he supposedly depression, obviously the drug use and the drinking, and it just led. When you go down that dark path, it's, once the lights are out, it's hard to turn them back on. That makes sense? Yeah.
yeah.
It's hard to turn
I
it back
think
on.
the lights went out many times.
Yeah.
doing his finishing move and stuff like that. But like, amazing guy.
Yeah,
mean,
I mean-
obviously not what he did. towards
No,
the
no,
end and
that
shit
I
like
make
that,
jokes
but,
about
like,
things.
Yeah, but like,
But they had brought back ECW at that time, so I had just started watching wrestling again because McMahon bought that.
he bought everything.
He did, and then Benoit. They
Once you
like
have that money, you just kind of
it's beyond fucking
Yeah.
money, yeah.
yeah. Well, I'll buy your organization
Because I don't like you, and
I'll
you're
dissolve
trying-
it, and
Basically,
Yeah.
they brought it back for that short time. And so we started watching, me and my brother Josh, we started watching Monday Night Raw. Just, whatever.
Yeah.
And, Benoit, this like happened on a Saturday or whatever. And then Monday Night Raw, they had like no audience.
Yeah.
And McMahon come out and did the speech. It was like a tribute to him. Then they had to redact it.
Yeah.
Like, in that same week.
Yeah.
Because they found out that he had killed his wife and his child and then
Yeah.
killed himself. Or maybe it happened on the Sunday night before Raw. I mean, it was like a
it
short
was
span.
yeah, there was a very
And then instantly they're like, oh man, we just had this big tribute to this guy and he like fucking killed his wife and his
Yeah.
kid. So
But I don't know. I feel like that tribute was okay in my mind, just because of the fact that I think the shit that he did in the ring actually contributed to the shit he did in real life.
I would think so. I
Like-
really would. I mean,
the guy, Jesus Christ, like that guy put his like body and head and like life on the line
Daily.
every single time he went in there. So I don't know. I feel like that, like they should have done that for him.
to a degree.
Even though it was like totally fucked situation, so it's like hard to like go either way. So I totally get where people are like, that guy's a piece of shit. Like I do not disagree with you.
Yeah.
So if you want to go that way, that's totally fine. But like, I don't know. You take enough head trauma and like, it's a weird situation. It really is.
beyond weird. Where's that up? I'm trying to scare up another guest. We need 10.
Joshua just gave us some free
Goddamn.
stuff. We're gonna do another free one. Two different stuff.
This is how I text people. Maybe he'll jump in here.
We'll see.
And he lives less than 5 minutes from here, and I would like to roll his big ass down the driveway.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's
I'll
10.
hold the laptop.
Yeah, he'll hold the laptop. So we need the multiple camera
Okay, go.
angles. Because we're gonna go fucking driveway brawl.
Every time a car comes by, I don't know if these are people we know or.
No. I don't know anybody with the camouflage
That
fucking
was a
dots.
red and white camouflage colored car,
Yeah,
and I think that is the worst camouflage you
It
can
was-
actually put on a car.
yeah,
If you
this-
want camouflage?
yeah, because it's red and white.
Kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, the red car, white camouflage. Where are they trying to blend in at?
Hey, they're like, did you rob that bank? No, I didn't. You sure? Because what other car had red and white camouflage?
Yeah.
Whatever.
We're back up to 11 viewers.
Back to 11.
Somebody taking a dog in the house or kidnapping one of them?
I think the dog tried to tell you exactly what was
Oh,
happening.
Lord. I'll get him, Jay. Jay, jump in the seat for a second.
Jay, jump in here.
Who'd you pick up, Daryl?
I didn't pick her up.
He's a bitch.
Come on, Daryl.
Right? Oh my God, Daryl. Daryl's a bitch.
Daryl is a bitch.
We have to carry this now. Apparently. Oh, and see, the dogs are coming over here too.
Just so happens, we're the admins of Next Gen.
Yes.
So
Next Gen Uncensored.
if you guys want to get into, I know Josh has probably said it a couple times, but if you guys want to get into the
Always.
group,
Always.
You know.
It's a good time. It's more adult flavored gaming group. I share ridiculous fucking shit in there, and like don't get offended. Like I don't care the way you think about politics.
anything,
Any fucking
anything.
bullshit. Like if just laugh at shit. Like let it roll off your shoulder. Like we don't give a fuck. Like I don't.
funny memes, gaming,
Yeah.
gaming tips,
Yes.
you know,
Like,
gaming
shit coming out, like anything. Like I'm trying to get that to you guys.
Get
We
some-
do a lot of giveaways. I got some probably coming this week. Some gift cards for Xbox, PlayStation, maybe Switch. I don't know. Maybe Switch.
Kevin.
But like we do that. It's just to have fun. It's just to like share the love of gaming and stuff like that, and like
And honestly, connect people
Yeah.
that have the same kind of love with games and all that
drinking
stuff.
beer,
And having a good time.
and having a good time, and PlayStation Switch guys. There you go.
We've got everybody in the
Hop in
group,
there.
HP.
Hop in there. It's amazing group. Like we're having fun. It's slowly growing. Honestly, I love that it's small now, and like it kind of getting close to where like we're getting to like know everybody. If it grows, it grows.
Bob, this is Josh Koval. He is actually he's actually founder of Next Gen Uncensored, and then I'm one of the other admin over there.
Yes. Well, I'd say we're like the founders.
Okay, okay.
Like I talked to Jay before I did the group because I wanted him to be in it with me, and like
Appreciate
we
it.
love gaming because like I'm the Xbox guy, he's more the PlayStation guy, and like it's perfect.
And I'm more sports and stuff, and
Yeah.
he does definitely more of the the
RPGs.
RPGs and shooters and stuff like that.
Yeah, so we got bases covered, and like we have fun, but like we don't hate.
There's the link to the group there. Thanks, Jets.
Ah, thank you. Well, we just have a good time. We want to give back. Like me and Jay want to give back totally.
That's the whole
Everybody
point,
wants to hop in here.
We met in Neotech, which if anybody that's not in Ohio here, if, anybody in the group that's watching this isn't. It's our local toy group, and we got together and we have a lot of common interests, and we did a couple trades and stuff. And next thing you know, we ended up.
A lot. I just got me hooked on figure arts and all this shit, and like I'm just like,
definitely helped my. Wait, who reps the PC players though? Well,
oh no, we got it. We got it.
Right.
Trust me, Xbox, Microsoft.
Well, and actually, right now, me and my two brothers have been running. If you've ever played StarCraft, it's free right now on BattleNet, and we've picked up the old version, StarCraft 1, with the expansion, and we also picked up StarCraft 2. And we're just having a good time. I mean, it brings us back to all our old times gaming and stuff, and it's free and a fun time. And PC gaming's pretty damn awesome too.
We got it all covered,
right?
We got it all covered.
And you know what? If we don't, the whole point is to grow the group so
Maybe
we can get it
we'll
covered.
get Kevin to come in here and like he could be another admin in the group and like cover our Nintendo Switch.
I think that's definitely a possibility.
Side. Oh, and PC apparently.
Yeah. So what do you think,
We
Kev?
can totally get Kevin here, and like he can hop in
Would-
and like be a founding member here.
Would you care about being an admin? I mean, you wouldn't have
For
much
sure.
responsibility. All right. As of today,
Yes,
it is official
We got
that Kevin Fraser. Say your last name properly.
crazy.
Frazee.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Crazy,
Yes.
crazy. All right. So, Captain Crazy Frazee is going to be coming in.
We're growing.
And we're going to
growing.
have our third admin for Next Gen. We're getting close to 200 members. It's really a fun group.
Yep.
And like I said, there's no drama, man.
Yeah.
And we
All
really
about
are
fun.
not trying to create any. And if you got it, take it somewhere else.
Yeah.
That's just really the message there.
Just
Share-
laugh,
share
laugh
your-
at shit.
Right. Share your
Laugh.
funny memes, share your stories, play games, build groups to play
It doesn't
games
have
with.
to be about gaming either. If
Right.
you want to share something funny just because it made you laugh, I want to laugh too.
That's
like,
right.
Like I seriously want to laugh too. Send that meme my way. Let's see how this goes.
I mean, so with all this stuff going on, we want to get these Facebook groups and these the YouTube channels all kind of working together here to help build the community. I mean, Ohio, we've got a real hotbed for when it comes to toy collecting and just collectors in general. I mean, we have a lot of people that are really genuinely.
Give a huge shout out to Neotech.
Yeah, Neotech.
That is kind of the reason all
of us are here.
have met.
We've all kind of created our own things and done our own things, but Neotech is the reason that brought us all together, and without them, we wouldn't be here. And the idea though is that a group like that, that's now at 2,000 members, we want to continue to grow things like that. Toy communities where people actually care and want to see other
Take care of
collectors
each other.
grow their collections and take care of each other and not rip each other off, and really be genuine in this whole thing, because we are adults and we're playing with toys. I mean, in the end, that's what it is. And there's no reason for anybody to get upset if you can't get the latest this and that. And I'm guilty of it. I mean, I've been angry, because I couldn't get something before.
We'll all help
And
each other.
but
End of the day, we'll all try to
in
help each other.
the end, it has turned into something. We got a lurker. But in the end of the day, that's what it's all about, is helping each other, and doing it in a way where you're building relationships and furthering each other's craft. I mean, this is for some people a hobby, some people are art. We got people that take pictures, customize. We got people that do all kinds of stuff with this, and it's just a whole awesome world. And gaming is a part of it. You got gaming collectors that go into, collecting statues and figures of their games, and almost, Josh has almost everything associated with Fallout. It is just everything. He just got a bar stool, right?
Yeah. I just bought the bar.
He just got a Nuka-Cola bar stool kind of thing.
Nuka Shine.
Oh, Nuka Shine.
I needed the liquor version of Nuka-Cola.
So there you go.
I didn't want Nuka-Cola for my bar stool.
No.
I was like, they're gonna make the fucking liquor version. I know they're gonna, and they did it. And like, fucking, I'm buying it. Like, the Nuka Shine.
Right.
So now that's next to my Darth Vader one. Like,
That's great. That's great.
Because that's what Darth Vader would drink if he was in Fallout.
Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing.
Kevin just saw a picture of
like,
it. I mean, it's pretty awesome.
I was like, oh, I'm a drinker.
And actually, I'm gonna grab a drink. Kevin, would you hop in for a sec? Or no? Yeah. Here, sit with
Hop on
me,
it?
Josh. Yeah. Scoot over or whatever.
They're doing it for charity, so this is going to be for charity.
Our newest, I'd say, admin, professional Switch, Nintendo guy, and PC guy.
Oh yeah.
Since I'm like hardcore Xbox, Jay seems to be hardcore PlayStation. And we have little.
Of course, you have to, man. Oh, yeah.
But like Xbox kind of got like baseball and stuff. We get baseball from PlayStation.
So when we do it,
But like seriously, though, like Xbox did not get that without giving up something.
It's like the same thing with yours.
They bought Bethesda.
Yeah.
That's part of the deal. Like it's not said at all, but that is part of the deal. I guarantee Fallout, Elder Scrolls will still be on PlayStation because baseball mysteriously came on Game Pass and everything else. Like, there's something else there. It wasn't just like Sony out of the kindness of their heart. It was like, hey, Microsoft, it's like, do you want this to be free on Game Pass? And they were like, wow, that's super
wonderful.
nice of you. Sure. Like, no, there was something in that deal that's not talked about yet. And I guarantee that Bethesda deal was that string that got pulled. And it was like, hey, look, yeah, we'll do it. They wouldn't. Like, why would it's there's so many variables involved in it, but Minecraft comes to mind. Like, they bought Minecraft for $2 billion. One game, like one property. For $2
That guy never finished the game before he left the project, too.
Like, that's crazy. But it never left PlayStation. They were like, no, like, keep it on there, keep selling it. Like, we get money every time it's sold. Like, it's smart to do that. Like, even if, say Sony's like, fine, but we get a little extra percentage on that baseball game each time. Okay, like, it wouldn't be on here anyway. Like, so if we get extra money to like sell it on, sure. Like, they work deals. We have no idea what's going on behind the scenes, anything like that. But like, it just makes sense. Like, I'm sorry, Fallout's not cutting half of their player base out. Like, they're just not. Like, but that's just like Microsoft, they want the money. Like they're looking at like honestly, like it ran like shit on the PlayStation 3 because that cell processor. I think it was Fallout 3. But I think it sold better on the PlayStation than it did the 360. So like, why would you cut off like a giant part of your market just because it doesn't make sense. Like I almost guarantee those games will come.
It's hard because you say a lot of those things. You just realize it just doesn't make sense. Even at that, like, you're not even looking at it from like a. You're not looking at it from a standpoint of popularity. You're looking at it from a straight point of profit.
Yeah.
Like I'm not even just to say I like it. Just I'm saying it makes sense to money wise. It just makes sense to do it. Even
Nintendo's probably sitting there too, like. If you guys make a version that'll run on the Switch, like, we'll totally do it. Like, because there's rumors now that there's going to be Nintendo games on the Xbox.
Really?
Exclusive, like, Nintendo properties on the Xbox. And that's
like they're going to create
a whole thing.
Xbox exclusive Mario.
No. Like a Nintendo exclusive will come to the Xbox. It won't be like an exclusive game is made for the Xbox. It's something that's already on Nintendo.
Oh, okay, and then it'll become available.
But like, I believe this is all part of buying Bethesda. Because, I mean, there's so much involved with that. Like, that people don't even, like, realize. Like,
you know, one of the things that I think is the best about all this coming about is I was always a Nintendo guy, and then I adopted Xbox, right? Like, you was a PlayStation guy. You were a PC guy. When Activision and all this crossplay, that is the greatest thing that's happened in video games.
Yeah.
It really is. Because it used to be like my brother-in-law Steve, we'd play a game, whatever. And he had both and I had both. So to play together, I would have to go buy the same game again on PlayStation 4, or he would have to go buy it for Xbox.
Yep.
But now, I don't know why it hasn't been there. They've been cutting their own nose off.
Well,
to spite their face.
Between PlayStation and Xbox, they have a problem with their whole chat system and stuff like that, like connecting to each other.
Yeah,
and like,
I remember the first time I did it, used all these different settings.
Uberish kind of complaint. Yeah, and it's so like awkward the way they're doing it. It's almost I don't even know. But like PlayStation, like grow up, like. I don't want to say that, but like
no, but really though,
go to party chat, go to Xbox's chat, like, and it's so simple. Like, it's not this weird like, hey, you're on this phone, so let's do this weird like whatever. Like, they've got it nailed. They have party chat nailed. They have like
it's just like
they
Apple,
just don't
Apple and iPhone.
Yeah,
and
it is.
It's
It is.
like,
It's just arguing for like no goddamn reason.
Well, I will note. I noticed. I'm not an iPhone guy. I've always been a Droid guy. But did you notice that iPhone went to the C-Bus charger, like Droid, as opposed to the proprietary chargers? They were always garbage anyways. And no matter, even a person like me, I can get the same, like this phone here. I don't know, whatever. But the one before it was a C-Bus charger, and I still have the factory charger, the factory Samsung charger. Because I'm not a manhandler, believe it or not.
Yeah.
I unplug it like a civilized human, But the thing with those iPhone chargers, like for the iPads for my work, even a guy like me who carefully unplugged things, all of a sudden I'm like, how is this not working anymore?
Exactly.
I didn't do anything to it.
That prong just goes a little bit down, and it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
But like if they would just come together,
They should like catch one more dog.
Bob, you know what's hilarious about that, Bob? Two different days. I went to one McDonald's and I went to another McDonald's for breakfast. I went to get an orange juice and both their fucking orange juice machines were down. And I'm like, it's bullshit.
Okay, and I'm gonna answer your other question. The dumbest game I ever played was probably Sneak King. It was like a Burger King game on like the 360. Yes, I got one of those stupid fucking games. That was awful. like I played, I think all of them. They were all bad because like the one was on like a fucking speed bike, and it was just like from the Burger King on a bike, like
like Paperboy from Burger King.
No, it was even worse. It was even worse. Like you just went down the street, and there was like no point to the game. It was like seeing how fast you can get down the street or something. But like, as long as you held down A, like you just went the fastest speed. And, like, it was awful. They were horrible. They were like 30 seconds long. I don't even know. Like that might be the dumbest shit.
I'm trying to think about what the stupidest game, and that's kind of I mean, I'm sure I played a lot of stupid games. Trying to think of what like stands out in what regard to like
a lot of stupid games. Honestly, like even now, like if you go on some of these like ID at Xbox things, some are fucking amazing. Some are like, wow, blow your mind. Like holy shit, like you made this with 2 people in like 3 weeks. Like what the fuck? And some are like, holy fuck, you spent like your entire life making this piece of shit. Like go get another game. Like that game's garbage. But I mean, everything's perspective. Like, I mean, I was talking to somebody today that thought Assassin's Creed Valhalla is like awful compared to like any of the other Assassin's Creed, but I love it. I absolutely love that game. I think like a Viking RPG where you're just running up on churches and like slaughtering people. That sounds fucked up, but like I didn't make it sound like that. But like that's like you want to play a Viking? Like that's what they did. Like. Oh, there we go. You like Valhalla? I love it. I honestly, I think like it's gorgeous. Like. Especially on the newer systems. I don't know if you have the newer system or not, but I have the Series X. It's gorgeous. Oh my god, the lighting, everything. Documentary just came out. Jesus Christ.
So a Taylor ice cream machine maker, McDonald's started in the same city. 25% of Taylor's revenue is McDonald's service calls. That's nuts.
Oh, you got it on the PS5, so you feel the same way? Like, does it, like, it's just gorgeous. Like,
I have to imagine, too, especially when you get, like, a new graphics card on a computer and you go up to that next stage of games and you're just like, you don't even want to play the game because you're just really spending about a half an hour looking at the visuals.
Yeah, you're just like looking at
the fucking grass move. It's how the grass
look at
sways.
the light coming through the fucking clouds and everything. You're just like, and then, like a little bit of sadness and things. You're like, wow, shit. Like it's the same game, but like I paid money for the newer system, whatever. But it looks great. Yeah. Going back to like I was talking about Resident Evil and stuff. Like the original Resident Evil, like that terrified the shit out of me when I was a kid. Like, I watch it now, I'm like, Jesus Christ, like, it's awful looking.
God, the Grassman?
Yeah, oh my, it's just garbage looking. And you're like, wow, but I was so into that when I was a kid. I was like, holy shit, this is amazing.
I got scared the hell out of me, too, man. The first time you see the Grassman coming on the door,
the corridor. I mean, you go through there, and the dog is like, weird robot-y, like, going around, but, like, in your mind, it wasn't like that back in the day. You were like, holy shit, it's coming after me.
It's all slow-mo. What's going on?
Yeah. Gaming's great. Like, gaming's been a huge part of my life for fucking ever.
Yeah, I can say that too as well.
Jump scares. Yes, they work. But if you watch it, go on YouTube. I encourage you to go on YouTube and watch those jump scares that got you when you were a kid. They're not the goddamn same. Like, from seeing graphics now and everything, those are not the same jump scares at all. Yes, the dog jumping, especially that. Like, it's not breaking through a window anymore. It is just like, I don't know, crumpled paper in like a fucking triangle or a square just jumping through the fucking window at that point with teeth. And you're like,
PlayStation.
Yeah, like I was terrified. Like I had nightmares of that shit when I was a kid. Like that dog's gonna kill me. And now it's like that wasn't. like that wasn't close to me.
Who doesn't like bacon?
I can only imagine what
Was the one big,
just
the one big guy? I forgot what they had, Nemesis or whatever it was. We saw
Nemesis,
tiny.
The last time I
That
took
one big guy, the one big fucking like
Tyrant?
big tyrant, yeah,
Tyrant, yeah, Tyrant, yeah.
Yeah, I used to call him Tiny all the time.
Yeah.
I just walk around and be like, oh, here comes Tiny. Like, oh.
Well, now the new ones, they keep changing everything. So it's like Scooby-Doo chasing you through like the fucking house. Have you seen that, Jim?
No.
You can get all these different mods where it's like Scooby-Doo's
Oh,
chasing
no
you
shit.
through the
Oh,
house.
yeah.
And it's absolutely ridiculous. Because it's like, they've already changed, what is it, 7? 7's coming out in like a week or two?
Yeah.
They've already modded the trailers to have goofy bullshit chasing you. Just the trailers. Like, imagine when the actual game comes out, what they're going to mod things.
What?
Resident Evil.
What are we gonna?
The newer Resident Evil.
Okay.
They're modding the antagonist to be like goofy bullshit. They've been doing this for like a year or two now.
Go ahead.
A year or two now they've been doing this. Now they've made like Scooby-Doo's chasing you through the entire game. Where he just sticks his head through the, because it's I encourage you guys to look this shit up on YouTube because it's absolutely fucking ridiculous. But it's so worth it because when Scooby-Doo busts his head through the fucking door and his tongue's like fucking, and like it's supposed to be that scary moment, but like it's too much. But like they have like Snoopy, like they have all kinds of crazy bullshit that you would never even think of. And like he busts through the door, he's just gonna kill you because the death scenes are still the same. But it's Snoopy doing it, or Scooby Doo, or whoever they pick to like mod into the fucking game.
That's crazy.
It is. But it's like,
I'm one of those
so
guys. I'm a gamer, but not a gamer. Does that make sense?
Good. Yes.
You know, a lot of guys get really hardcore into it. And I don't. You know, it is what it is. Like I'm not the guy that does all the what do you call them, micro purchases.
Oh,
I don't buy all the skins and everything. Like for Call of Duty, I bought the Leatherface skin that come out, and I have it, but I didn't buy it with real money. These were Call of Duty coins that I had earned through doing achievements. It didn't come out of my bank account, my PayPal account, whatever, off my credit card.
For sure.
Yeah, because I can't. I don't know. Maybe if I was more into it, I could wrap my head around spending money on it, but I still don't think so.
I've never played Roblox in my life.
Yeah, I know the name, but I don't even know what the fuck it is.
But I've also probably spent $500 in Robux money for my daughter, just because that's all she wants.
Is that like? Well, my niece, I bought her an Xbox card for her last birthday.
Yeah.
She got another one coming up here soon. So, Christy, if you're in here, tell me if she wants just another Xbox gift card. And she bought stuff for Minecraft.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I've never played it. I don't know anything about it. So
you get skins and like whatever.
Yeah, skins.
Like Minecraft's kind of like huge with the skins. Like you can get like Mass Effect, so you can make all your characters like look like the Mass Effect characters, or Halo characters, or whatever you want.
All I'm gonna say as a video game guy, and he might want to punch me or put me back in that cross-faced chicken wing. I'm not a Halo guy. Okay, he's not either.
And
I just could not get into it.
And I'm an Xbox guy.
You know what my favorite Xbox exclusive game of all time is? And people might hate for this. And then it become not exclusive. Titanfall. That game is the fucking shit. My brother-in-law, Steve fucking Smith, played it at my house. This motherfucker had never owned anything by Xbox. He played that game sitting over here. He's like, I'm buying an Xbox to get that game. And then it come out, Titanfall 2 come out on both. He's like, so what system you going to buy it on? I'm like, whatever one you tell me, because I have both.
They just upgraded it on the Xbox to, I think, 120 frames per second.
That game is amazing. I love that fucking game. Love that. It is one of my all-time favorite fucking games.
Almost guaranteed, like I'm like right there on guaranteeing it. Titanfall 3 will be revealed in June at E3. Will be. I don't think it's going to be exclusive. I don't think they would do that. I think that'll be straight up for Xbox and PlayStation.
The same way Titanfall 2 was. Yeah. But Titanfall and Titanfall 2 are, as far as playability or replayability, two of my favorite games of all time. They really, it's just so enjoyable.
I love the hell out of that, man. I love
Oh,
that.
dude,
Man.
that is what got my brother-in-law to buy finally an Xbox. That game. Love that fucking game. Love the premise of that fucking game. Love the gameplay of that fucking game. Love the graphics.
Hey, Ben.
Oh yeah, dude.
You're in a hot seat.
Uh-oh. HP Crafter says Crackdown is my favorite Xbox game of all time. That is a good game. Also, Black for the original Xbox was. Do you remember that game, Black, for the original Xbox? Josh, you remember Black for the original Xbox?
Yes. Josh, like, I guess I'm coming back.
Dude, that game was off the fucking chain for
One
the
of the
time.
best shooters ever made.
Ever
Ever made.
Dude,
this one.
He's giving him a beer. But that game was fucking amazing.
Pop a squat, sir.
Hello, what? You got me an
Can we get
Xbox.
the Viking?
I am
The
a Viking.
on camera.
Oh, look at that Viking. It looks like a skinnier version of me. Two cousins, he loved it. Maybe it's enhanced my love for
I'll be back.
Lego games. Junebug always comes up with the bullshit. But I will admit, Junebug, that there is some Lego games that I actually enjoy.
Shit, but
I've never played Lego Dimensions.
Well, it's like, oh, you get all the little Lego figures. So every set you get will let you go into that world and play in that world.
I played the shit out of the Star Wars ones on Lego. And then I had the Indiana Jones. I played the shit out of that. It was the Indiana Jones and Batman combo on 360. And they were fun games, but they were just games I'd play and then be like, okay, I won't play it again for 6 months because but they were fun. They were playable games.
Yeah, Lego Dimensions was cool because whenever you bought that little set, like you would like play the regular game, but like you would go into like the game there and they'd have different like, worlds would be there,
Yeah.
different like warps. But if you bought like the Back to the Future pack and you get the little characters, then you can go into the world and like go into the Back to the Future and do the quest and shit in the world of Back to the Future.
Well, that's cool.
And I got the Doctor Who one where it was like you go in there and it's like
This guy in Doctor Who, I love it.
and you get the TARDIS and you go around town like crushing shit with TARDIS. You flying around.
Nice.
You know, that was never got. It was really fucking cool. That's one of those games you spend $500 on one game.
Shokin, I had the Legends of the Lord of the Rings games on Xbox 360. When I sold my 360 games, and I know it's sad, here's what I should have did with my 360 games. Right when the Xbox
Coasters.
Coasters. Well, I sold them too late. I should have sold them when they were still hot.
Yeah.
And I fucked up. A buddy of mine, who's actually a friend of mine now, lives in Youngstown, bought all my 360 games. And you can ask him, like 80 of the 300 games that I had were still factory sealed.
Oh, shit.
Because I would just buy games because I was a lunatic and never play them. But he's a video game collector. That's like his shit, dude. And I got to get him to come from Youngstown. Bring the ferrets. Jason, bring the ferrets.
Well, you know, I believe Xbox has signed the deal for the Indiana Jones game that's coming out.
What Indiana Jones game is that?
No fucking idea. But it's an Indiana Jones game. They teased the hat and the whip, I believe it was like a month ago.
Really?
Yeah. And now there's a rumor going around that they have an exclusive deal with a Star Wars game, which also coincides with The Mandalorian. And people are freaking out because they're like, how the fuck are you going to do that? And that's going to be exclusive when that's that's like a huge property.
Yeah, it's a very...
And like, I don't agree with that shit. Like I said, like I'm an Xbox guy, but like I don't agree with that shit. If you're taking like things that I feel should be multi-platform and stuff, like that's you're getting into a sketchy spot.
Yeah, I think so too. Favorite Xbox game?
Favorite of all time?
I'll tell you what my favorite
Exclusive?
is. And it's just, exclusive.
Like an exclusive
and mine was
you can't
just
get
for the
anywhere?
controller alone, if you don't know where this is
Now,
going.
I would say Fallout just because, like, well, they just bought with us and shit. I don't believe that's going to be exclusive. I believe that's too big of a property. They have way too much money to make and shit like that. if I have to just go with one, it's like a tie, and it's such a like it's a weird tie because like they're so different, but I love them in different ways. So I'm going to tell you two real quick. Alan Wake, I fucking love that game.
Yeah, that's a good game.
Absolutely fucking amazing. The way you read pages of things that are going to happen to you throughout the game, the Stephen King twist and like all that kind of shit. Such an underrated game, and it got fucking crushed by its release date. Now, dude,
Hello? Hi. Okay, we're behaved ourselves. Yeah, we are.
to a point.
Nah, nothing like that. I got all the dogs in the house. We're talking about video games.
Thank you, HB. That really was.
Yeah, I had to go put a hoodie on actually.
Oh, Shogun, thank you.
We got some burgers and stuff still down.
Not
bacon
to
and
keep going with that, Alan Wake was totally destroyed by its release date. And if anybody actually remembers when it got released,
all right, love you.
it got
Dave's over here.
released with Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't stand a fucking chance. They delayed it. and
Yeah, I'm
delayed
going
it.
to actually. I'm glad you said that.
And Alan
All
Wake
right.
was actually like
Love you.
teased as like an open world game, and it was supposed to be open world in like Pacific Northwest and shit. And they, if you actually look on YouTube, like it's crazy. Like they had like tornadoes that were like ripping through the city on like their display and showcase and shit. Like it's crazy. Like it's way better looking than it actually came out to be.
Like a Telltale game?
No. Like
No, but I mean, as far as
kind
better,
of,
yeah, because those are way better looking than the playability of.
But they fucked up because like they released it with Red Dead Redemption,
Which I'm not a huge fan of. They're all right. They're all right. At best.
Honestly, I don't like Rockstar games. I think their controls are floaty as fuck. I think it's garbage. Like I'm not a Rockstar guy.
Yeah,
like I know
they're all
like,
right.
oh,
They're not.
I'm not with.
Oh my god, have you done that? I'm like, no, because I played it for 20 minutes and I got bored with it.
I think if you shit, what is the karate one? Open world karate one. Chad, if it's. Sleeping Dogs. Sleeping Dogs.
Yeah.
Sleeping Dogs is a better Grand Theft Auto than Grand Theft Auto is. It just is. Combat wise, everything is fucking amazing.
Grand Theft Auto is not all that. People think it's all that, and I'm like, it's a mediocre game at best. I'm just honest.
But Alan Wake got crushed because of the juggernaut that was fucking Red Dead Redemption. It just like you can't release a game in the same, I'd say 2 to 3 months before or after a Rockstar game comes out
Because people just go nuts over it.
It's that
For
hot
whatever
thing.
reason.
It doesn't even matter. Like you just want to be the person that owns the game. Like people just buy it just because it's like, well, fuck it.
I gotta have it. I gotta have it.
But no, like Alan Wake got crushed. My tie is any of the Fable games. I don't give a shit what anybody says. Those are like that British humor. in those fucking
Fable
games
2
reminds
really
me
good.
so much.
They're all good.
Of Monty Python. So much of Monty Python, and that's from like our childhood.
Yeah.
Like the tongue in cheek with like getting like STDs and like all kinds of stupid shit, and like and like guys' arms off and shit. Like it's so
merely a
good.
flesh
It's so
wound. My favorite Xbox game of all time, and I've only known it once. And I'm gonna fuck up the name of it. And you don't even know what it is. It's based on the controller. The proprietary controller that would come with it.
The Kinect?
No, that Connect with dude. I thought I was gonna have a fucking heart attack playing it for the first time.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Me and Rama's jumping around. No, it was me and Josh jumping around the living room. My brother Josh.
I saw Connecting once we went inside, and I just kind of like smirked.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
oh my
I still
God.
got some rando. I
Yeah.
found those.
Yeah.
Actually, those are going to Jason when I hook up with him. And next time Youngstown, if he comes here, these were games that were like in a box somewhere. Was the Battle Tank game? Mech Tank. What about
Mech Warrior.
Mech
or
Warrior?
Mech Assault.
Mech Assault.
Mech Assault.
They had the whole
They're
control.
bringing it back.
But you
There's
remember
rumors-
that big controller? I left it in fucking Afghanistan.
Like
I left it in
fucking buttons.
Yeah. It would I had it mounted legit, put L brackets mounted on a table in my quarters and would play that thing constantly.
It was like $180 when it came out without the game.
Without the game. Have you ever seen it? This thing, it was like the most amazing thing. They're like, you taking that with you? I'm like, nah, I'll leave it for you guys. And they're like, what? Because they knew it was like my most favorite thing to play. And they're like,
they're bringing it back. They're bringing that shit back.
What am I going to do with that controller? I got no room. I've been up there. Where am I going to put it?
Make room.
Well, I don't know. I'd
At
have
that
to.
point, make room. Like that thing was too fun.
That was my favorite game of all time, as far as just to play. Loved it. I would spend all my off time playing this fucking game. There's some games got myths and legends in the game you don't know it existed. I'm confused.
So much.
Bug, I don't know what you're talking about. HB Crafter said he guessed it, buddy. Did he actually say it in there? I'm blind.
No,
guys.
he's saying the tank game for Xbox. So
Yeah, the tank. I can't even remember the name of it. But I love the game. I just love playing it. What are you talking about, Jim Bug? You're confusing the fuck out of me, dude.
Shokin, Red Dead's actually really cool. Like, it's a cool Western game and shit like that. But like, I don't know. Like, I don't enjoy the controls they have. Like, I don't know. There's that weird floatiness to everything. Like, I'm talking Grand Theft Auto everything. Everything they've ever made. There's this weird I stop running, but like my
you
dude,
take
like
2.5 steps.
7 steps
Yeah,
forward and shit.
it's
and, like,
weird. It's weird.
And then even the combat is like, oh, okay, everything's like auto-targeted. But you can turn it off, but it's like janky as fuck because it doesn't even work like right if you turn it off. I don't know. Like, the stories apparently are fucking amazing. Like the shit that I played through, like, is great.
Yeah,
like,
it is. And like the what's the newest Red Dead game? Or was the newest?
2. Red Dead Redemption 2.
2. Okay, so I have that. And I've probably logged like 4 hours on it.
But the best Red Dead game was Red Dead Revolver.
Yes.
The original they had on the Xbox.
Yep.
It wasn't anything like the new ones.
Because you would get in those gunfights and you could, like, as you evolved as a gunfighter, you could pick where you're going to shoot the guy, right? The 6 love. But that game, I got it because, what was it, new 2 years ago, whatever. So I got it, everybody at work was playing it, and I'm like, okay, all right, so I set up my base camp, I do this, I do that, and I start doing all the side quests, right? And dude, I was playing, and you're playing online, and I was I'm trying to hunt the fucking mountain lion or whatever it was, so ever how far that is into the game. And I know it was some fucking 8-year-old kid saying something. So it's night, I'm going after this mountain lion, because that's like, I'm looking at the map, okay, I gotta go here. I'm on the side of this fucking mountain. This dude fucking cracks me. He's got like one of the repeater rifles and a scope. I've still got like the first rifle unlocked, the carbine.
Yeah.
You know, the fucking trapdoor carbine, right? Bam, he kills my horse right off the rip. I'm like, fuck! You know? Then he kills me, wrecks me. You come back, now I'm in a position where I can't call my horse.
Yeah.
Because I'm up on the slope.
Yeah.
I can't get down far enough up.
Because the horse comes like right here.
Yeah, and I can't get
Or
to the
down
horse
here.
to get the fucking away.
Yeah.
And obviously this kid is like still in that same pat, kills me again. I keep like, you can hit the X button maybe to parlay.
Yeah, yeah.
This motherfucker keeps ignoring me. Next time I come back, I spawn like legit 3 rocks over. Bam! I'm like, that is the last time I played it, and that game is sitting there collecting dust.
But there's a lot of fun things in that game. Like, I get why people do enjoy it.
Yeah, but it's just not me.
Like, you can lose yourself in hunting and like all these other.
Yeah, I was skinning. You know, Rhonda was like freaked out by it. You know,
I'm a huge like story-driven guy. Like, but I also like, which is crazy to me too. But I don't like Red Dead, but like, I go back to Fallout all the time. I like that environmental storytelling. I like going into like a fucking new building in a Fallout game. You're like, what am I gonna find out? Like, what's gonna happen? And like, Bioshock. Bioshock was amazing.
Bioshock.
The original.
Oh my god! And then the sound on that game, the original Bioshock, it was just. Well, now I have a sound bar. I used to have a legit receiver subwoofer that's now upstairs in my toy room. And all my surround speakers, the wires, I had everything hardwired. This was fucking 7.1. I had it in. It was so immersive. Rhonda would be so mad at me playing like Bioshock.
I'll never
all those
forget.
weird ass turn that shit down. Turn it down. I'm trying. She's like 2 rooms. No, I won't. She'd come around and unplug my subwoofer. I'd be like, "Hey, put that back on."
You're so into it.
Yeah,
and then
it's so creepy.
Apparently, the time I unlocked that, like there was like a side door or something that like you had to like unlock and do that like pipe dream. Remember pipe dream game and shit?
Yes.
But they fit pipe dream into the fucking game, which was just like a fucking throwback to us older guys and shit.
Yeah.
Because pipe dream was fucking amazing.
It
when we
was.
were kids.
Yeah.
Like for whatever goddamn reason, like doesn't make sense. But like you open the fucking door and it's just like 2 skeletons holding each other on the bed, and you read the fucking note about it was just a husband and wife that like knew it was over and they loved each other. And I was like, fucking hell! Like I almost had like a tear in my eye and shit. I'm like, don't do this shit to me. Like I have like fucking fire in my one hand and shit, and a drill in the other, and like I'm ready to fuck shit up. Like don't do this crap in the middle of my fucking playroom. Like it's not fair. It's not fair to do that shit. Don't pull at my fucking heartstrings when I'm like a fucking almost like a superhero and shit.
Good night, Crafter.
Good night.
Weren't you back to back to it or something?
I don't know. I turned it off.
No. Fable, absolutely amazing. Fable fucking 4 will be announced in June. They already fucking did the little trailer with the fucking bird going.
Where are you seeing it? Just on the internet?
Yeah.
I try to stay.
They already did a fucking,
as I'm sitting here for 3 hours on the internet, but I try to stay.
But they already did like a fucking like a very tame like bird going through the thing, just like they did for Fable 2, with the music kind of playing and shit like that. Never said a word about the name, anything like that. And that was it. It was just like a fucking quick like, hey, this is coming. Like, get excited. Starfield, unfortunately, is going to be fucking exclusive, I think, in my mind, because it's not that like property. I believe like Microsoft will not let that one go, and that's the space, Elder Scrolls, Fallout, going to different planets and shit.
Well, I
don't think Microsoft's going to let that go.
No Man's Land for PS4, and now they've expanded that or whatever. I got bored with that game. You ever play that with No Man's Land? I know you're
No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky.
See, I'm bad with names. Comic books, I can tell you
It
something that
sounded familiar, but I was like, wait a minute. Hold on.
But they supposedly, I guess, over the past 6 or 8 months, expanded it.
But and they also, the whole game's just like a fucking job.
Yeah, it is. It's
like
boring.
You like clock in, you're like, all right, I gotta mine some shit. I need to buff.
You know
my
what it
shit.
reminds me of? It does and it doesn't. Like SimCity. For Super Nintendo, especially, because I used to wreck that game. As wrecking it, here's how you would wreck SimCity on Super Nintendo: you'd put your water grid and electrical grid in, and then leave that bitch on while you went to sleep.
Yeah.
Get up the next morning. I can do this. Expand my grid. Put some parks here. Go to work. Come home. 10 minutes. Fucking with it.
So hold on,
and then go to sleep.
Do you like those type games though?
I like SimCity for Super Nintendo.
But did you like Roller Coaster Tycoon shit like that?
I did, because I would build a park on my computer. That's when I would play on the computer.
And you know they made one for the Xbox.
I actually think I have it on 360.
No, new one.
Oh,
Planet Coaster.
I've never seen that one.
Now you also know that they made Jurassic Park Evolution, which is basically Roller Coaster Tycoon, but you're playing the Jurassic Park shit.
I haven't seen that.
It's on Xbox and PlayStation.
Really? I might have to grab that. Oh
my god, it's fucking
Prison.
amazing.
You ever play Prison Tycoon?
Yes.
Yes, I had that for Xbox, and I gave it to my niece.
Jurassic Park will blow your fucking mind.
Really?
Because you can just put herbivores with carnivores in the same fucking goddamn
And let 'em
thing
do whatever.
and watch them just do whatever.
Well, see, I would get like bored with the original. Are you leaving?
Good meeting you finally, Larry.
Yes, good meeting you guys.
You sure was anything?
Bye.
Dave says bye, guys. Captain Crappy is sailing. Fly your pirate flag.
And now they have a new one coming out. I think a different company's making it, but it's called Planetarium. And this is a fucking space station one where you have to like control your entertainment area. It's almost on like a Halo ring.
Really?
It's crazy looking, yeah.
I'd check that out. But like I said, a roller coaster tycoon, I'd build my park up. And you know, you could have all your entrances, exits. Because I don't know, maybe I'm a sociopath. I don't know. So I was like, you know, you could demolish whatever you wanted.
Yeah.
Cut your maintenance crew to nothing.
Yeah.
So I would lock out all the exits to the park so nobody could leave. Shut down my food stands, and then take, you know, the maintenance. I'd sit there and like, seriously.
We all gotta say bye on video before you go.
Oh my god!
Watching it, and as the roller coaster would wreck and 8 people died, and then you could you'd like click on the balloon, the word balloon. I'm so hungry. Where's the food?
Planet Coaster is the only reason I want VR for Xbox.
I will not get VR.
I just want it just to ride my own roller coasters. Like,
I mean, that might
my
be cool.
My shit's fucking insane because like everybody wants to throw up like on the scale fucking thing for my rides, and they're like, we all died or whatever. But I'm like, I want to ride it. Like, I want to put the headset on and I want to sit there and I want to experience my fucking ride. What made everybody throw up? And like, it's only for like, I don't know, 2 minutes at a time. Like, I'm gonna go on my ride.
You're not leaving,
like,
are you?
No.
Oh, yeah, we're being hateful ourselves. Okay.
I came over here to grab my makers. You guys were talking about Xbox games. My favorite Xbox game is probably
Pull a chair up, Dave. Get in there.
if it wasn't the original Halo,
Good to meet
it
you.
would
Did we do
be
this episode?
Halo 2 and then Halo 3. Because those are like
I won the Halo guy.
Those are my big
Dave,
multiplayer.
just pull a chair up.
Those are my big multiplayer games. But like now, it would be definitely Destiny. Destiny 2 is the. I mean, I still play Halo every once in a while.
I couldn't get into it because one of the here's what
anytime I see you on there, you're on Destiny.
Here's what fucks me up, and what I wasn't a big Tomb Raider guy either.
I wasn't until these new ones.
I haven't played any of them.
Oh my god! It's
The original
Indiana
one?
Jones, but with a girl.
Okay, well the original
I like
one,
Call of Duty.
the
I
controllers
played that
were
on
wonky, and
PlayStation.
as you say, floaty.
Yeah.
And then like with
Oh no, for sure. The original one.
it was just so horrible.
all the way. I think all the way up to Legend. I think Tomb Raider Legend was the last one they did on like.
Is that the one where she's on the cover with the bow and arrow and the
I think
rocks?
so.
Yeah, I think it was the last
Possibly,
one.
yeah.
Because I would buy these games
But
anyways because I'm
super-
retarded.
Yeah, but they're super floaty. Like
Yeah,
they
they're
doesn't
just
stop running.
wonky.
Like,
You know, you're just like, okay.
no.
It was like when I played Gears of War, the beta, you know, or whatever. When I downloaded the beta and played it, right?
Okay.
Because it was wonky,
Yeah,
because it wasn't
yeah.
finished. But this was a finished game they were selling me, and I'm like, why is it so fucked up? Or is it? It's not me. I
The
know
new
it's not
ones?
me.
The new ones, though. Oh my god!
No,
I
you
think you
can
get them on both
those
Xbox, PlayStation, whatever, and it's a trilogy of games. They're fucking. It's Indiana Jones, but you're just a girl. Like
See, I mean,
They're
if the
fantastic.
controllers, you know, the
they're
controllers. were
very
tight.
movie-like, though. Like there's a
We
lot of
tried to build a
cutscenes
third
and
game
shit.
I don't
like
mind
that.
cutscenes.
But
Thursdays.
They're great.
You can have it
They
on
really are.
Monday, Wednesday.
When you have no control over what's going on, not because it's in the cutscene, but when you're actually in gameplay, I'm not a fan of that. Like, there's this one game, and see, I'm horrible at names. I have the Xbox Game Pass.
Oh god! They're like, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, you got
Like,
and I don't even play it that much, but it's still worth it.
yeah. Netflix.
Where you're where you're the Viking girl that's hearing the voices. What is that game?
Hidden somewhere.
Viking?
He's gonna be back somewhere, but he'll be in
fuck.
there.
If I open up my Xbox, it's on there.
It's all about like her dream.
Yes, and she's like, you can hear voices. It is super immersive and
What's the
creepy.
name of that?
But I don't like
It won
the control.
awards. It won awards
it,
for the,
it would have
the
to,
sound.
yeah, because it's creepy.
Do you remember that? Do you remember the?
What is that
What
Viking?
we're talking, Kevin? Do you remember the one? It's like the Viking. It's all about her dreams.
She's like, in hearing voices, do it.
It's a newer game. It's on PlayStation.
And it was one of the launch games for the Xbox X, the second part of it. You know what I'm talking about there, where she's all painted up
Yeah.
and fighting the dudes wearing the fucking. They're cracking off ARs over there on train tonight. I can't remember the name of the game. I'd have to open my Xbox. It's in my, plays. But the controls.
God, it was the Heavenly Sword people made it.
Yes, yeah.
Fuck. They made Heavenly Sword on the PlayStation. They released this one.
And it was one of the launch games for the Xbox Series
It's so
X.
weird that I remember Heavenly Sword.
Yeah.
I can't remember this one.
But this game had great graphics, great sounds. But the
Chat,
game,
do we know this one?
is it Hellblade? No. I can open up
Hellblade,
my.
yes.
Is that what it's called?
Is it Hellblade? Yeah.
Where she's riding the log through all the dead bodies at the beginning of it?
Yeah, I think it's Hellblade.
Is it Hellblade?
Yeah.
It's so, the game is so immersive. The sound, if you're like, well, Dave has the same headset as me now. Stealth 700s. Gen 2.
Bullshit. I won that. It was a glitch.
It was a glitch.
It was a glitch.
Hey, have you tried those yet? The sound.
What do you mean? What?
What is it?
Hellblade.
Hellblade, that's it. That game. But the only thing I don't like about that game is the controls. But the graphics are great.
Xbox owns them.
Yeah, that is a great game.
But Xbox owns them now.
What do you mean?
They bought them.
Called who?
The developer for
Oh,
Hellblade.
did they really?
Yeah, so they get the next one.
Well, that was one of the launch games for the Series X. The second part of it.
No, it was a launch game for the PS4 Pro. It was exclusive to the PS4 Pro, and then it finally came over once the exclusive rights went over.
The Pharma store is not.
Oh, that was when they were doing the Xbox Series X demo
I believe.
videos. The second one of those was it's going to be
Shogun? Am I right there? That was PlayStation only at first. I believe
it is Hellblade we're talking about.
Yeah.
They're
I
still
believe
cranking
that
around.
that was exclusive to PlayStation for like a little bit. At
But
least.
that sound would fucking, it was creepy.
Yeah.
She'd be in there sleeping, and I'd be like, I'm 12 o'clock at night, and I ain't afraid of anything.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm like getting creeped out by this fucking game, dude, because I got my headset on. I'm like playing it. I'm like, ooh, kill her now. Kill yourself. I'm like, whoa. What the fuck is going on? But
oh my god, one of the creepiest games I ever played was on the
the PlayStation?
No, original Xbox.
Original Xbox.
The fucking was it photo frame? Shokin, you could probably help me here.
You're finally somebody eating cookies. Thank God.
What was the one where you were? It was in like China or Japan, and you were like going around and looking for like a dead relative or something, and you were taking pictures. All you do was take pictures.
What? I've never even heard of this.
But like you pull your camera up is when you actually saw the ghosts and shit. So like you never saw anything until you pulled your camera up, and it fucking creeped me the shit out.
There was
like
one.
you would pull your camera up, and that fucking goddamn thing would be right in your face.
There was one for PlayStation.
It is Fatal Frame. Yeah.
Fatal Frame?
Yeah.
Okay, well then, Shokin, so you know a lot about games. There's this one creepy one where you're in an insane asylum that's PlayStation exclusive. And the whole object of the game was not to engage at all. You did not want to try to fight because you would lose. And you're like creeping around. No, Silent Hill.
Silent Hill's fucking amazing. Like,
no.
And I was so disappointed, by the way, to get back to the toy thing, when Mezco teased the nurse, because I thought they were going to do a Silent Hill nurse, and they did the fucking, whatever, 14-inch, like, almost like Funko Pop, whatever their version is.
Yeah.
But they teased it like a month ago.
I didn't see that either.
Yeah. I was so disappointed though, because I was like, oh my god, they're making the nurse. Like, I'd get like 2 of those to go in my fucking display.
I understand.
I believe it was PlayStation. PlayStation 3. Might have been PlayStation 4. I think it was. God damn! If my brother-in-law would answer the phone.
Huh.
Watch. I'm gonna. What do you call it? Dial a friend.
Oh, phone a friend.
Phone a friend.
Weird. Really sweet.
Because Steve Smith's bitch ass won't come on here.
Really sweet.
He's probably at the bar. He'd rather spend money and come over here and drink for free. Whoa, it went right to voicemail. Wow. Wow.
Look at that mirror's perk up.
Motherfucker turned his phone off. I can't remember it. It was like super creepy, super dark. And this game come out probably, how long's PS4 been out? 5 years?
Oh, jeez.
Longer.
Maybe longer. No, longer. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a PS4 game then for sure. They lived in Brooklyn. It was fairly new. Then.
That's what, 7 years?
Maybe 7 years. Yeah. I'll find out the name of the game. The whole object was not to fight, because if you tried to fight, no matter what point of the game was, there was no fighting. You would die. Dude, I think I just got shot at. Now they're shooting all over the place, Dave. You're all right. That's what we do here.
Did you hear the fucking fireworks the other night from downtown?
They're doing tonight too at 2. So be ready. Tonight at 2.
That was,
Tonight at 2.
It sounded like that at times. You're sitting there, just like.
No, we come
Apparently
home.
they do this every draft, and it's 2:00 in the fucking morning.
Right.
When they do it.
So late.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's late as fuck, because when me and Roman got here last night, Rhonda was already home from work and went to sleep. She couldn't go to Dave's birthday party because she had to cover for somebody.
Dave says he just got shot at.
That's what he said.
Yeah. He's up by the gas station. Dave, call 911.
Call
Yes,
buddy.
Oh, shit. 20. Wow.
Has it been that long?
8 years ago. Well, actually,
I guess because I had a launch.
And they did that Pro and the Xbox, whatever the fuck.
I'll find out the
shitty
name of the
naming
game
system.
from my brother-in-law.
Do not engage. Do not.
And I know everybody.
The Evil Within.
Oh my God! Yes, that is.
Was that the one where you're in the asylum?
But that's an amazing game. Is that the one you're talking about?
No, I don't think so.
Evil Within's fucking amazing.
I've never played that one either.
Oh my God! And that's Shinji Mikami, the one that made the original Resident Evil, made the Evil Within. So,
whoa, who are you calling a dickhead, bro?
Oh, so you love the original Resident Evil?
I did.
Shinji Mikami made Evil Within.
Really? I never
Yes.
played that game.
Oh my God! It's so. I also have to play it on Xbox probably because they own Bethesda, and Bethesda has part of that.
Jets, he's okay. We can hear the gunshots. They're over here on Train Avenue by my house. They shoot off ARs and everything down there constantly.
And we got too many people over here too. Like, yeah,
And then we're heavily armed too.
yeah. There's not enough to take us out.
Yeah.
At least one
Quick,
of us
grab
is
the
going
American flag inside.
Yeah, we all
At
know
least
where to
one of us
See,
is
they know
getting
where to
out.
go. And not only that, they don't even know that you're. It don't matter. When you walk in the door, it's not even the American flag. There's something else right there.
People are asking if Captain Crappy's all
Yeah,
right.
I know.
Dave,
He's all right.
are there still shots fired? Or there's somebody over here? Hey. Oh, it's a real stop and stuff. So
Yeah, it's a rare stop and stuff.
he said he's fine, but they're very close to the gas station. Where is that? What?
Devil May Cry, Junebug. That's a good game, but that's not what we're talking about, bud. Speaking
the
of
original was a really good game.
You know what was a good game?
The shit went fucking sideways after that first one.
You know what was a good game, and it's like a slasher like that? Was that the proper term, a slash?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hack and slash. Yeah.
Hack and slash. Dante's Inferno.
Oh God. Yeah.
Love that fucking
Wow.
game.
We'll never get.
And then another one
We'll
was
never
Rise.
we'll never get like critically acclaimed
No,
because
but it's fun.
because of the content, because of the naked girls.
Yeah, but that game is so fun.
Oh God, yeah.
The Dante's Inferno, and then another one I really enjoyed was Rise.
Which is crazy for that game to like go and do that because that's EA.
Yeah,
EA published that.
But it's basically the same game.
But you're
basically
talking EA, the one that's like politically correct and like
we don't do politically correct here.
like
fellas.
they're so into that. Like, oh, we don't.
But
wanna
that
ruffle
was
anybody's
2013
feathers,
though.
so, like,
That was
yeah,
2013. That was a Xbox
But
One
even
launch.
then, they were like that.
Yeah, but not the way things are.
That game would never get released.
No, not happening.
Never.
But that's one of the first Xbox One games I got.
Yeah.
Actually, it's a day one game. I got it day one.
Yeah. My favorite was day one on the Xbox One. Xbox One. Rise. Son of Rome.
That's what I was just talking about.
To this day, Rise, Son of Rome?
Yeah, what did I call it?
No, you were talking
Dante's Inferno.
Dante's Inferno.
But yeah, the other one was Rise, Son
Yeah.
of Rome. I
Oh
have
my
a day
God.
one edition of it.
So
Yeah, it's like it's
So
a
do I.
hacker like that. I love those games because you don't have to think. You can
That
have
if
fun.
you put that in now, I'm sure you haven't put it in a long time.
No.
If you put that in now, that stands against graphics today.
Yeah, you got to look at my little Xbox
Like,
One collection.
It blows my mind though that like that game looks that goddamn good. It's like Crisis. Like Crisis is an insane game that like wasn't people couldn't play it at top end because you'd be spending back in the day you'd just spend like $5,000
Yeah, to make it work.
Yeah. To like
Well, that's the thing.
Now you put it in and you fucking play it, you're like, holy shit.
I got to put Rise back in.
Games now. You do. I'm telling you. Like I did it not
Because I told you I waited too late to sell my Xbox 360 games. I should have sold them 6 months before I did. When they were still viable. Is that the term? Viable?
Yeah. And that multiplayer was so fun. And I would play that shit tonight. Like it was so
I'd play
goddamn.
that shit tonight.
I fucking seriously would. Like people didn't play it. I had one buddy that played
Hookers.
it.
There's always hookers down there, Dave. Don't pick them up. They got wieners.
I had one buddy that played that shit with me, and it was co-op.
Yeah.
But you basically it was you guys in the arena, and like, let's go. They just swarmed enemies on you.
Yeah.
And you had to chain kills off of each other.
Yep.
And it was just slow-mo, just chopping heads off and
I
arms.
love
and
games
shit.
like that. You
And
don't
I'm
have
like,
to think about. That's
oh
why,
my
like when I play
God, this
Call
is
of Duty, I like to go into the little maps and just I want Butcher Fest.
Yeah.
Because I'm all about Butcher Fest. You know, I'm figuring out which weapon and which tactic works best for me.
Well, and like that was, I think, one of the things about the original.
They're still cracking off rifle rounds down there.
That was that's what I liked about the original Halo. The original.
But I didn't like the controls.
Yeah,
it
was a little awkward.
It was
but
to me. and I
It
never
was
got into it.
it was a huge multiplayer game in its day.
Oh, it
You could-
was.
you
I
could
know
have-
that.
You
Yeah.
could have 16 localized players all playing against each other, or you could like try to go online and stuff. And essentially, like most of those levels, oh yeah, they're cracking it off over there. Most of those levels in that original Halo, they were like boxes. Like they put you in a box and they were like fight it out.
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, and now you have a lot more like outside expansive different levels, and those are fun, they're exciting, but like you said, you want kill boxes.
I love it.
And that's what I originally liked about it. And like, but I think a part of it too is just the nostalgia, because when the game came out, since it was a multiplayer game, it was like, you know, like you went over your buddy's house, both of you ran through the levels, like you beat it together. I mean, it was like, and that's been a big change. And
you got to come over here for this one, Josh.
And that's been a big change in a lot of the games now. And that was one of the reasons why
as soon as he's done, we're gonna jump in on.
That's one of the reasons
jump in together. Game.
Why I completely got out of gaming like 20 years ago, because like when I was gaming, like you could go like two people online on like one Xbox Live account, and you could do like a multiplayer battle or
Also,
something.
why Xbox is amazing right now, because me and my daughter can play at the same goddamn time. I buy the game once digitally because we have two Xboxes. I set my living room as my home account on my old one, so everything I download, my daughter can play.
Nice. Okay.
So and we can play at the same time. Like
here's a game you're talking about, the back-to-back fighting. Army of Two.
Oh my God.
Yay, nay. You remember that game?
The first one, yes.
Yeah, the Devil's Cartel or whatever. The second one was. Yeah, exactly. The first Army of Two.
Amazing.
The
second one, they started doing the monetization of the masks. And
shit,
all that stupid
the nonsense.
Yeah,
but I would have to say probably my ultimate was when I was in college. It was GoldenEye 007.
Oh yeah, dude, we can hook the Nintendo 64 up. You niggas get smoked. I mean,
007 right there.
You want to play slappers? Slappers only. You want to do it? You want to do launchers only? It's one or the other with me. You want to go super raw dog, or you want to go stealth as fuck? What do you want to do?
We could do just
it's one of the two.
Mines. It would be
that would work too, dude. We would play that game for hours on end.
We used to set it up where we would put a piece of cardboard
Divide
down
the
the
screen.
center, and 2 people would play here and 2 people would play here, so you couldn't see their player's screen. It was dude.
Amazing game.
That was the game.
That was the shit.
But
And
essentially,
I was the guy diverting off the other games. Took on job and I'd crouch.
And I was just like,
Odd Job was banned. Odd Job was banned with our group of players. Yeah, because he was too low. But the whole thing was though, games back then were about get 2 of your buddies together and let's play a game.
Yeah,
Get 4 of your buddies together. Let's all sit down and play some games together. It was okay. And like I said, even with the Halo thing, you used to have those Halo parties where everybody networked.
Perfect Dark was a great game too.
Oh, Perfect Dark on the PlayStation.
My favorite was the 64 version. Perfect Dark. I have it upstairs now in my collection.
Oh, I have played that. I have played on 64.
I prefer
PlayStation.
64 over PlayStation.
I think it was PlayStation 2 it came out on. Yeah. And that was the PlayStation game at the time. It was the Perfect Dark. Yeah, definitely. Perfect. And then there was like a second one that came out that was really good. But again, like I said, all those games like encouraged like you to like have somebody over, you guys sat down and played games. And like I said, like with Halo, even when you networked the 4 systems together,
we would do that at my house.
It was 16 people that were localized together that were all playing. And so it was like
all,
it was a whole group of people. And then now, like how all the systems are made, like dude, it was like when my cousin got a PlayStation 3, he was like, oh yeah, like we could play some games. Like he was buying games that said multiplayer. It was like, no, you could go online with your Xbox, with your one controller, or your PlayStation, your one controller, and you could go online and you could play other people. These games were not meant to have somebody sitting next to you, interacting with you, playing this game. These games were all meant now for you go home, you go to your house, you sit down, you log in and play.
The Call of Duties, though, you could double up. You still can.
That's cool. I haven't played Call of Duty.
Yeah, even on the new ones, you can.
Is Call of Duty cross-platform?
Yes, that's why I'm still playing.
I should probably start playing that.
Get Cold War, and I will smoke your ass.
I got Cold War.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I run a stoner, and while I've been trying to level up my AK,
I don't know what any of this means, but I'll kill you.
Okay, no, dude, I'm seriously on Nuketown getting 53 kills, 53 and 3.
Can we do PUBG too?
I never got into that. I can try.
I did Black Ops 2, and I did this like saw build with a sniper scope. So I essentially had a saw machine gun with a sniper scope, and would just sit there and just cap people like crazy.
Well, I run that Stoner 63 with the Hawksmoor on it and the undergrip, and I just like wreck motherfuckers. And then I got another one that I unlocked. It's like one of the legendary builds or whatever. It's not even my build. The other one's my build.
Yeah.
And it's got a different barrel and a muzzle, and it's called the Glade Ripper or some shit, and it has open sights. And I end up going like 56 and 4. I'm like, okay, I might actually like this one better,
Well, it's
playing domination of all things.
That's one of the things that where you get the popularity of Black Ops, because you can customize stuff. Yeah. Where like again in Halo you can't do that. Halo is all like it was all cookie cutter. It was like everybody starts with the same stuff.
Dave left that Panther.
I know. And I 75
and Fever, if you're in here, Dave left your Panther again.
I seriously love that I turned this into like video game show.
We can talk about whatever. I love video games, obviously. Jen Fever Blister has one of these in black sitting on her refrigerator. And this one's been sitting out here as yard art. And I'm like, hey, I got something to give you. It's cool. It's from the 70s. It's sweet. Don't have any chips. The thing about it is, this had, see the socket right here, there's like a light and a screw.
I feel like this was used in porn for somehow.
No, well, it's very swaggy. 70s swaggy. But it's not chipped or anything, so I figured you would enjoy it.
It doesn't go in that.
Yeah. God, they're still popping off rounds over 22 rounds now. Do you think it's weird that can identify a round when it goes off? I don't. From experience. Bob, you play PUBG? Maybe I'll get back into PUBG. If you guys want to play together. I enjoy playing games, especially when it's with people I know.
I'm always down. PUBG.
Well,
I ordered the.
What are you going to bed? We're being haved.
So you ain't gonna get up for the flea market.
I'll get up for the flea market.
He'll get up for the flea market.
Soldier Story made PUBG figures, which is like the generic guy with like the tie and shit. They also have the other ones, like the leather trench coat and all this shit. Got it off Big Bad Toy Store. I don't know. They keep delaying the fuck out of the goddamn thing. We'll see when it actually comes. But like, they're kind of like on the scale of Mezcos.
That's a bold ass statement, brother.
I'm telling
you,
you,
you're a Mezco guy. That's a bold ass statement.
Look them up. Each one comes with like, I don't know, 20 accessories, like weapons, all kinds of shit. One comes with a frying pan, like the whole works and shit. I'm like, yeah, I'm getting both. Like,
well, I'm gonna say this right now, and in the chat with other video game guys here at my house.
I'm not being crazy, right? Oh, you got it. You got it. Oh, it will be open. Thank you, buddy.
You're welcome, bro. Hey, Chip the Tooth. I will say this right off the rip. If you play Fortnite, get the fuck out of my yard. Because that game is fucking... Stop it, Kevin. Don't encourage me. That game is garbage.
I'll tell you right now.
I'll tell you right
now. Oh,
now.
you're agreeing with me?
And nobody else.
I've never played it.
Nobody else here knows this shit. I guarantee it. Fortnite was released on a disc, and it wasn't even fucking Fortnite. It was a fucking shooter that was released on a fucking disc because I have it at my goddamn house.
What is it called?
Fortnite. But it wasn't what you thought it was. There's a whole story fucking thing with building and all that fucking bullshit, but it was not.
It still had that same where you could, if you had enough material, you could build a ramp and run up.
There was a fucking story involved. Everything. I have the fucking disc at my goddamn house.
Really?
I pre-ordered it and bought it. I hate the fucking game.
Yeah, I hate the fucking game. My neighbor around the corner over here, Steven, the guy that rode by a few hours ago. It's been a few hours now. He got me to download it. He's like, "Oh, you got to play this with me, buddy." I'm like, "All right, whatever, bro." I mean, he lives literally
you have to
2 doors
you
over
have to
from
pay
it.
for like the season pass
And then
like,
all this
like,
nonsense.
It was not like that at the beginning. It was a fucking single player fucking thing.
The original Grand
total
Theft
single player.
The original Grand Theft
When it
Auto.
first came out.
The original Grand Theft Auto that was like it was like on the computer. And it was like you literally like it was a disc. You literally like zip down these roads. It was like so basic. And then they came out with Grand Theft Auto and then Grand Theft Auto 2.
Yeah.
The Vice City.
Yeah, well,
Grand Theft Auto was top down.
Actually, Vice City was probably the. Well, I beat.
Vice City's the best one they made.
I beat the first one,
I didn't
but
like
the
any of them.
but the Vice City.
Yeah.
And I would play them
That
because
was just Scarface.
well, and then that Scarface game for PlayStation was the Grand Theft Auto game.
But like literally, Vice City, like the whole story was Scarface till the end. Like
Yeah,
that's
oh, yeah, it
exactly
was,
what you
yeah.
did at the end of the game. Like everything.
I bought the Scarface game for PS2. Come on PS2, right? Yeah, PS2. Scarface.
Yeah.
So at the end of the movie, as we all know, I ain't spoiling nothing from a Brian De Palma film from 1983. Because if you ain't seen it, go fuck yourself. He dies, but in the game, the whole shootout scene, the whole shootout scene, somehow or another, Tony Montana lives. I'm like, okay, well, all right, well, I'm playing this game. I bought it for $50. I'm gonna play it. And then I'm like, it is Grand Theft Auto. That's what it was. Except it had Scarface skins in it. But I'll tell you a game that I bought that the playability to me was off the chain. Was 50 Cent, the rappers, Get Rich or Die.
Yeah, that was actually a really good game.
Oh my God, as opposed to like when you run over in Call of Duty, if you have scavenger or whatever, you pick up the ammo, blah, 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 blah. You go, let me rob this nigga. And the watch and everything would start adding up. And I'm like, the first time I'm playing this game, I'm like, what did it just say? And I'm like, oh, dude. And I wasn't drunk. I'm like, no, I'm imagining things. So, you get, so you're bebopping. Well, I'm not trying to use that language. But on the game.
No way they're using that.
Yeah, and in this game. And then you get in a shootout and blah, blah, blah. And then you go over to, let me get this nigga. I'm like, this game is fun. I'm like, this is the craziest fun. Oh, you shot me, motherfucker. I'm like, what the fuck am I playing? I bought this game on a whim because I hated 50 Cent as a person and as a rapper. Oh, and I like rap music, but not his rap music.
All right, I'm going to ask Kevin and I'm going to ask the chat too.
Yeah, you're a little late, John.
John.
Okay. John is coming.
I'm gonna ask
We got
Chat, and I'm
food.
gonna ask Kevin.
We got food.
What
John,
was
we
a
got
shooter
food.
that was over the shoulder, but it was also like a race. You were going against the clock.
Shooter. I
remember what I'm talking
forget. Shogun said, so I didn't get
I
into
know you know, 'cause,
007,
like, the name's,
but I
like,
played
right in my mind.
the game Perfect Dark.
Perfect Dark.
Yeah,
we talked-
played
we
double
changed it.
7 as
You were also
cousins.
shooting, like, the
Played
bad
different.
guys, but you had to get
Played
through
Perfect
and
Dark in my
everything.
place. Bob says awful graphics,
It was so
amazing
good.
fun.
But it's
It
so
was
much shit.
it was,
Amazing,
yeah.
amazing fun is what it was. One of my other
It's like
favorite
right there,
games,
though. Like, you could, like,
and
alter
the arcade,
levels
and then on
running through
Nintendo
them.
64 for sure. Gauntlet.
And as
I
you
Do you remember
played
that?
that, yeah.
It was the
Yeah.
over the
Go
top,
better and better and
just
better.
fucking slasher, right?
What was the name of that?
And this game, if you had if it was just two of us playing, if it was just me by myself,
It was a
not so fun.
one-off, like.
And then, like on Nintendo 64, we could play all 4 characters at once.
Yeah.
Or in the arcade, we could play all if we were all standing there.
Dude, 64 was a
That is
huge
why
innovation.
You
in like you
dive
literally
like John
had
Woo style,
Chester
over
remembers
you literally
when
had
it come out in '98
4 plugs right on the system
to go.
Like
4 players
that,
right
that
off
was
the
Mario Kart, 007,
007, Gauntlet,
and then
or it was Gauntlet Legends, I think was what it was
and
called.
then they came out with all those the
Like I
the
see
Zelda
everything,
game, the
scoring
Mario
system and
game,
all
the
that
Donkey
shit.
Kong
I
game.
can't think
There
of the
were all
name of the
those
goddamn
like
game.
64-bit like
And it was insane compared to what we were used to.
they were
And then
very
if you look
adventurous
like
games.
yeah, the thing about it is like
Oh my god, it was so
when
much fun.
Nintendo 64 launched, and I
keep
think it was
playing, like,
98,
levels over and
97 or
over just to
98, I
get,
don't
like,
remember.
a couple tenths of a second off.
So when it launched here in the States, it had 8 games. So I bought the system.
And you could do multiplayer.
They come with
but
one
it was,
controller,
like, turn-based, so
and it
you
wasn't
could
even
watch
there
your
was no
friend do it,
pack-in.
and, like, you could do it and
Or the
shit.
one I bought had no pack-in, so there was no game with it. I bought the 8 games and an extra controller. I'd already pre-ordered from Japan, Lemmings,
And they were saying other
like 4 other
like that
games that
Karate
were only
one.
coming out in Japan.
It was, like,
So I had them
done
pre-ordered, and
themselves.
I got them like
With,
3 days
slow
after I
motion.
got
Can't
my
remember the name of that
64
place.
here. And then, of course, all the graphics,
But it
you
was-
know, the
everything
words
was,
come
like,
up on
slow
the screen with
motion.
the Japanese.
Anything you did was
You can
slow
still play
motion.
the games like
Right,
Lemmings. Do you remember
right.
that game, Lemmings?
That was
Oh, I'm sure I played.
Yeah, I'm sure you have.
I had a second
They're both
64
Dude,
game
and I would
for
like
the
lose. I would set and for hours.
360
I
had
was
so
so,
many, like, good
and I was
games.
already a young adult, I guess you would call it, in my 20s when this came out, and you know, and had obviously responsibility being there.
Well, yeah, now it's like,
so on.
well,
But I
now
would
it's like, I don't have
just
time for
every
all this shit.
free
It's like,
moment. I would, fuck man, I'd like. You want to play fucking 64? Let's do this. Oh, you want to play Mario Kart?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, let's do this, dude.
Mario Kart 64 was off the chain. I remember the first time I beat Super Mario Brothers 3 because that was like
right?
that was the big one.
That was the big one, bud.
That was the one that they made.
Was it
They
shot
made.
glass?
You
still
were
have
looking
the
for
shot glass, too.
Power
I
Glove
can't
earlier.
fucking remember.
Yeah.
That was the game that they basically they launched Mario 3 off of. That was the super secret game at the end of the
The
that
Wizard.
the
movie,
yeah
The Wizard.
the Wizard. Yeah, that was the game because like it was like okay you gotta play a new game or whatever in the movie. But yeah, that shit was. I'll never forget. I was like, it was some sort of holiday. All my cousins were coming over, and I had been cracking at it, like just sitting down in the basement, like yeah. I had been like 10, 11 years old or something. And like, what year that game come out?
Mario 3. I was
Mario what Okay, so I would have been like 11 years old. Yeah.
So I was
and I was just 18 with the whistles and stuff, and like I was just trying to figure out a way to like
I'm not afraid to
try,
look.
you know, and then I remember this like literally, like got to Bowser, and I was trying to beat Bowser, and my cousins came in, and they're like, "Oh my god, like Dave's fighting Bowser!" They all come run downstairs, and like they're like, "Ah," you know, and then I die because you know,
Because these motherfuckers fucked me up. I was concentrating.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of my basement.
Oh, but like, and then I was like, I was like, it's cool. I was like, let's just
90. So I was
90. Okay, so I would have been 10 years old. Yeah,
I was 17.
Yeah, 10, probably 11 years old at the time this happened. And yeah, I just reset it, and I was like, okay. And
you want to talk about that?
and they watched me. I went through all through World 1, all through World 2, got to where I could use the whistle at the one last castle or the tornado or whatever it was, like skip through, got to Bowser. It was probably a 2.5 hour experience of them sitting there watching me. And then
it used to be fun to go watch your buddies play games.
Yeah, and then I finally got to Bowser and I finally won it at that point. Because that was like where you had to like
fucking controller drop.
Yeah,
fuck this dick.
Yeah, in like Mario 3, that was like where
my last piece of the Triforce.
you had the levels of bricks, and you had to like jump from spot.
My real cousin George, he knows what's up.
You had to jump from spot to spot and let him break the hole into the bricks, so Bowser would fall through. And like finally, like I said, I had like a little like theme. Like it was a little bit more concentrated because again, like I said. When my cousins walked in, I lost. They were like, "Oh, you know." They were like, it was full concentration in it. Like everybody was getting me like drinks and snacks, and like you didn't put down.
Here's a potato chip.
Here you go.
Right.
And Dave's like this. Closer to my mouth.
He's
please.
about to beat the Castle World 2.
Dunkaroo. The first Dunkaroo. I can tell you the first game I ever beat in the arcade, and my cousin Chaz was with me because he was playing with me.
TMNT arcade was the first one I did.
We found that. No, that was the second or third one we beat.
Turtles in Time.
That would have been my second. Yeah.
But the arcade game
was the
that I
second.
beat all the way to the end and like blew my mind was fucking Bad Dudes.
Yeah.
Remember that game?
I don't think I ever
You remember that game, George? Yeah, and it was like a side scroller. It was like a knockoff fucking Double Dragon.
It says the beginning says the president's been assassinated
Yep.
by ninjas. Are you bad enough to do the rest of your
Yeah, that's it. He knows the game. I've got it on Nintendo, 8-bit Nintendo, and you go, "Whoop," and you can like hold in your fucking punch button. No, you don't. And then not only that, at the end of it, President Ronnie congratulates you because he actually wasn't assassinated. You remember that? You fly off the roof in a helicopter with him because he wasn't assassinated. You stopped him from being assassinated. And we were beating it. We were at a store over off West 130th or whatever. And we're just like feeding this bitch quarters, right? And then and then I'm like, oh my God. And we're standing there like this, like fucking Jesus is coming to our bodies, dude. We're like, whoo. And we're like watching this little, and President Ronnie comes on. President Ronnie. And I'm like, we won. We actually won. You know, I'd put like $800 at that point in Dragon's Lair.
Oh my God.
You know why the graphics were so amazing on that game? Because it wasn't a game. It run off a laser disc.
Oh no shit.
Oh really?
Bet it.
Okay.
I used to have one of those arcade machines. It had a laser disc player in it. That's what it ran off of. That's why you had those cartoon quality graphics. But it was the craziest thing in the world, dude. Well, we beat Bad Dudes, and we beat like Turtles, and then Captain America, Avengers. You know, they're the same engine on all those games.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
And then what was the next? Turtles, Captain America, and Avengers. There was another one.
Was the next one like that too?
Simpsons. We beat the Simpsons game.
Oh yeah.
Beating that motherfucker quarters, dude. Finally, we got through it. You know.
Well, the Turtles, you had the original NES
the
game,
original one.
and then
Well, I'm talking about the actual arcade machine.
and then there was the arcade one that came out, and then they re-released that. It was like the TMNT like Turtles Arcade or whatever.
Yeah,
and then they
Nintendo.
yeah, then they made simultaneously for NES. They did the Manhattan one, which was a upgrade of the TMNT arcade game, and then they did the Turtles in Time, which went to arcade and then Super Nintendo. So like that was
I got rid of all my guitars.
What?
Did you say guitar?
I said penis get hard.
Oh, but my motherfucker, my penis ain't been hard in 6 years, man.
Oh dear Lord, they make pills for that. They're blue and small. So speaking of that, we have to bounce.
You guys taking off?
Time to
I
go.
gotta get home. So thanks. For
Hope to
watching,
see
all
everybody
you
in
TV land.
Hope thanks
Now your
for
kids'
joining
toy
us
group,
tonight.
We appreciate you.
Yep. Hope
Now
to
your
see you
kids'
there.
toy group. I'm glad everybody tuned in and listened to us.
Get over
talk
here, guys.
nonsense.
Everybody say
Come on,
hi.
everybody get in for the
Come
final,
on.
final address.
It's the 1980s goodbye.
Everybody that's hanging out.
I feel like SNL should be playing.
Thanks for watching tonight, everybody. We appreciate you. We love you.
Whoa, somebody swept my ass.
Thanks for coming in.
Hey, go fuck yourself. I'll see you on Saturday.
Thanks for turning us into video game night.
Yep.
Love you guys.
Love you guys. Have a good night.
Once again, go fuck yourself. See you on Saturday. Goodbye, guys.
Oh my God, what an awesome show.
I think I didn't end it. No.
What is that first part?
Play us off.
We'll do it live.
We'll do it live.